The story begins at the Shun family estate. A young man is training hard. Every day, he throws thousands of punches at a wooden post to increase his strength. Because he has no spirit veins, so he cannot cultivate martial arts. Our male lead is named Shun Xiang, broad and muscular, with a six-pack body that could make countless girls swoon. While Shun Xiang is training, a younger relative comes over to mock him. Amazing, Shun Xiang. You broke that piece of wood with just a few punches. This brat is Shun Jinhua. He has always treated Shin Xiang like trash. Then the servants beside him join in and bark. Ha ha ha. That's right. Looks like the hope of our Shun family now rests in your hands. Shun Xiang indifferently asks, Shun Jinhua, what do you want this time? With a vile expression, the brat says, what do I want? Just telling you not to disgrace the Shun family on the martial training grounds. Playing with these broken bits of wood so people can laugh at you? He waves a hand, and a burst of power shoots out. The wooden post Shin Xiang had been training on is easily shattered into 5 pieces. The servants following him immediately start flattering him, as expected of Brother Jinhua. That true chi is already at the 4th level. Hearing this, the brat smugly sneers, still don't get it, Shin Xiang? Even if you train here with all your might every day until your hands are torn bloody, so what? Without spirit veins, you'll forever be a piece of trash who can never rise. Just keep cowering like that, exactly like your useless father. Hearing those words, the anger in Shun Xiang can no longer be restrained. He growls, damn you, Shun Jinhua. Say that again. The brat keeps yapping arrogantly, was I wrong? With your father Shun Tianhu's strength, he could have fought for the position of family head. But because of you, he doesn't even have the qualifications to take part. He's already old, yet he can only live meekly while raising a useless cripple like you. Even I feel sorry for him. Shin Xiang flies into a rage and charges at him. You're asking for it. He throws an incredibly powerful punch, but the brat dodges lightly. However, he underestimated Shun Xiang, and the punch still makes his face bleed. The brat is furious. Aw, damn you. You've really angered me now. I'll kill you. Shin Xiang also rushes in to fight him to the bitter end. The brat is only at the 4th level, usually relying on true chi and neglecting physical training. If it were only a contest of the flesh, Shin Xiang might even have a chance to win. Come on then, you piece of trash. The two of them immediately clash in a chaotic brawl. When Shun Jinhua leaves an opening, Shun Xiang swings his fist hard into his stomach. But because Shun Jinhua has true chi protecting his body, Shun Xiang's hand is shattered, bones broken apart. Shun Xiang clutches his arm in pain. The brat seizes the chance to unleash a finishing blow on him. Then a loud boom erupts, shaking the entire Shun family estate. All they see is Shun Xiang lying motionless on the ground. Damn it, I almost got beaten by that useless trash. Then Shun Jinhua grabs Shun Xiang by the hair and lifts him up high, trying to rely on a little cleverness to sneak attack me. How should I teach you a lesson? He drives a heavy punch into Shun Xiang's chest, making him cough up blood and fly backward. Seeing that Shun Xiang is motionless and unable to do anything anymore, Shin Jinhua gathers power for another finishing strike. Another loud boom sounds, but Shin Xiang's father appears just in time and blocks the attack with his own body. Shin Jinhua sees this and claps mockingly. Well, Uncle really does have good cultivation to directly block Dyer strike like that. Shin Xiang's father stares at him with an icy gaze and drives him away. Seeing that there is no more fun to be had, Shun Jinhua also leaves. It won't be long before the time comes to fight for the position of family head. Let's just wait and see my father inherit it. Shun Xiang weakly says, Father, I'm a burden to you. His father immediately comforts him. Not everyone walks the path of martial cultivation. Ordinary people have their own way of living. You don't need to trouble yourself over that. The scene shifts to Shun Xiang's room. Xian, a beautiful young woman whom Bun guesses is one of the good ones, sees his condition, and not only does she not leave him, she keeps knocking at the door from outside. Uncle Shun, I've come many times already, but every time he refuses to see me. Is he seriously hurt? Shin Xiang's father advises her, go back, Xian. He won't see you. Why not? Aren't I his future wife? Xian, let the marriage between the two of you end here. The girl immediately asks, why? You are the precious jewel of the Shui family, a heaven's favored daughter, a martial prodigy. But Xianger has no spirit veins. His whole life, he is destined to be nothing more than an ordinary person. He is not worthy of you. Even after hearing that, the girl still refuses to give up. Who cares whether he's worthy of me? As long as we love each other, that's enough. Marriage is a major matter decided by one's parents. Go home. After overhearing the conversation between his father and Xian, Shun Xiang's determination grows even stronger. He has to become stronger. He has to become stronger no matter what, for Xian Xian, for his father, and for himself. After his father leaves, he decides to go to the Hell, Ganoderma region, to look for a 1,000-year herb. The scene shifts to the death zone beneath the immortal demon cliff. Shun Xiang hangs onto the cliff face with both hands. Filled with determination, he struggles upward, toward the mountain peak. After countless hardships, he finally finds the 1,000-year herb. The 1,000-year Hell Ganoderma appears only once in 1,000 years. It can only be picked on a tiger day, in a tiger month of a tiger year. If he misses this chance, who knows how many more years he will have to wait. If I turn it into a pill, then even without spirit veins, I can break through straight to the 5th level. Shun Xiang rejoices after picking the 1,000-year. Ganoderma. The time has come to defy heaven and change my fate. But when bad luck comes, worse luck follows. A bolt of lightning strikes the cliff, causing stones to fall onto his head. His grip slips, and he falls straight off the cliff into a cave below. Fortunately, Shun Xiang does not die. He lands on something soft without even realizing what it is. Have I gone to heaven? Looking again, Shun Xiang discovers that he has fallen right onto 2 beautiful women. The white-haired woman immediately says, "Little brat, if you don't get up right now, I'll send you to heaven for real." Shun Xiang gathers himself and says, "My name is Shun Xiang. I was struck by lightning and fell down here while gathering herbs. I absolutely meant no offense to you 2 seniors." The white-haired woman sighs when she sees this. "I thought someone had finally come to save us, but it turns out to be a little brat without spirit veins. Still, that's fine. Once my sister and I go west, at least there will be someone to bury us." Shun Xiang asks blankly, "Why do you say that, senior?" The white-haired woman hears herself called senior and dislikes sounding so old. "Call me big sister." The death energy of the immortal demon pool surrounds this place. Only someone with an extremely powerful body and true chi can escape from here. The 2 of us are injured, and vicious beasts roam the bottom of this pool. Now you understand our situation, right? Seeing that the black-haired woman has a severe wound on her arm, Shun Xiang takes out the medicine he is carrying. "Senior, I have some secret medicine for my clan." The black-haired woman says, "This wound cannot be healed by ordinary spirit medicine. Besides, sooner or later we will both be buried here, so there's no need to do anything unnecessary." Shun Xiang takes her hand and encourages her. "If you don't try, how will you know? I still have something very important I have to do. I believe you seniors also have reasons to keep living. So even if it means gambling everything, we still have to try once." Seeing his determination, the 2 women finally decide to give Shun Xiang a chance. This kid might be worth trying. The black-haired woman immediately removes her outer clothing, revealing her pale skin, then lies face down on the rock and waits for him. "We're too badly injured to even raise our arms, so we'll have to trouble you to apply the medicine." Shun Xiang has no choice but to do as she says. Big sister, excuse my offense." But the gaze in the black-haired woman's eyes changes slightly. She thinks to herself, "Before my demonic art, every man reveals his true nature. Come, follow the desires in your heart." As Shun Xiang is applying the medicine, his hand suddenly stops on its own, and he slaps himself in the face. "Shun Xiang, what are you doing?" "Sorry, senior. It feels like something suddenly tried to control my mind." "Sorry, senior sister, I think this kid is pretty decent, strong-willed, and of good character." The white-haired woman speaks. "Come here, little brat. Congratulations, you've passed the test." Shun Xiang is still bewildered and has no idea what is going on. "A test? Don't tell me that just now was." "To tell you the truth, I am Su Mei Yao, the 9 Heavens Divine Maiden, and this is my senior sister by Yu Yu, the 9 Nether Devil Maiden." After hearing that, Shun Xiang is stunned. "The 9 Heavens Divine Maiden? The 9 Nether Devil Maiden? We were injured by our enemies. Our cultivation was damaged, and we became trapped here. We had already prepared to die here, but now we've discovered a way to get out." Shun Xiang immediately asks, "What way?" The black-haired woman says, "We can bestow upon you my extreme Yin Divine Vein and my junior sister's extreme Yang Divine Vein. If you can fuse them, then you'll be able to withstand the death energy of the immortal demon pool and escape with your life. You should know that with my temperament and my senior sisters, even if we died, we would never hand our divine veins to someone of low character. That is why senior sister used her demonic art to test. You just now. Only then does Shun Xiang understand. So that means I passed. Yu Yu adds, don't celebrate too early. Fusing divine veins is not something an ordinary person can do. You may even die. Think it over carefully. You can still refuse. Shun Xiang answers without even thinking. I won't refuse. This is the opportunity I've always hoped for. All right then. I ask you formally, Shun Xiang, are you willing to sign a blood contract with the two of us and accept these divine veins while helping us recover our cultivation? With unwavering resolve, Shun Xiang shouts, I am willing. As long as I can become stronger, I'll do anything. Mei Yao takes out a contract and has Shun Xiang sign it. Then let's begin. After that, the two women simultaneously transmit divine energy into Shun Xiang, and he receives it. His body suffers unbearable pain. His meridians are being torn apart. Even his consciousness is being battered nonstop. Is fusing divine veins really this difficult for an ordinary person? As the fusion proceeds, the roar of a ferocious beast suddenly echoes over. That roar of a vicious beast. Could it be that this kid touched the Hell Ganoderma? Damn it, the beast guarding the Hell Ganoderma is already at the 7th level. If this keeps up, we're all dead for sure. Shun Xiang, your condition makes it very hard to continue. If you give up now, you might still keep half your life. Though in terrible pain, Shun Xiang remains resolute and refuses to give up. I was born without spirit veins. No matter how much effort I put in, I could never catch up to others. When my family needed help, I was useless. Now the chance is right in front of me. Even if I die, I will never give up. Once the divine vein fusion is completed, Shun Xiang suddenly faints. Then a huge boom resounds, accompanied by the appearance of a green, tyrant-like monster. The two women panic. What do we do, senior sister? Yu Yu then notices that the wounds on Shun Xiang's body are healing on their own. It succeeded? If this kid is really that lucky, then once he completely fuses the two divine veins, there may no longer be anyone under heaven or on earth who can match him. He still needs at least the time it takes to drink a cup of tea. Let's go. If we can hold out, there may still be hope. Then Mei Yao and Yu Yu charge together at the green monster. Damn it, die for me. But with both of them badly injured, their attacks are like mosquito bites against steel. The monster merely flicks its tail, and the two women are sent flying more than 10 meters away. If we still had our power, a beast like this would only take a flick of a finger. Suddenly, the tyrant beast notices Shun Xiang and lunges toward him, intending to devour him. Yu Yu immediately blocks it. Yuval, beast, don't even think about going over there. But she cannot hold out for long. Damn it, this beast is too strong. The monster then charges at Shun Xiang. Fortunately, he wakes up at that moment and instantly sends the monster flying away. The two women are shocked by Shun Xiang's recovery. Senior sister, his fusion speed is far faster than we predicted. Shun Xiang can feel an enormous power inside his body. So this is what it feels like to possess divine veins. It feels like the power is about to burst out of my body. He thanks the two women for helping him obtain this power. Many thanks to you two big sisters for risking yourselves to buy time for me. Mei Yao immediately suggests, kid, use that thing to test your skills. The monster charges at all three of them once again. Shun Xiang runs over, scoops both women into his arms, and leaps high into the air, dodging the beast attack. You two big sisters will be safer here. Let me deal with it. Then he rushes toward the green tyrant. Monster. His reaction speed and explosive force are now far greater than before. Taste the power of my fist. Shun Xiang throws a heavy punch at the monster, but it does nothing, which only enrages it, and it shoots out bursts of light in retaliation. Shun Xiang immediately flees. Damn it, this thing is really hard to deal with. Watching from above, the two women say, even a beast knows how to use true chi to attack, and this foolish boy is still relying only on brute strength. Ah, right, I don't just have strength now, I have true chi too. I can feel a current of energy moving rapidly through my meridians. It's about to erupt. So this is the power of true chi. Come then, beast, let's settle this in one decisive battle. Shun Xiang charges forward, unleashing a powerful true chi strike toward the monster and killing it on the spot. But because he still cannot control his new power, he overdoes it and nearly causes the cave to collapse. You brat, do you have no sense of restraint at all? Hurry over here. This place is about to collapse. We have to leave immediately. You two big sisters, I'll take you out. Use this and drip blood on it to claim it as your own. Quick, this is a storage ring. Just put us inside. Let's go. There isn't much time left. Then Su Mei Yao and Yu Yu hide inside. The the ring. Shun Xiang rejoices at obtaining such tremendous power. Father, Xian Xian, wait for me. After leaving the cave and returning to the Shun family, Shun Xiang prepares a large bath in his room for the two women. Sister Mei Yao, the water is ready. If you want to bathe, you can use the Shun family's bath pool. Why do you insist on bathing in my room? Idiot, our identities absolutely cannot be known by others, or it will bring a deadly disaster upon you. At last, a proper bath. Shun Xiang asks awkwardly, should I go stand guard outside? No need. Stay here. Turn around and close your eyes. Then the two women soak comfortably in the bath. All right, there's something else I want to give you. Shun Xiang blushes bright red. What is it? Mei Yao calls to him. Come here. Lower your head. Then she points a finger at his forehead and transmits a cultivation art to Shun Xiang. Shun Xiang feels as if he has entered another space. This is the four symbols divine art that I cultivate. I have already passed it to you through divine sense, along with my knowledge of this cultivation method. Just train according to it. Follow the technique and try circulating the true qi in your body. Let me see. Sister Mei Yao, I can feel a flame running wildly through my body. That is true qi fire. You entered the basics pretty quickly, kid, but you must keep training if you want to control this power. My junior sister once ranked among the pill venerables, so you can also try those alchemy secret arts. But alchemy requires extremely high talent, so don't force it. Shun Xiang asks in surprise, these techniques and mental methods really have been transmitted straight into my mind to pass on so much information through divine sense. Could it be that you two big sisters are at the 8th level of the mortal martial realm? No, above the 9th level. After hearing that, the young woman to Jiao Jiao only smiled. Shun Xiang then said, isn't that right, little brother? You should know that above the mortal martial realm, there's also the true martial realm, the nirvana realm, and many more besides. The path of cultivation is far longer than you imagine, and the divine martial continent you live on is merely a grain of sand in this vast world of martial arts. A single snap of the fingers from our enemies could wipe out the strongest martial artist you've ever heard of. That's why we cannot reveal our existence to anyone, including those closest and dearest to you. I originally thought that someone in the 10th level of the mortal martial realm was already a peerless expert, but after hearing what you two sisters said, wouldn't that make them less than ants? Don't worry, little brother. You have the yin-yang divine vein. Train diligently in the four symbols divine art and the alchemy secret arts your sister teaches you. Become the god of the mortal martial world. After the two young women finished bathing, their curvy and alluring figures were revealed, and they wanted to soak for 2 more hours. Shun Xiang, your foundation isn't stable yet. When the time is right, I'll pass down demonic arts to you. Hearing this, Shun Xiang was filled with confidence. I will definitely temper myself well and not disappoint you two sisters. As the three of them were talking, Shun Xiang's father suddenly walked in. Xiang'e. Luckily, both women quickly hid inside the ring. Xiang'e, are you all right? I heard you just came back from the Immortal Demon Cliff. The Yin energy there is extremely dense. Did it affect your body? Father, I'm fine. Jiao Jiao told Shun Xiang, don't worry, we've already hidden inside the storage ring. He won't sense us. Let me check whether you're injured. After taking his pulse, the man was shocked with joy. Xiang'e, you have a spirit vein now? Shun Xiang lied, saying it was because of the 1,000-year Hell Ganoderma. My trip wasn't in vain after all. Father, go compete for the position of clan head. I'm certain you'll succeed. The man was overjoyed. It seems everything truly is heaven's will. Good. The scene shifted to the Spirit Pill Pavilion. Xiang stood there and sighed. After a week of training, I've become proficient at controlling true qi fire. But just as Sister Mieo said, if I want to raise my strength quickly, I still have to refine pills. But after looking at the price list for pills, Xiang realized he didn't have enough money. I can't even afford the ingredients for alchemy, let alone finished pills. Jiao Jiao appeared and said, Idiot, if you can't afford to buy them, then grow them yourself. Grow them myself? Sister Mieo, you're not joking with me, are you? Even the fastest growing herbs take at least 3 years. That's for other people. Your big sister has her own method. Just do as I say. Following to Jiao Jiao's instructions, Xiang bought young shoots of various spirit medicines. Sell me seedlings of green spirit grass and origin resolving flower. 5 portions of each. Yes, young master. I'll get them for you right away. Suddenly, a voice sounded from behind him. Well, isn't this great Wei Shun? Buying herbs to nourish your body. It turned out to be his nephew, Shun Jinhua, accompanied by Hua Yinxin. She also mocked Shun Xiang. So this is Shun Xiang? How pitiful for the Shun family to have such an eldest grandson. After hearing that, Xiang couldn't be bothered to pay attention to them. Seeing this, the woman got angry. Brother Jinhua, can even a piece of trash like him look down on you? Damn it, Shun Xiang, are you asking for a beating again? Then the nephew furiously charged forward to attack. Sun Flame Palm. But Shun Xiang was no longer the same as before. He easily dodged it. The nephew only struck the table. The nephew was utterly shocked by Shun Xiang's skill. He dodged it? How is that possible? Shun Xiang said, so you really only train Qi and not your body. With speed like yours, do you expect people to stand there and let you hit them? Those words stung worse than chili, and the nephew charged forward again. It's not your turn to get cocky. Shun Xiang easily caught his fist. The arrogant nephew said, Idiot, you dared provoke me? All the bones in that hand of yours must be shattered by now. Xiang replied casually, Shun Jinhua, I thought you were only good at bullying the weak. Turns out your true Qi is nothing special either. Hearing that, the nephew was deeply shocked. What? How can this be? Then Shun Xiang taught him a lesson. Look carefully. This is how true Qi is supposed to be used. He raised his hand and released a stream of true Qi as hot as blazing fire. Damn it, you piece of trash. How is this possible? The woman beside him felt the heat and cried out, Brother Jinhua, why are you just standing there? Hurry up and crush him. Just as Shun Xiang was about to strike, someone suddenly shouted for them to stop. This is the Spirit Pill Pavilion. Who dares cause trouble here? My apologies. I am Shun Xiang. I meant no offense. It's just that my younger kinsman is useless and caused trouble here, so I merely stepped in to discipline him a little. Hearing that, Shun Jinhua was enraged. Shut your mouth. That's your family's business. Whoever dares disturb the Pavilion Master's alchemy, don't blame me for being ruthless. Shun Jinhua, I'll let you off for now today. If you're not convinced, then let's meet again at the clan head selection. The clan head selection? Are you even worthy? I have a spirit vein now. Naturally, I'll support my father in participating in the selection. You'd better pray you don't lose too miserably. Hearing that, Shun Jinhua grew even angrier. What miraculous elixir did this trash eat to get this lucky? But the elders had passed down a spirit-level martial art to him, Heavenly Sun Cleaving Axe. As long as he mastered it before the clan head selection, dealing with that trash would be as easy as turning over his hand. Yinxin, let's go. We're just letting him off like that. Shun Xiang then left as well. This junior will take his leave too. The crowd, they're disgusted among themselves. So young, and he already controls true Qi fire. Looks like the Shun family may soon have another good seed for alchemy. You think mastering true Qi fire means you can refine pills? Then why are there only a few alchemists in the Southern Martial Kingdom? It's still a long way off. Without a master to guide him, he may never refine a single pill in his life. That's right. Alchemy requires talent and resources far beyond what we can imagine. As everyone talked, a voice suddenly sounded from behind them. At that boy's age, being able to wield true Qi fire so skillfully is indeed rare. Master, you saw everything? I think that boy has decent talent. Should we recruit him? No, this old man was the pavilion master of the Spirit Pill Pavilion. He ordered, send word to all alchemists in Wohu City. No one is allowed to teach the art of alchemy to Shun Xiang. Yes, understood. The scene shifted to the Shun family residence. Shun Xiang was tending the seedlings he had planted, delighted by how quickly they were growing. Sister Mieo, the dragon saliva technique you taught me is incredible. I can't believe these herbs have all grown in just 3 days. Of course, dragon saliva is an essence created by heaven and earth, containing vast life force. But your dragon saliva is still far too lacking. Right now, it only works on ordinary herbs like these. Once your cultivation becomes more proficient, you'll even be able to accelerate the growth of thousand-year spirit trees. As she spoke, Jiao Jiao spat out a drop of dragon saliva and tossed it over the herbs. Sister Mieo's dragon saliva is indeed much more effective. It seems I still need much more practice. Well then, little brother, do you need big sister to help improve your breathing method? If you beg me, I could even teach you mouth to mouth. Shin Xiang answered honestly, Sister Mieo, that doesn't seem very appropriate. I was only teasing you. Did you really have to take it so seriously, you little brat? Xiang tried refining pills using the pile of herbs he had harvested. Meanwhile, the two women kept eating non-stop behind him. Two elder sisters. Does alchemy really require this many pastries? Of course we need enough food. Who knows how long you'll take? Do you expect us to starve to death? It's been who knows how long since we last got to eat mortal pastries. Xiang wondered again. Just how long does alchemy take? Then he began using his own power to refine the pills, and another space opened inside his divine sense. This is the divine domain. Suddenly, a creature that looked like a hawk crossed with a lion flew over. Shin Xiang still didn't understand what was happening. What is this? Jiao stepped in. As expected, you entered the divine domain this quickly. You're quite impressive, kid. Xiang was stunned. The divine domain. This is a unique alchemy path created by Master, forming a special domain within the divine sense. Here, your perception of true chi fire is amplified to the extreme. Training your alchemy skills in here is 10 times more effective than outside. That is a fire phoenix, a strange beast formed from true chi fire. Once you pass its first trial, you'll gain access to methods for refining mortal grade pills. But each person's trial is different, so you'll have to rely on yourself. Kid, train well. After saying that, Jiao also stepped out. Shin Xiang was brimming with confidence. Then I'll get acquainted with this firebird. After that, the bird formed a fireball in its mouth and charged straight at Shin Xiang. He froze before he could react. Wait, it's starting already? Because he couldn't dodge in time, he was struck by the fire. Bird. Shin Xiang became even more determined. If this is an alchemy skill, then using true chi fire must be the right answer. He circulated his art and formed a fireball in his hand. The firebird also launched another fireball at him, and he used his own fireball to counterattack. The two attacks canceled each other out. Shin Xiang rejoiced. Looks like I got it right. The test is to form true chi fire at the proper moment and neutralize it. The firebird suddenly used a different kind of attack. In a flash, it changed from one firebird into 3 adorable little birds. The 3 birds created 3 fireballs and shot them towards Shin Xiang. Shin Xiang confidently said, it's only gone from 1 to 3. No problem. But he had no idea that another fireball was flying at him from behind. Shin Xiang was struck and scorched until he was smoking. He still couldn't understand what happened. Why did the neutralization fail? The 3 birds celebrated their victory smugly, and then he charged forward again, continuing his counterattack. Shin Xiang's challenge grew harder and harder, but he persisted in training with the 3 firebirds for 7 days and 7 nights without fearing hardship. 7 days later, on the day of the clan head contest at the Shun family estate, one man said, Shen Tianhu, according to clan rules, the clan head's immediate family must also possess decent strength. Your son is a trash without a spirit vein. It seems you don't even qualify to compete for the position of clan head. This man was Shun Haofan, an 8th level martial realm cultivator. Shun Xiang's father angrily said, the whole of Wohu City knows that my son has alchemy talent. You call him trash, but have the Shun family elders agreed to that? Another man spoke up. So what? The person he offended is the pavilion master of the Spirit Pill Pavilion. The other side has already called on all the alchemists in Wohu City not to teach him. Without a master, who knows how long it will be before he can refine any pills. This man was Shun Hanfan, a 7th level martial realm cultivator. Suddenly, Shun Xiang came flying in from somewhere. Who says I can't become an alchemist? This junior may be untalented, but I can refine pills even without a master. Shun Xiang, is the weather so hot that you've fallen sick and gone stupid? Alchemy requires at least a year of foundation. You've only mastered true chi fire for a few days. Fine. Today, your little uncle will play with you. But if you lose, there had better be a proper wager. Shin Xiang's father said confidently, if my son loses, I will withdraw from the clan head. Selection. He is my son, so I know him. If he dares to make this bet, then he must be certain. Father is truly domineering. Shin Xiang said arrogantly to that troublemaker, well, little uncle, is that sincere enough for you? Indeed. One less rival naturally makes me happy. Very well, let's begin. As soon as he finished speaking, flames burst fiercely around Shun Xiang's body. 1 hour later, Shen Xiang was still refining the pill. The people around him disgusted. Do you think the Shen Xiang can really refine anything? I think only if he's a genius among geniuses. Xiang thought to himself. Cultivating in the divine domain really is effective. The true chi fire feels like it's dancing on my fingertips. Every change in my body is perfectly clear. Those 7 days and 7 nights of being tormented by those 3 rotten birds weren't for nothing. The scene shifted to the space inside the ring, where the 2 women were watching Shen Xiang. Junior sister, how long did it take you to pass the trial back then? 10 days? Or 15? It was so long ago. Who still remembers? So that means his talent is even higher than yours. Who said that? Back then, Master didn't guide me. It's not like I carefully taught him myself. Still, 7 days is rather good. This kid's future is worth looking forward to. After refining for a while, he finally finished. Xiang opened the furnace in front of everyone. Everyone, please inspect it. In his hand were 5 pure white pills. These body-tempering pills seem even more spirited than the ones from the Spirit Pill Pavilion. Good boy, your strength has already surpassed even a high-grade spirit vein. Shinhan Fan said in disbelief. How can this be? You must have cheated. These aren't real body-tempering pills. Xiang replied loudly. Not body-tempering pills? Little uncle, lately I've heard the servants gossiping about some interesting things. They say you're suffering from yang deficiency and weakness, and are quite powerless in certain matters. As your nephew, I care about your health. Why don't you try this pill yourself? Shinhan Fan was furious, but he still took the pill. Shen Xiang, don't go too far. The crowd discussed it excitedly. Shen Xiang really can refine pills. Our Shun family finally has an alchemist. Doesn't that mean the Shun family's main cultivation target could easily change now? Of course, if the Shun family truly nurtures an alchemist, then in the future it might become the #1 great family in Wohu City. After hearing that, Shun Jinhua's jealousy burned crimson. I absolutely will not allow that to happen. He leapt onto the martial stage and shouted, Shen Xiang, you've gotten far too full of yourself. Today, I'll teach you a lesson on behalf of the clan elders. Xiang said, Shen Jinhua, have you forgotten how miserable you looked that day at the Spirit Pill Pavilion? Hearing that, Shen Jinhua became even more enraged. Pray that after taking this strike, you'll still be able to talk so big. He immediately rushed forward to attack. Shen Xiang was greatly surprised. This is the Heavenly Sun cleaving axe. Why has his true chi become so much stronger? A loud explosion rang out. Shen Xiang had used his hand to block the attack. Seeing that, Shen Jinhua put on an arrogant expression. As expected of a superior technique, I barely used any force, and it already has this much power. Shen Xiang's father was also extremely shocked. Heavenly Sun cleaving axe. That is a spirit-level technique of the Shun family, only passed down to members who have made great contributions. Who dare to teach it to him without authorization? This violates the rules. Shinhan Fan spoke up. Enough, Brother Tianhu. Since Jinhua has already learned it, there's no point pursuing the matter anymore. Why don't we just see whether Shin Jinhua will live up to this opportunity? Ha. The battle between the two was extremely fierce, but because Shen Xiang had not yet fully mastered his strength, it was rather difficult for him to deal with Shen. Jinhua, I underestimated him. In such a tight range, I can't attack at all. If I can find an opening, then in just 3 moves, no, 1 move, I can defeat him. Jiao Jiao appeared and said, if you can't find an opening, then create one yourself. Kid, do you remember the roar of that martial artist in the Spirit Pill Pavilion? Didn't you feel, for a brief instant, as though your consciousness had been pulled away and your body restrained? That roar truly can terrify the heart. It's a type of sonic technique. The Dragon God art also contains a similar method. Do as I say. Gather the chi between your lips and teeth, and at the same time, circulate your true chi. Imagine that stream of true chi erupting like a flood, collapsing like mountains and hills, surging out from your mouth. Seeing Shen Xiang standing motionless, Shen Jinhua charged in to attack. Idiot, at a time like this, you still have the leisure to meditate. Die for me. Shen Xiang saw that he had exposed an opening. Now, Xiang suddenly let out a roar. A divine dragon appeared, its aura completely overwhelming. Shen Jinhua was terrified out of his wits. A dragon? Everyone present was also utterly shocked. A dragon? I think I just saw a dragon. Not bad, brat. Damn it, that little bastard actually scared me. Shen Jinhua looked around in confusion. Where did he go? At that moment, Shen Xiang was already standing at his side. Looking for me? he immediately threw an extremely heavy punch at Shun Jinhua, Azure Dragon Fist, sending him flying more than 10 meters away and knocking him unconscious. In a hoarse growl, Shun Xiang shouted, "Shun Jinhua, do you submit or not? Jinhua, my son, are you all right? Father, stop shaking me. My bones are about to fall apart." Seeing his son beaten like that, Shun Haofan barked furiously. "Shun Xiang, what exactly are you trying to do? You disregarded clan brotherhood and seriously injure my son? So the Shun family has someone as vicious as you." Shin Xiang said calmly. "Every move Shin Jinhua used was a killing move. Did he care about my life? The fact that I didn't kill him already shows I considered our clan ties." Shun Jinhua's mother also cried and shrieked, "Elders, you must stand up for my son." After that, the Shun family split into two opposing sides. One side defended Shun Xiang, and the other defended Shin Jinhua. The two sides argued back and forth, and it nearly turned into a full fight. Unexpectedly, someone stepped forward and said, "The Shun family today is truly a complete mess. And you still dare set your sights on Miss Xue? Have you even looked at whether you're worthy? Who are you? How dare you be so rude? Are you looking down on our Shun family?" Shun Xiang's father recognized him. "From a Yao family of the royal city. I represent the Yao family in delivering a message to Shun Xiang. Shun Xiang, you are to immediately annul your engagement with Xue Xianxian of the Xue family." Shun Xiang said angrily, "Since when is it the Yao family's turn to meddle in my marriage with Xianxian?" The moment Shun Xiang finished speaking, a sword suddenly flew over and stabbed into the ground in front of him. The man arrogantly said, "This is a warning. If you keep speaking disrespectfully, don't blame me for being impolite. Besides, annulling the engagement isn't only the Yao family's demand, it's also the Xue family's. The Xue family also believes that the one worthy of Xue Xianxian is our young master, Yao Tianhua, not a useless trash like you." Yao Tianhua, the Yao family's genius alchemist? I heard that at just 16, he already refined mid-grade pills. No wonder the Xue family wants to break the engagement. If it's really the Xue family that wants to cancel it, then why didn't the Xue family send someone to say so? Isn't that because of you? No one knows what that proud daughter of heaven sees in a piece of trash like you, but she stubbornly refuses to annul the engagement. Shin Xiang thought to himself, as expected, Xianxian would never propose annulling the engagement. If that's the case, then I refuse. The long-faced fellow grew even angrier after hearing that. Shun Xiang, telling you to take the initiative to call off the engagement is already giving you face, so don't bring trouble on yourself. If you won't agree, then hold a contest with our young master, and we'll decide it by the result. When the time comes, even the little face you have left will be completely stripped away in front of the three great clans. Shin Xiang replied calmly, "Fine by me. I accept. Whether it's martial arts or alchemy, you decide." Hearing this, Shun Jinhua and his father were both utterly shocked. "Shin Xiang, have you gone mad? You've only just managed to refine ordinary grade pills. Yao Tianhua has over 10 more years of experience in alchemy than you. When the time comes, it won't just be you who loses face. The entire Shun family will be disgraced. Just as Xianxian will never abandon me, I will absolutely never abandon her either. No matter what we compete in, I will win." Hearing that, the long-faced man smirked smugly. "A little brat who doesn't know life from death." Then he turned to leave. "Then I'll take that as your agreement. Once the date of the contest is decided, someone will come notify you." Shin Xiang bent down to pick up the sword from earlier and said, "Wait." Then he hurled the sword hard so that it flew right past the long-faced man's face, leaving a cut across it. "Take a Yao family head and get out. Don't dirty the land of my Shun family." The long-faced man was furious. "You trash, you ignorant fool who doesn't know the immensity of heaven and earth." He charged at Shin Xiang. "Today I'll cripple you in place of my young master." Shin Xiang raised a hand to block the attack, but because he was already weakened and still trying to act tough, he was sent flying. At that moment, Shin Xiang's father rushed forward. He angrily shouted at the long-faced man, "Stop right there. Let me show you what true strength is." He slammed a punch straight into the arena, creating an enormous crater, then stared coldly at the long-faced man. A mere steward of the Yao family dares act so arrogantly on Shun family grounds? Do you think the Shun family has no one? Even if I kill you here, the Yao family won't stand up for you. After being intimidated, the man froze in fear, then turned away as if nothing had happened. Fine. Everything will be decided by the result on the contest stage. Elders, as for the matter between Shun Xiang and Shun Jinhua, I think each side should take a step back. Xiang will refine pills to help Jinhua recover, and we also won't pursue the matter of privately teaching him the spirit nerve technique. Elder boy, Boy, what do you think of handling it this way? That elder, with a despicable look on his face, said, I think that's fine too. After all, we're all family. One family. From that day on, the clan leader selection continued. As for me, I began a special training period in the mountains. Sister Long Shui taught me the 4 symbols divine art, which includes 4 kinds of true qi: azure dragon, white tiger, vermilion bird, and black tortoise, as well as their corresponding techniques. Over the past week, the white tiger true qi has finally begun to take shape, though I still can't use it as skillfully as the azure dragon. During this time, Father also pressed forward fiercely, defeating one rival after another. After a long while, the final day of the clan leader selection finally arrived. Shun Tianhu, this is the final battle. If you defeat the 2 of us brothers, then the position of clan leader will be yours. One at a time, or together. Shen Haofan stepped forward and said, I'll fight alone. Otherwise, no one will accept it. Shun Tianhu circulated his true qi, and behind him a fierce tiger appeared. Then come, I won't show you mercy. Everyone present was shocked by his technique. Damn, beast transformation, the signature skill of the 8th level of the mortal martial realm. It allows one to use true qi to alter the state of the body, and even wield the special power of beasts or weapons. As expected of Brother Tianhu, he's already quite proficient in beast transformation. Then Shen Haofan also activated his power and tensed his body, and a powerful aura burst forth. Let's see whose beast can remain standing on the stage to the end. My furious wolf, or your thunder tiger. The 2 of them charged at each other head-on. Shen Hao, I didn't expect you to control beast transformation so quickly. You haven't been in the 8th level for long. You want to talk? Even after pouring all your limited resources into your son, you still managed to cultivate true qi this strong. The 2 of them clashed at terrifying speed, so fast that no one around them could see anything clearly. So, this is a battle between 8th level experts. After an hour and many rounds of fierce fighting, Shun Haofan began to tire and was knocked down onto the arena by Shun Tianhu. Shun Tianhu immediately used his finishing move, Thunder Tiger Absolute Seal Formation, to finish him off. After taking the blow, Shun Haofan was no longer able to resist. Shun Tianhu walked over to him with complete confidence and said, You've lost. Shun Tianhu, even though you won this match, you've also exhausted yourself quite a bit, haven't you? Seeing that Shun Tianhu was no longer capable of fighting, Shan Han Fan spoke up smugly. Life is more important. I advise you to give up. Give up? How could I possibly let the position of clan leader fall into your hands? He forced himself back up to continue fighting. Suddenly, Shun Xiang appeared behind him, patted him on the shoulder, and said, Father, I just finished my training and saw your battle. Your victory was truly magnificent. Haha, Father, you're naturally the most impressive one. It's just a pity you're already old. Understanding his son's meaning, he let Shun Xiang continue the fight in his place. I ask all the elders to allow me to fight in my father's stead. Shen Han Fan spoke up. This match concerns the position of clan leader. Once battle begins, life and death will be disregarded. Shen Xiang, have you thought this through? Shen Xiang said with absolute determination, Of course. I'll let you have one move. Attack me with everything you've got. With blazing eyes and overwhelming momentum, Shun Xiang charged forward. Then I won't hold back. After a week of training, I've advanced to the 5th level of the mortal martial realm. I wonder what kind of effect it'll have against someone at the 7th level. Shen Han Fan felt that something was off. Why do I feel like that true qi is a little strange? Shen Xiang immediately unleashed a powerful move. Violent killing fist. The crowd below was stunned. Is that really Shun Xiang? That strike alone must have the power of the 6th level. Suddenly, an ice shield appeared. Shen Han Fan said, a mere 5th level cultivator can actually use true qi to this extent. Shen Xiang, I underestimated you. Shen Xiang was also rather surprised. Not damaged at all, but I already used all the power of my Azure Dragon true qi. Immediately after that, an ice phoenix appeared. What the hell is that? Shun Xiang, this is the first time I've used beast transformation in battle. What do you think of its power? Shen Xiang was shocked. Beast transformation? But isn't that something only the 8th level can do? I already reached the peak of the 7th level long ago and have only been waiting for a breakthrough. Because of that, I've also grasped some preliminary beast transformation combat skills. So by now, you should understand clearly, you are absolutely going to lose this match. As he spoke, he launched another attack at Shen Xiang. Shen Xiang swiftly dodged and rushed in to strike back. Azure Dragon Fist. Shen Han Fan immediately raised his ice shield to block it. It still had no effect on him. After that, Shun Xiang turned and retreated, trying to widen the distance. Shen Hanfan moved with astonishing speed and appeared right in front of him, then delivered a vicious kick that sent Shun Xiang flying far away. Shun Xiang, if I gave you 10 years, I might lose to you. But today, I will definitely seize the position of clan leader. As soon as he finished speaking, he used another move, 100-rending, ice-piercing kick. Shun Xiang was knocked off the arena once again. A full power strike with Azure Dragon True Chi couldn't injure him at all, and there wasn't much True Chi left in my body either. Seeing that he could no longer avoid it, Shun Xiang desperately charged forward. Shin Hanfan sneered, an egg striking a stone. Then he struck Shin Xiang with a palm, and a loud boom rang out. Boy, I admit that your progress has far exceeded everyone's expectations. But when you meet someone you cannot defeat, there's no need to force yourself. Shin Xiang answered with a cold smile. Cannot defeat? At first, I did think that, but seems I found a way to beat you. Even if there's only the slightest chance, I have to try. Even going all out, I could only inflict a wound at this level. You really think you can defeat me? That wound is indeed insignificant, but at least it proves I have a way to break your ice shield. He thought, this brat's cultivation technique really is a bit strange. Shun Xiang closed his eyes and thought to himself, in that punch just now, I mixed White Tiger True Chi into the little Azure Dragon True Chi I had left. Based on my current level of control over White Tiger Divine Power, logically speaking, its power shouldn't be high. But it managed to crack the ice shield that Azure Dragon True Chi alone couldn't break before. Maybe using two types of True Chi at once creates some special effect. Shin Hanfan charged forward confidently. My next strike will make sure you never stand up again, and you still have time to stand there in a daze. He unleashed his move, Frozen Profound Needles. Tens of thousands of ice spears shot toward Shun Xiang, and Shun Xiang barely dodged. Long Shui appeared and said, not bad. You actually discovered the trick on your own. Because you used multiple kinds of True Chi, it formed chaotic True Chi currents that interfere with the opponent's True Chi flow. Chaotic True Chi currents? Sister Shui, what is that? Simply put, when you use only one type of True Chi, the ice shield is only affected by the force of True Chi coming from one direction. But once you fuse in another kind of True Chi and create chaotic currents, the directions from which the shield is affected also increase. Under the circulation and interference of different True Chi types, destroying the ice shield becomes much easier. So that means the more types of True Chi I use at the same time, the stronger the effect will be. You can understand it that way. Shin Xiang's eyes filled with determination. I understand now. Shin Hanfan suddenly felt a bad premonition. I need to finish this quickly. I have to fuse all the True Chi of the four symbols divine art into this one punch. After merging all of that power, my meridians are boiling in chaos, and it feels like all my strength is being drained away. Just standing upright alone is already difficult enough. Seeing Shun Xiang like that, Shun Hanfan attacked smugly. So you really can't hold on anymore, Shin Xiang? Good. I'll finish you with this single move. Frozen Profound Needles, go. Shin Xiang roared, but I have to win. Gathering all his strength, Shun Xiang charged forward with a four symbols fist. The ice shield now shattered into pieces, and Shin Hanfan was shocked beyond belief. How was that possible? Before he could even react, he was struck head-on by Shun Xiang's attack. After that, he fell off the arena unconscious. Elder Bui stepped out and announced, Shun Xiang is victorious. Shun Tianhu will succeed as the Shun family's clan leader. The people of the Shun family cheered in joy. Congratulations, Shun Xiang. Our Shun family finally has hope. My son is incredible. Trembling all over, Shun Xiang raised a hand toward his father in a thumbs up, then also collapsed from total exhaustion. The scene shifted to Shun Xiang's room. Silly little brother, I don't even know whether to call you brave or brainless. You let True Chi surge wildly into your meridians. If it had been anyone else, they'd be either dead or crippled. Hee, Sister Shui, can I still be considered a normal person? Look, aren't I still able to run and jump? If you don't believe me, touch me and see. Little Yu also spoke up. Did you ever think about what would happen if you had actually died? Shun Xiang teasingly said to her, so Sister Yu really does care about me. If it weren't for the blood contract, who would care whether you lived or died? Then Shin Xiang suddenly remembered. All right, I almost forgot. Sister Shui said the hell, Ganoderma, could help you two recover and told me to cut half of it off to soak in medicinal wine. Now is just the right time. It should be ready to drink. The two girls then drank the medicinal wine that Shin Xiang had prepared. As expected of the hell Ganoderma, known as a heavenly treasure. Just 1 cup is enough to help our physical bodies recover part of the strength we had before being injured. Wow, it's that effective? Then I'll soak the other half too. No need to waste it like that. Keep it for yourself. The hell Ganoderma is a true grade treasure of the mortal martial world. For people at our level, its effects are very limited. That's right, so you need to work hard. Only once you reach the true martial realm or above will you really be able to help your big sisters. The true martial realm, once an incomparably distant and powerful realm, now seemed a little closer. Little Yu Yu said, "Are you crazy? That's just how it feels in your mortal martial world." She grabbed Shun Xiang by the collar. A mere true martial realm is considered strong. Long Shui felt that something was a little off. It seems I remembered something. Little Yu Yu's expression changed as she continued. Above the true martial realm, there's the Nirvana realm and the heavenly martial realm. If you're strong enough, you can even ascend to the heavenly martial world. Did you hear that clearly, you spineless little brat? Shin Xiang was a bit surprised by little Yu Yu's change in attitude. All right, I got it. You don't need to be that angry. Long Shui suddenly remembered and said to Shin Xiang, "Senior sister is drunk. She absolutely can't drink alcohol. Even 1 drop is enough to make her drunk. I'm seriously going to die. And you still manage to forget that, big sis." We cultivators usually use true qi to dispel intoxication. The last time senior sister got drunk was hundreds of years ago. Who would remember after so long? In her drunken state, little Yu stomped hard on the ground, splitting the bed cleanly in two and making Shun Xiang tremble in fear. "Tonight, you'll be my wooden dummy for... I train so I can quickly grow stronger. I'll help." On a beautiful day somewhere in the mountains, Xiao Yao Yao was sparring seriously with Shin Xiang. "Bring it on." "Damn, Sister Yu Yu has an extreme body, so she needs supreme yang, true qi to counter it. Training with her is exhausting, but it also helps my vermilion bird true qi improve by leaps and bounds." Xiao Yao Yao saw that Shun Xiang was progressing very fast, and his speed could barely keep up now. But only if he could withstand this blow would he be considered qualified. She split from 1 person into 6, using the ultimate move, Lone Star Demon Slaying Kick. Shun Xiang raised his hand to block, but the power of the move was too strong and sent him flying off the cliff. Only then did Xiao Yao Yao suddenly realize that she had hit too hard. Looking worried, she stepped to the cliff's edge and called Shun Xiang's name, when suddenly Shun Xiang flew up behind her. "That was close. I almost fell off." "Sister Yu, that kick of yours was terrifying. If you had added any more true qi, I'd really be meeting the king of hell." Xiao Yao Yao was also quite surprised by how much he had improved. Jiao Jiao spoke up. "Tell me, was that the vermilion bird wings from the vermilion bird divine art? Where did you learn that?" "I accidentally comprehended it while training with Sister Yu Yu over the past 2 days. I was planning to find a chance to show you too." Su Jiao Jiao immediately turned and whispered to Xiao Yao Yao, "That brat's aura is always around. So how did senior sister fail to notice? Could it be your heart's in chaos?" The fool Shun Xiang added teasingly. To receive Sister Yu's concern, even falling off would be worth it. As soon as Xiao Yao Yao heard that, she rushed up and smacked the idiot. Train for another 3 hours. Yes. Scene change to the forested mountains outside Wulong City. Shun Xiang was flying over the woods. Although the vermilion bird fire wings were very convenient, they demanded an extremely high level of control over true qi, so he needed a lot more practice. While flying, he saw a group of people fighting below. 2 youngsters were battling some bandits. "You damn bandits. Do you know who my father is?" "That's the flowing cloud sword art. People from the Shui family." But those men were too big, so the 2 youths couldn't beat them. One large-headed man said arrogantly, "Who cares who you are? Today, I'm robbing you." Before he could finish speaking, Shun Xiang swooped down and kicked him so hard his brains rattled. He collapsed flat on the ground and passed out. "Good thing I got here in time." Shun Xiang looked coldly at the bandits and said, "You dare lay hands on guests of my Shin family? Have you grown tiger guts and leopard gall?" The bandits were shocked. "Damn, he's from the Shin family? What'll we do, boss?" The big-headed man from before struggled to his feet in fury. "All of you attack together. At most, Shun Xiang is only at the 6th level. Don't let him beat you." "Oomph. The 6th level is still more than enough to deal with trash like you." Perfect chance to test this white tiger whip. The bandits charged at him. With the power of the white tiger whip, he defeated them easily. "You knew I was from a Shun family and still dared attack. You're not bandits from Wulong City, are you?" The leader roared and rushed up. "What nonsense are you spouting?" This man's attack speed was far too slow. Shun Xiang dodged casually, then rushed forward and lashed him across the body. "Damn, I underestimated this brat. The longer we fight, the worse it is for us." brothers, retreat." The bandits ran off in a panic. Shun Xiang thought to himself that these bandits were a little strange, and it was probably better not to chase them. The two youths cupped their hands and said, "Young Master Shin Xiang of the Shin family, right? I am Xue Ming, and this is Xue Zhiliang. Many thanks for your help. Our martial arts are lacking, and we were almost defeated by mere bandits. If word of this gets out, it will disgrace the Xue family. I'm afraid those men weren't ordinary bandits." "Why do you say that, big brother Shin?" "From the moment we started fighting, I could tell that bandit leader had strength of at least the 6th level. Tell me, how many 6th level bandits are there in the entire southern martial kingdom? And why would such a person personally come out to rob people?" "Brother Shun, you mean?" "For now, I can't make a definite judgment. But no matter what, I won't let you two get hurt on Shun family territory. Come with me. We can talk as we walk." As they walked, the two boys praised Shin Xiang. As expected, Xian Xian really has a good eye for people. Brother Shun is not only extraordinarily strong, but also sharp-minded. "You're way better than that skinny weakling from the Yao family." Hearing that, Shun Xiang asked, "The person you're talking about is Yao Tianhua." "Big brother Shun, you may not know this, but Yao Tianhua is small and frail. When he was little, people often mistook him for a girl. And yet he still wants to marry our Xian Xian." A toad dreaming of swan meat. As the three of them walked, they suddenly came across a carriage ahead. "Speak up, Gao Gao, and Gao Gao ah thee." From inside the carriage, a small sword shot out straight at Shin Xiang. It flew quite fast, but Shin Xiang caught it easily. "Damn, what a strong wind edge." A voice came from inside the carriage. "You three over there, state your names at once, or don't blame me for being rude." Shin Xiang replied confidently, "Shun family, Shun Xiang." Then he shouted loudly, "And who are you? How dare you cause trouble in Wulong City?" Yao Tianhua, sitting in the carriage, was furious. This Shin Xiang, he clearly knows it's a Yao family carriage, yet he still dares speak so provocatively. "Come, follow me down and crush his arrogance." "So that's Yao Tianhua, just as you said. So he's the young master of the Yao family, the famous alchemy genius known far and wide." My apologies, my apologies." The two youths were secretly delighted, thinking Shun Xiang knew better. But in the next moment, Shin Xiang mocked him instead. What a pity he looks delicate and willow-waisted. He even needs a maid to help him down from his carriage. The two boys began whispering. "Delicate and willow-waisted? Isn't that used to describe women? Ah, that's savage. Big brother Shin really is ruthless." Yao Tianhua was enraged. "What the hell do you mean by that? Are you looking for trouble on purpose?" Shin Xiang walked over and taunted him. "Bullying the weak isn't the Shun family style." "Miss Yao, I know, young Master Yao, please stop." Yao Tianhua was furious. He circulated his power and formed a flaming chi sword before charging forward. "You bastard." Then he rushed at Shin Xiang. "You've grown far too arrogant." Shin Xiang was surprised. Fire true chi condensed in a gang chi. So this Yao Tianhua is also at the 6th level. He swung his blade at Shin Xiang, but Shin Xiang dodged it with ease. "Ah, do you think this level is enough to suppress me?" He immediately launched a move toward Yao Tianhua. "Watch carefully. This is how gang chi is supposed to be used." Just as Shin Xiang struck, suddenly from inside the carriage, a burst of power shot out in a sneak attack. The attack was incredibly strong, and Shin Xiang barely managed to dodge it in time. Angrily, he cursed. Could it be that the Yao family only knows how to strike from the shadows? An old man stepped out and said, "Brat of the Shin family, I won't lower myself to attack you." The sound howl technique just now was only a warning. This old man was the Yao family's 7th elder. Damn, the Yao family really has no shame. 2 against 1, and even a sneak attack, yet he still dares speak like that. The old man turned and said, "Tianhua, if you represent the Yao family in battle, then use the Yao family's way and compete properly. What's with all this crude fist fighting?" Yao Tianhua stopped. 7th granduncle is right. He stepped forward, crooked a finger at Shun Xiang, and said, "The Yao family's letter of challenge should already have been delivered to the Shen residence. In 10 days, let's settle this on the trial." Arena. Shin Xiang felt extremely displeased by the man's attitude. He used the sound howl technique in return and shouted loudly. His attack smashed into the carriage and blew it apart. "Damn it, Shin Xiang, what are you trying to do?" "I know the sound howl technique too, since the 7th elder was willing to exchange pointers with me. Naturally, I should return the courtesy, shouldn't I?" The old man immediately shouted in fury. "Brat of the Shun family, you'd better know exactly what you're doing." Shin Xiang turned and walked away, ignoring the two of them. "In 10 days, the Shun family will be waiting for you at the arena." Scene changed to the Shun family. "Please go to the main courtyard and attend the banquet. I still need to tidy up a little." "All right, big brother Shun." "Brother Shun, you absolutely have to beat that Yao Tianhua." Shen Xiang entered his room, deep in thought. Yao Tianhua, this time I will definitely win. Suddenly, Xian pushed the door open and rushed in, then threw herself into his arms. It's been so long since I last saw you, Xian. Did you miss me? Xian, why are you here? Xian said, I heard you and Tianhua arrange a duel, so I came to cheer you on. Suddenly, she smelled something and began sniffing. What is it, Xian? After sniffing, Xian exploded. Damn, this is a woman's scent. Brother Xiang, have you been secretly hiding someone behind my back? How could that be? A few senior members of my clan have come to visit me lately. You're overthinking it, Xian. Shen Xiang thought to himself, Sister Mei Yao and Sister Yu can indeed be considered seniors, so I'm not really lying. Xian then asked, Brother Xiang, do you know about the martial Dao sects? Martial Dao sect. You mean the 8 great sects of the mortal martial world? I heard even the weakest people, they're experts of the 9th level. One of the seniors from a martial Dao sect wants to meet you, Brother Xiang, but that senior said you must first pass this trial. Brother Xiang, you can beat Yao Tianhua, right? Shen Xiang immediately embraced Xian and said, I promise you I'll definitely win. I knew Brother Xiang is the most amazing person. Then she left, saying, Uncle Shun is the clan leader now. I have to go congratulate him. Xian left. Shen Xiang then asked, Sister Mei Yao, even Xian can't know of your existence? She's the person I trust most after my father. Yu said, Of course not. You're still so weak. If you happen to run into one of our enemies, you die without even a whole corpse left. Besides, while Yao Tianhua's martial ability may not be as good as yours, his alchemy skills are another matter. You saw it too, didn't you? He can use fire true qi to condense gang qi. Shen Xiang pondered and said, That's right. If I want to defeat him, I need to improve further in controlling fire true qi. Shen Xiang was determined to beat him. He immediately entered the divine domain. Jiao warned him, Brat, the 2nd level trial is still too early for you. Your body may not be able to withstand it. Shen Xiang's eyes were full of determination. But this is the only way for me to get stronger. Quickly, then the firebird within the divine domain charged at him. No matter what the trial involves, I'll get through it. At that moment, a volcano appeared before him, the mountain range created by Baifeng. The 2nd level trial is very simple. Break the mountain, heavenly flame, fire burial. Shen Xiang rushed up and launched his attack at the mountain, violent killing fist, but it did nothing, not even the slightest shake. Instead, the mountain's blazing heat nearly roasted him alive. Damn, it's burning me to death. I only touched it, and it already feels like my bones are being incinerated. You foolish boy, how long are you planning to keep hitting it? Sister Mei Yao, I've been attacking this mountain with all my strength for an entire hour. Is there really a way to break it? Jiao said, Idiot, the entire mountain is covered by Baifeng's flames. If you don't extinguish these flames first, your attacks won't have any effect. Let me tell you this too, that heavenly flame bath is the source of Baifeng's fire. What you need to do is soak yourself in it. Use your body to absorb as much Baifeng fire as possible. Only then will you be able to break this mountain. Use my body to absorb Baifeng fire? Jiao continued. You already felt it from that last strike. The moment you touch this Baifeng fire, your whole body will melt away. That's why I said the 2nd trial is still too early for you. Give up. But Shen Xiang was filled with determination. It's only a trial of this level. How could I possibly back down? Sister Yu, you have an extreme body, so you must have a way, right? If I were at my peak, with a wave of my hand, I could create a fog that would extinguish Baifeng's fire for you. But right now its effect is less than 1,000th of what it once was, so my ability to protect you is extremely limited. Are you sure you still want to go in? Shen Xiang answered firmly, I'm sure. Even without Sister Yu's help, I would still go in. I promised Xian that I would definitely win. How could I hand her over to someone like Yao Tianhua? As he spoke, Shen Xiang leapt straight into the bubbling molten lava inside the volcano. The 2 women standing outside were also deeply worried for him. 7 days later, Shen Xiang emerged from the molten lava. His body had been burned pitch black, but at last he had reached the final step. Jiao said, Shen Xiang, I have to admit, your willpower has once again exceeded my imagination. I never expected you to soak in the heavenly flame bath for 7 full days and absorb all the Baifeng fire here. Of course, I don't give up easily. Jiao was worried for him, but all of his meridians and his physical body have been severely damaged. It's lucky he didn't die. Can he still take part in the match? Shen Xiang asked, So it's done now? right? He lightly tapped the mountain. Then something astonishing happened. The mountain instantly cracked apart and collapsed. Xinxiang was overjoyed that he had passed. Scene changed to 10 days later, the day of the challenge. The crowd was in an uproar because they hadn't seen him arrive. Where's Xinxiang? Where could he even go at a time like this? Great clan leader, have you heard anything? Xinxiang's father tried hard to explain. A few days ago, he said he wanted to go into seclusion to cultivate. I don't know where he went, but he should be on the way here now. Yao Tianhua smugly barked. So Xinxiang doesn't dare accept the fight? The Shun family is truly laughable. If you knew it would turn out like this, you shouldn't have agreed that day. At least then the entire southern martial kingdom wouldn't be laughing at you. Xinxiang suddenly appeared on a rooftop and shouted back, Yao Tianhua's talent is so mediocre. You can't use him to represent all alchemists under heaven. Oof. Xinxiang, so you did come after all? Of course, you traveled all this way to get here, so naturally, I have to let you lose so thoroughly that you'll be convinced. Without complaint, Xinxiang's father, seeing this, was filled with confidence. Looks like Xianger's secluded cultivation was a success. Xinxiang thought to himself, this time it's thanks to Sister Mei Yao and Sister Yu Yu. Otherwise, I really wouldn't have made it in time. He recalled what had happened 3 days earlier. You little brat, I couldn't tell before, but you're actually this heavy. Sister Mei Yao, where is this? You're awake already? This little brat's spirit isn't bad. Suddenly, there was a cracking sound, and the two women panicked. Don't move. Your body and meridians couldn't withstand 7 days and 7 nights of by Fong fire burning you. Your body is ruined now, and your meridians are also extremely unstable. Xinxiang weakly said, but I still have to compete. I have to go. You can't even stand up now. If you forcefully circulate your true qi, your meridians will rupture and you'll die. Baifeng fire contains the energy of rebirth. If we want to suppress it, we need to continuously pour an opposing force into your body to neutralize it. You're lucky. There really is a place in the mortal martial world that fits those conditions. Guess where? The opposite side of rebirth is death. The two women carried Xinxiang to the immortal demon pond. That's right. The death chi of the immortal demon pond can help you eliminate the Baifeng fire and accelerate the recovery of your body and meridians. If not for seeing your sister reminding me, I wouldn't have thought of it. So go soak in there for 3 days, brat. Then, without mercy, she tossed Xinxiang straight down below. Xinxiang soaked for 3 days and 3 nights, restoring his strength. After 3 days in the immortal demon pond, not only had he recovered from his injuries, he had also cultivated an immortal demon body. Truly, a blessing in disguise. Xinxiang loudly took out the stake and declared, enough nonsense. These are my stakes, 5-year snow lotus and hell Ganoderma. What has your Yao family brought? No need to trouble yourselves. The medicine family is staking a 1,000-year beast core and a heavenly pattern fruit. The crowd started whispering. Both sides are putting up top-tier treasures. Do they really have to go this far? Whatever. We're just here to watch the show. Then an old man stepped forward and announced that both sides' pill furnaces had already been inspected, so the pill refining match would officially begin. The brat immediately shouted, Xinxiang, just wait to be trampled under my feet. Brother Xiang replied, just as confidently, if you've got the skill, then try it. 2 hours later, Yao Tianhua and Xinxiang were still refining pills. The crowd below was getting sleepy from watching. Wake up, stop sleeping. There's movement on the medicine family genius's side. Yao Tianhua has finished refining his pill. He smugly took out 5 freshly refined spirit essence pills. As expected of the medicine family's genius, the spirit essence pill is the hardest lower grade pill to refine. That boy from the Shun family is definitely going to lose. Xinxiang also spoke up. What a coincidence. Mine is just about done too. Yao Tianhua sneered proudly. You're much slower than me. If I were you, I definitely wouldn't be laughing. Xinxiang remained full of confidence as he opened his pill furnace. It's not over till it's over. Mid-grade pills, 3 marrow cleansing pills. Please have everyone appraise them. The medicine family members were horrified when they heard that. Damn, those are actually marrow cleansing pills. Is he joking? The old judge examined them with a magnifying glass. These really are marrow cleansing pills, and their quality is even above the ordinary mortal grade. The crowd was utterly shocked. Damn, are those really marrow cleansing pills? But he's only 16. How is that possible? His father was overjoyed. Everyone from the medicine family, come take a look. Come here, come here. I never would have thought that Xinxiang at such a young age, would already possess this level of ability. You're too kind, too kind. It seems this match already has its result. Yao Tianhua was furious. Damn it, why? That country bumpkin. Shun Xiang smugly said, if you dare to bet, you should dare to accept the loss. Hurry up and hand it over. But the two from a medicine family already had a despicable plan. Just make your move. The medicine family has your back. I understand. After secretly communicating, the old man said, the 1,000-year beast core and the heavenly patterned fruit were staked, and the medicine family will not go back on its word. This is getting a bit serious. As Shun Xiang stepped forward to collect the wager, Yao Tianhua was already circulating his energy. He suddenly launched a sword energy sneak attack, using the ultimate move, Glimmering Light Phantom Clone. Countless phantom clones appeared around Shun Xiang and Bart, who said this was only a pill refining contest. Take this, Shun Xiang. The brat still confidently barked. Dying under the medicine family supreme technique is your honor. But Shun Xiang easily broke his ultimate technique. He appeared behind him and struck him on the head. The brat couldn't believe his move had been broken so easily. His real body had been found. Brother Xiang said, Glimmering Light Phantom is indeed the medicine family's signature technique. Shun Xiang immediately gathered his strength, and all the images he had created vanished at once. But you have countless openings. You can't even maintain the balance of your circulating true chi. It would be strange if I couldn't find your true body. Shun Xiang grabbed him by the hair and lifted him up. Let go, you little shrimp, release me. Shun Xiang said coldly, this time, I'll completely crush your despicable schemes. After that, he used True Fire Burst Killing Fist and punched him hard. The brat was sent flying over 10 meters before collapsing on the stage, unconscious. The old man standing below the arena still acted fierce as he said, Shun Xiang, I warn you, you'll pay for doing evil. Ha, ha. Your medicine family was the one who launched the sneak attack, and now the one refusing to admit defeat is also your medicine family. Want to play shameless tricks? I, Shun Xiang, will accompany you to the end. The old man angrily climbed onto the arena to fight. Arrogant brat, I must teach you a lesson. Shin Han Fan couldn't stand it and spoke up. The little rogue couldn't win, so now it's the old rogue's turn to use numbers to bully people? This medicine family truly has no shame. Someone then brought up the past. Damn, didn't you two brothers also gang up on people before? In the clan leader selection match, Brother Tianhu and Shun Dyer won fair and square. We were all convinced. Now Shin Xiang is the hope of our Shun family. Brother Tianhu, why don't you send me up there? We can't let Shun Dyer get into trouble. Don't rush. Observe the situation first. At that moment, Xian Xian walked over holding a candied haw skewer. Don't worry, Uncle Shun. Brother Xiang can easily defeat someone like that. On the arena, the two were already clashing fiercely. Boy, I know your long wind force is very strong, but you won't be able to touch me. This old man, who would have thought his body and bones would be this nimble? I need to deal with him before all my true chi is exhausted. Suddenly, he pretended to clutch his stomach in pain. Damn it, why is my Dante on? Seeing this, the old man immediately rushed in. This brat, his abdomen was wounded by Tianhua, and he's still pretending to be fine, forcing himself to endure until now. The old man swung a palm strike at him, and Shun Xiang pretended to block it with difficulty. You dodged the one above, but what about here? The old man then threw out another palm strike. Everyone in the Shun family worried for him. The clan leader immediately tried to stop the match. He is the hope of the Shun family. Nothing can happen to him. Xian Xian was still full of confidence that Shin Xiang would win. That old man's realm is too low. Shin Xiang continued acting, pretending to be in pain. Your left abdomen was injured by Glimmering Light Phantom, and now it's been struck again by my sunset palm. The old man laughed smugly. These two injuries have opposing attributes. Once they overlap, your meridians will be destroyed by the impact. But he had no idea that Brother Xiang was steadily moving closer to him. You'll be reduced to a cripple again. After grabbing the old man's robe, Shun Xiang's expression changed. Ah, is that so? Old man, take a good look. Where exactly is the wound from Glimmering Light Phantom? Damn, why is there only the wound from Sunset Palm? Damn it, you tricked me. Shun Xiang looked at him coldly and said, if I didn't trick you, how could I make you expose an opening right here? You shameless bastard, let this old man go at once. Fine, you struck me once, and by my rules, I'll return it 100-fold. Shun Xiang unleashed 100 true fire-killing fists, raining punches onto the old man's body. The old man's face swelled up as he lay motionless on the ground. You couldn't even take this much? You still owe me 33 punches. this. Xian stepped forward and said, "Brother Xiang, stop." Then she did something Shun Xiang couldn't understand. She handed some pills to the old man. "Seventh elder, these pills can help you recover quickly. Hurry and take them, then get up." The old man looked at her with deep gratitude. If someone dies, it won't be fun anymore. After taking these pills, you'll recover 50 to 60% in the blink of an eye. Xian then walked over and said to Shun Xiang, "He should be almost recovered now, Brother Xiang. Go ahead and keep beating him." The old man froze in fear, nearly wetting himself. Shun Xiang and Xian exchanged crafty looks. "As expected of my Xian, you understand me best." The old man howled in pain for being beaten again and again. "Shun Xiang, Shun family, we, the medicine family, will never let you off. From now on, don't even dream of buying a single pill from any medicine family shop." Ha. Do you think all the pills in Southern Martial Country belong to your family? That's right. Come on, little brother Xiang, let's go. I'll go back to your room with you and apply medicine. Cut to outside Shin Xiang's room. "Right, Xian, last time you said you wanted to introduce him senior." "To me?" She replied, "Well, that is." Before Xian could finish, an extremely oppressive aura entered from the doorway. Shin Xiang was startled by this source of power. "What is this?" A young woman walked up in front of the two of them. Her inner force incomparably strong. "Damn, the pressure is overwhelming. It feels like my body is being controlled. I can't help wanting to kneel." "Who exactly is this person?" The beautiful woman spoke. "Everyone below the 9th level realm will feel my kingly pressure and bow their heads in submission. Anyone who insists on resisting will have all 6 internal organs shattered." Brother Xiang was completely suppressed by this force. So that means this woman is at least at the 9th level realm or above. Even if I used all my strength, I wouldn't be able to harm her. The woman walked up to Shin Xiang and said, "What will you do? Bend your back and kneel, or keep your dignity and die miserably?" Shin Xiang still gritted his teeth and resisted the pressure. "You want to make me kneel? On what grounds? I kneel to heaven, to earth, to my parents, and to my benefactor and teacher. No matter how powerful a martial artist you are, I have no reason to kneel before you." Xian was just about to say something when she too was silence on the spot. Shin Xiang resisted with his own power. Yin and yang in harmony. All things at peace, spiritual energy born together. After that, the oppressive, true Qi vanished. The woman was also somewhat surprised by his power. My kingly pressure was actually neutralized by this strange stream of true Qi. She then said, "Very well, you pass. So this senior must be the martial Dao expert Xian mentioned. May I ask, senior, was that pressure just now some kind of trial? You're quite clever. Your potential isn't bad either. Far stronger than that dogshit so-called genius from the medicine family." Xian looked upset. "You scare me to death. Didn't you say you wouldn't bully little brother Xiang, master?" Shin Xiang quickly invited the senior into the room. He hurried off to pour water. "Please have some tea, senior." "Brother Xiang, earlier, I was afraid you would be distracted during the match, so I didn't dare tell you. Before this, I had already passed the initiation trial of a martial sect, and now Master intends to take me there. A martial sect, beyond the world of mortal martial artists. The person with the lowest cultivation there is still at the 9th level of mortal martial realm. Just now I heard Senior say that even people at the 9th level would still be affected by your kingly pressure. Your guess is correct. Xian is already at the 9th level of the mortal martial realm, and with her talent, if she cultivates under me for less than half a year, she will be able to break through to the true martial realm." Shin Xiang looked at her in shock. The true martial realm? I can't believe our Xian is about to become a transcendent super expert. Of course, I told you I was going to become a heroine. It is Xian's blessing to cultivate under Senior. I hope Senior will continue taking good care of Xian in the future. Young Shin Xiang, I know what you're thinking. Although the true martial realm sounds distant, with your potential and that stream of true Qi even I cannot see through, if you cultivate diligently, it is possible for you as well. If you reach the 9th level realm, you can still meet her again. Xian spoke up before this. The one I was most worried about was Brother Xiang. But now it seems even Master has acknowledged you, so there's no need to worry at all. Brother Xiang, you have to come find me soon. Once my cultivation reaches the 9th level of the mortal martial realm, I will come find you. Then the Senior opened a gate and stepped through into another space. We cannot remain in the mortal world for too long. When the time comes, you may go to the Divine Weapon Heavenly Kingdom to find her. The Divine Weapon Heavenly Kingdom? I remember. Brother Xiang, I'm leaving now. Okay, don't worry. Go on. I will come find you soon. You promised. I'll be waiting for you. Xian and the senior stepped through the gate and disappeared before his eyes. I didn't expect the gap between Xian and me to have grown this large already. I have to work even harder. After that, Shun Xiang discussed with his father the Shun family's financial issues. Could it be that our Shun family only has this little property left? As for money, once it starts circulating, it won't be a problem. It's just that after falling out with the medicine family, they cut off all the Shun family's medicinal supply. Without medicinal herbs, it will be very difficult for the younger generation of the Shun family to improve their cultivation. At that moment, someone walked in and said, "Doesn't the Shun family still have two alchemists?" The medicine family isn't the only source of herbs. As long as you have alchemists, you can absolutely rise again in the royal city. Why should you have to watch the medicine family's expressions? Shin Xiang was surprised. Damn, Pavilion Master of Lingdan Pavilion, why are you here? Stop calling me Pavilion Master of Lingdan Pavilion. In terms of seniority, I should be your ancestor. Hearing that, Brother Xiang bared his teeth and tugged the old man's hair as he said, "Old man, did you deliberately come all the way here just to become my ancestor?" Hearing this, the old man shouted angrily, "Damn it, Shun Tianhu, hurry up and teach your son some manners." After getting beaten black and blue by his father, Shun Xiang lowered his head and greeted him. "This junior, Shun Xiang, has offended Granduncle Shun. I hope you can forgive me." "Forget it. You didn't know, so I can understand. Back then, your grandfather and I fought fiercely over the position of clan leader. In the end, I gave up the competition, left the Shun family in anger, and decided never to concern myself with the Shun family's old affairs again." Shin Xiang immediately brought up the past. "More than just not concerning yourself, you forbade the alchemists from teaching me too. That was probably because you still resented the Shun family, right? Ahem, what's past is past. And now the Shun family has changed clan leaders. Among the younger generation, an outstanding talent like you has also appeared. How could I keep clinging to old grudges and refuse to let go? This time, the medicine family has truly gone too far in bullying others. It's time for me to do something for the Shun family as well." Shun Xiang's father then asked, "Granduncle, you just said you were going to the royal city?" "That's right. I'm going to the royal city to open an alchemy pavilion." "Damn, Granduncle, there are many powers in the royal city. If you and Xianger want to open a shop there, won't you face many obstacles?" "Don't worry. I, Shun Liuzuan, am somewhat well known in the alchemy world of southern martial country. Over these years, I've also accumulated some connections and resources. I'll go to the royal city first and prepare some formalities. You should recover from your injuries first before coming. With the strength of the two of us, grandfather and grandson, we will surely be able to establish ourselves in the royal city and bring prosperity to the Shun family." Brother Xiang asked blankly, "So I suddenly got myself another grandpa?" Scene change. 2 weeks later, in the royal city. The place was extremely lively. Shin Xiang carried a huge pack on his back, as expected of the royal city. If the Shun family can gain a foothold here, we won't have to worry about medicinal supplies anymore. Granduncle said to turn right after passing South Heaven Street. It should be this way, right? Suddenly, he saw a crowd gathered and asked, "Brothers, what are you all watching?" "We're watching the city lord Hua's third young master stir up trouble." "The city lord's son?" "That's right. Not only that, he's also the manager of Danxiang Medicine Estate. No idea how this Lingdan Pavilion ended up offending such an important person. How miserable. Whatever, as long as there's a good show to watch." Suddenly, a signboard came crashing down right in front of Shen Xiang. "Damn, wait, isn't that the signboard of Lingdan Pavilion?" Cut to inside Lingdan Pavilion. "Third young master, aren't you going a bit too far by doing this?" "Too far? Pavilion Master of Lingdan Pavilion, why don't you ask your people what they've done first? This brat is the city lord's son. Hwahayam, look at this injury of mine. Until now, I still can't even stand up. Given my status, not cutting off one of his legs already counts as merciful." The young employee of Lingdan Pavilion was chained by the neck as he tried to explain, "Pavilion Master, how could I possibly have injured him?" With one glance, the old man could tell this guy had come to cause trouble. "No need to say more. I understand." The brat barked again. "I, Hwahayam, am not an unreasonable man either. Since your people injured my leg, then I will take your shop." At the same time, Shan Xiang already had a stone in his hand. He hurled it fiercely at the brat, who was struck and cried out in pain. In a fit of anger, the brat jumped to his feet and cursed, "Which bastard dares to ambush me?" The guards following him couldn't see who did it. Too fast. It was an expert. "Protect the third young master." Brother Xiang strode out and said loudly, "Third waist." "Oh no. Third young master, wasn't your leg supposedly very badly injured? So what? It suddenly healed on its own." The brat had been exposed and didn't know how to answer. Ah, damn, wait, it was you who attacked me from behind. You got quite a lot of nerve. Furious, he ordered, men, seize him for me. Shen Xiang immediately released his power. If you've got the ability, then come. The brat's subordinates didn't dare rush forward. Are you deaf? I told you to capture him. Didn't you hear me? Brother Xiang said, looks like your subordinates know how to judge people better than you do. Unlike their master, who's hopelessly stupid. The subordinates trembled as they tried to persuade him. Third young master, this man's true chi is incomparably sharp. It will be better not to take the risk. He angrily struck them and cursed, damn useless trash, get out of my way. The brat tensed up in anger. He's just some bumpkin from the countryside. This young master will deal with you personally. He waved his arms around in front of Shen Xiang. This young master will let you taste my twilight, rain-shocking thunder. Shen Xiang immediately rushed forward and grabbed him by the throat. The brat was choking so badly he could barely breathe, yet he still shouted, who exactly are you? What do you want? Shen Xiang looked at him coldly and said, what do I want? You beat my people and smashed up my shop, and only now you think to ask why. The brat broke out in a cold sweat after hearing that. What? This shop is yours. Shen Xiang lifted him by the neck. Damn it, put me down. My father is the city lord. If you want to do business, we can negotiate. True, you're the city lord's son, and also the head steward of Danxiang Medicine Manor, backed by two major powers. Hearing Shen Xiang say that, the brat immediately brightened. Good that you know. Then why aren't you letting go? Shen Xiang slapped him hard across the face. You dare hit me? Even my father has never hit me. The brat still yelled arrogantly, you damned commoner, kneel right now and beg me to spare your life. Then I'll ask my father to spare you too. One side of his face was already swollen and uneven, so Shen Xiang gave him another slap on the other cheek. Both of his cheeks swelled up like buns. Trembling violently, he couldn't even speak properly. Shen Xiang stepped forward and said, you're just an abandoned pawn. Don't you think you're overestimating yourself? The Hua family of King City is famous for its secret art, firmament thunder rain. Even an outsider like me knows that. Yet all you can use is the lowest grade twilight, rain-shocking thunder. With your status as the city lord's son, and still being arranged to become nothing more than a shop steward, you're already useless in your father's eyes. Don't you understand? Even if the Hua family wants revenge for you, in the end, would they really offend the two alchemists of our Lingdan pavilion for the sake of a discarded piece like you? After hearing Shen Xiang ramble on like that, the brat refused to believe it. No, that's not true. The people outside also started discussing it. Who in King City doesn't know about that? And he just said it out loud. This young man really kills without a blade. Shen Xiang coldly drove him off. Enough. Get out. If you keep pestering me, don't blame me for being rude. With his cheeks swollen, the brat started crying miserably. Wah, it's not like I wanted this either. Father is biased. He saw that my aptitude wasn't good, so he poured all the family resources into eldest brother and second brother. The entire King City knows that the Hua family's third young master is a worthless cripple. Everyone laughs at me. He clung to Shen Xiang's leg and wailed. Do you think I chose this? What can I even do? Wah. At the same time, the clerk from earlier had gone to inform the master of Lingdan Pavilion. The old man turned to Shen Xiang and said, Kid, we just got word. The master of Danxiang Manor and his elder brother, the young city lord Hualei, are leading a group this way. I'm afraid they've come to demand justice for this fellow. After hearing that, Shen Xiang thought to himself, Danxiang Medicine Manor and the Hua family, rulers of King City. Right now, neither side is someone I can afford to offend. As for the brat, he sat in a corner crying pitifully. You're all genius alchemists, heaven's favored sons raised by your clan since childhood. Of course, you could never understand someone like me. Shen Xiang walked over to him, a flame of true chi appearing in his hand. The brat panicked, thinking he was about to get beaten again. Why you still want to hit me? Wah. Shen Xiang said gently, no. I just want to tell you that I understand very well what it feels like to be neglected by your family and turn into everyone's joke. The brat was stunned. What did you say? The Shun family was the laughingstock of Crouching Tiger City for many years. You can ask around if you want. Fortunately, my father always supported me, and I never gave up. So in the end, I was able to change everything. Shen Xiang patted him on the shoulder and comforted him. Do you want to work with me in a race that cripple label? After all, nobody wants to be trashed for their whole life, right? The brat was so moved he spoke tearfully. Really, big brother Shen? Of course. I'm not joking. A moment later, countless soldiers were already waiting below Lingdan Pavilion. The old man said, Kid, the other side came here aggressively. Are you sure about this? Shen Xiang confidently replied, Don't worry, granduncle. Nothing will happen. Below, a long-haired young man with a fierce, gloomy face carried a giant hammer and loudly ordered the soldiers, "Seize the culprit for me." This man was Hua Chenyu, the young city lord of King City. After shouting, he turned toward the carriage and spoke much more softly. "Man, Master Hua, rest assured, I, Hua, will definitely give you a satisfactory explanation." Inside the carriage sat a voluptuous and alluring woman. Hua Chenyu immediately ordered, "Men, charge!" From inside Lingdan Pavilion, Shun Xiang released a burst of power that suppressed those soldiers. Grabbing one soldier by the collar, he strode out and declared loudly, "These thieves have repeatedly come to cause trouble at our Lingdan Pavilion. Does this King City not even have a single official capable of handling matters?" Seeing this, Hua Chenyu shouted, "So it was you. You injured my third brother and severely wounded the King City guards right in front of me. Do you know your crime? Your third brother? So you're the Hua family's young city lord." Shun Xiang replied coldly, "Your brother smashed up our pill pavilion for no reason. Your subordinates attacked me without distinguishing right from wrong. Young city lord, may I ask what crime you yourself are guilty of?" Infuriated, watching you rush forward. "What did you just say? How dare you?" "The dignity of my Hua family. This King City is not a place for a brat like you to provoke. Today I'll let you know the consequences of angering the Hua family." The surrounding soldiers were terrified as well. "Run! The young city lord is going to kill him." Xinxiang showed no fear at all and rushed forward to attack. But before Xinxiang's strike could land, Hua Chenyu had already vanished. He disappeared, then the brat appeared in midair and dove down towards Xinxiang with an attack. Amid the broad daylight, one hammer decides life and death. This was the Hua family's ultimate technique, Firmament Thunder Rain. Seeing that, Xinxiang used White Tiger Vajra to block it. Then, with a thunderous boom, the whole area shook. He had actually blocked the attack. Xinxiang's clothes were torn to shreds, and Hua Chenyu was utterly shocked. "What? You're still alive?" Xinxiang simply threw away the ruined shirt. "I still haven't fully mastered White Tiger Vajra. If I'd known, I wouldn't have listened to Sister Mei Yao." Jiao Jiao grew angry when she heard that. "You brat, weren't you the one who insisted on learning it? Now you've bitten off more than you can chew, and you blame us." Hua Chenyu landed in front of Xinxiang. So the little brat got lucky and blocked it. Xinxiang remained calm. "Lucky? I don't think so." Furious, Hua Chenyu charged again and swung his hammer at Xinxiang. "Don't get cocky too soon. You dodged once, but can you dodge every time?" All of Hua Chenyu's attacks were easily evaded by Xinxiang. That last strike let me notice the tiny gap between each wave of lightning force. So now it's my turn to counterattack. Xinxiang struck out with one palm, blasting Hua Chenyu over 10 meters away. Grinding his teeth in pain, Hua Chenyu snarled, "Damn it! You dare lay hands on me in King City? You'd better think carefully about the consequences." Suddenly, a strange aura shot out from the carriage and bound Hua Chenyu. A sweet voice rang out, "Don't be so angry, young city lord. You two are both outstanding young talents, the future pillars of the Southern Martial Kingdom. Why must you insist on determining superiority here?" A voluptuous woman in a seductive purple dress stepped out. She was the manor master of Danxiang Medicine Manor. She continued, "Why not do this humble woman the favor of shaking hands and making peace? What do you think, young Master Xinxiang?" Xinxiang opened his mouth in surprise. "You know me? Of course. Young Master Shun's match against the Yao family has long since spread to King City. Everyone knows about it." This woman kept praising Xinxiang. "Young Master Xinxiang is truly a young hero. As for that Yao Tianhua, he lost both the man and the match. I'm afraid that will affect the Yao family's cooperation in King City. Am I right, young city lord?" Hearing this, Hua Chenyu thought to himself, "Hua Yueyin clearly knows I have dealings with the Yao family. Is she persuading me to switch my support to another clan?" Then the woman had someone bring out an enormous chest of treasure. "Just a small gift. I hope young master won't laugh at it." Xinxiang stared blankly and asked, "We've only just met, and you're giving me this much gold?" "Third young master is the head steward of my medicine manor. If he did wrong, then Danxiang Medicine Manor did wrong. To make amends, I hope young master will accept this gift." Xinxiang was still hesitant, unable to understand what was going on. This woman really made people feel that something about her was unusual. The master of Lingdan Pavilion also stepped out and said, "So you understand. Good. Don't worry, child. That woman can't fool this old man. Let me handle her. Damn, granduncle really is as sharp as ever. He walked over and grabbed the young woman's hand with a lecherous grin. Manor Master is so young, and yet already so capable. No wonder someone in the springtime of her youth can hold such an important position. The young woman looked displeased and tried to pull her hand free. Master of Lingdan Pavilion, you flatter me. The old man looked at her so greedily, he was practically drooling. We really should prioritize the bigger picture and work together for the long term. Don't you agree? Shen Xiang stood nearby, sighing helplessly. This old goat really is something. I truly overestimated him. At that moment, Hua Chenyu spoke up, but my third brother is still injured. This concerns the Hua family's face. You'd better give me a satisfactory explanation. The third young master peeked down from upstairs, deeply moved. Big brother really isn't like father. Solby, he still does care about me. Shen Xiang said, third young master isn't actually hurt at all. On the contrary, young city lord, you used firmament thunder rain here. Weren't you afraid of accidentally injuring him? With a disdainful expression, Hua Chenyu said, that useless waste. He knows full well that he's nothing but a useless ornament, and he can't even fulfill the role of an ornament properly. He only ever does things that make the Hua family lose face. Even if I accidentally injured him, that would still be better than letting him stay here and be a joke for the whole world. Hearing this from upstairs, the third young master froze. Then he hurried downstairs and said, it worked. It really worked. He ran over and grabbed Shen Xiang's hand. Brother, your pill is absolutely miraculous. Not only are the wounds I just suffered already healed, even my long-standing deficiency problem has been completely cured. While I was treating third young master's injuries, I also took his pulse. The brat happily shouted, Zhang Kai, go notify Spring Breeze Courtyard and tell the ladies to get ready. Today, this young master wants to reserve the whole place for private enjoyment. Then he turned back and asked blankly, Big brother, do you want to come along? Hua Chenyu's face darkened with rage, but he didn't answer. If big brother isn't going, then little brother will enjoy it all by himself. After that, he turned and left as well. Damn useless thing, making me lose face. The master of Lingdan Pavilion, now bruised black and blue after being beaten by the beautiful woman, asked, Damn, I never expected this. In the end, the one who got us out of trouble was the Hua family's third son? Wait, could this have been your goal, all along? Make him understand his position in the Hua family, then use that as a chance to win him over. Shen Xiang smiled and said, Who knows? But at least now the whole King City knows one thing. The Shen family's Dan King Pavilion is about to open. The scene shifted to the mountains near King City, where Jiao Jiao was lying lazily in the forest. Who would have thought the mortal world also has a place this good? The spiritual energy here can even be considered abundant. My whole body feels much more comfortable now. You were suffocating from staying inside that ring for too long, weren't you? Cultivating Long Yuan Gong here really is far more effective. The flowers, grass, and medicinal herbs nearby are also growing rapidly under the influence of Long Yuan. If this keeps up, in less than 3 months, I should be able to refine a golden spirit fruit that would normally need 1,000 years to bear. Suddenly, an axe flew over a high speed. Don't touch my stuff. Shen Xiang reacted quickly and dodged it. Who's there? One of them stepped out, gripping an axe aggressively. We found these herbs first. Don't even think about taking them. The two girls immediately said, Where did these killjoys come from? Boy, go teach them a lesson. But be gentle, all right? Best if you just break their bones so there won't be any blood. Shen Xiang was speechless. Is there anyone as gentle as you two? That man pulled off his hood. It was the bandit from before. Do you even know who I am? You dare steal business from us. Seeing him, Shen Xiang suddenly remembered. Haven't we met somewhere before? The fierce brat charged forward to attack, but Shen Xiang easily subdued him, smashing his head hard into the ground. 2 months ago, weren't you mountain bandits on Crouching Tiger Mountain? Why have you changed trades and started gathering herbs now? The brat still didn't remember. What mountain bandit? Shen Xiang immediately took out the white tiger whip. Fina, if you don't remember, I'll beat you until you do. Shen Xiang wrapped the whip around him. The man screamed miserably in pain. Shen Xiang then flung him hard into the cliff with a bang. With his face bruised and battered, the brat finally remembered. Wah, this true Qi. You are young Master Shun of the Shun family. Shen Xiang walked over coldly and said, Then talk. Who exactly are you people? Why did you disguise yourselves as mountain bandits before? The man immediately kowtowed frantically and begged for mercy. My name is Wei Dazhuang. We're all herb gatherers from the Wei family. Normally, we're responsible for supplying medicinal ingredients to the Yao family. Shen Xiang asked further. The ones who caused trouble at the Shun family banquet were also you? Yes, young Master Shun. The Yao family's seventh elder ordered us to do it. Little Yu also spoke up. I knew that damned old thing was sinister. Shen Xiang's anger flared. If that's the case, then I'll settle both old and new grudges together, starting with you. Hearing this, the brat was so frightened he nearly wet himself. Wah, young Master Shun, spare my life. We were forced into it too. Young Master Shun, please spare me. I'll help you deal with the Yao family, to deal with Yao Tianhua. He's on the road to Dongping City right now. The scene shifted to Dongping City, where a carriage was racing along the road. Get out of the way up front. Don't you see this is the Yao family's carriage? Shen Xiang angrily gripped the white tiger whip. The Yao family's carriage? He rushed forward and lashed the carriage hard. The carriage split in two. Yao Tianhua and the old man inside had no time to react before they were thrown to the ground. Damn it, that true Qi. It's Shen Xiang. Why are you here? Shen Xiang, filled with killing intent, walked toward them. Shouldn't you be asking yourselves that? If you don't want people to know, then don't do it in the first place. Stop wasting words on him. Seventh granduncle. Let's kill him together. This brat's true Qi is very strange. I'll take this strength-borrowing pill. Shen Xiang snorted. I knew you shameless bastards would stoop this low. Fine, come at me together. I alone am enough for both of you. The two attacked at the same time. Tianhua, move together with me. Understood, seventh granduncle. Yao Tianhua immediately unleashed glimmering shadow steps. As for the old man, after swallowing the pill, his body became much stronger and his muscles bulged. He unleashed blazing sun chain palms. Both techniques struck toward Shen Xiang at the same time. With a loud crash, a huge crater appeared in the ground. The old man was certain Shen Xiang had died. That little ant must have been blasted into dust already. From within the drifting smoke, Shen Xiang appeared, leaving both men dumbfounded. In just 2 months, your glimmering shadow steps have reached the power of the 7th mortal martial realm, as expected of the Yao family's genius. Unfortunately, I've advanced faster than you. The two were stunned speechless. Damn, how is that possible? How is he still alive? Shen Xiang said coldly. Now it's my turn to counterattack. Shen Xiang lashed the white tiger whip toward the two of them. They were bound tightly, in such agony that they couldn't resist at all. Shen Xiang then moved in to finish off those two villains. You will be punished as your crimes deserve. The scene shifted back to Lingdan Pavilion. The herb-gathering bandit hurried in. Haha, Boss Shun, I've delivered the medicinal ingredients you wanted. Xiao Quan, help him unload. Sit down and have some tea. With a forced smile, Beard Chong said to him, Boss Shun, the news outside is spreading like wildfire now. Everyone says Yao Tianhua's convoy has vanished, and now not even their bones can be found. Don't worry, I don't know anything. I only know the Yao family is in chaos right now. This is exactly the opportunity for your Dan King Pavilion. Shen Xiang replied happily. Good, then I'll leave the medicinal ingredients to you. The brat let out a long breath of relief. Phew, good thing I didn't pick the wrong side. Suddenly, the master of Lingdan Pavilion came back and slammed the door open. You little brat, why did you call me back in such a hurry? Is there something so important? Granduncle, come with me quickly. I've got a treasure to show you. What treasure is so mysterious? He immediately pointed at a box. It's in here. Uncle Master, please open it. If this brat really dragged me all the way to Spring Breeze just to talk business over some trash, I'll beat you up. The old man opened it, and instantly, damn, a dazzling light shone straight into his face. This is a 1,000-year golden spirit fruit. The old man was overjoyed. This thing needed 1,000 years to grow into a tree, and another 1,000 years to bear fruit. Moreover, whether it was the peel or the flesh, both were immensely useful for refining high-grade pills. This was exactly the kind of treasure every alchemist coveted. Granduncle, your drool is dripping. The old man turned excitedly and asked Shen Xiang, Brat, where did you get so many of these? Shen Xiang merely smiled and replied, Hee hee, I can't tell you that. These golden spirit fruits, I used a few special methods. He thought to himself, I didn't expect the dragon saliva technique to be even more astonishing than I imagined. No wonder Sister Meow told me never to reveal it. Anyway, Granduncle, keep these golden spirit fruits safe. Our pill pavilion has only just been established. I'm planning to use them to recruit people and expand our influence. With these as bait, I'm sure all the outstanding alchemists in the Southern Martial Kingdom will be willing to give it a try. Soon after, many people came to register for the trial. Don't cut in line. I've been waiting in line for 2 whole weeks. The applicants discussed among themselves. If I don't get selected, can I at least smell a golden spirit fruit? Just looking at it would be enough. Kid, this time we won't have to worry about not being able to recruit anyone. At that moment, an old man walked over and shouted, "Who's in charge here? Get out here." He pointed straight at the signboard of the Spirit Pill Pavilion and barked, "Change that name for me. You people aren't worthy of it." Shun Xiang stepped down and said coldly, "What? Are you so full you have nothing better to do? What my pill pavilion is called has anything to do with you." The old man said confidently, "Because I am the Pill King." This old man was the master of the profound Yang Pill Furnace, an extremely accomplished alchemist in the royal city. So it was Ming Bo, the Southern Martial Kingdom's famed master. Not only were his alchemy skills exceptional, but he also possessed the iconic profound Yang Pill Furnace. In ordinary hands, this furnace was merely a top-grade pill furnace. In truth, it was a dragon-level spiritual artifact. Holding the furnace in his hand, the old man radiated imposing momentum as he shouted, blinded by it, "Are you? If you know what's good for you, change that signboard right now." Mei Yao appeared and said, "With that level, he dares call himself a pill king? Even you might not necessarily lose to him." Shun Xiang asked, "Sister Mei Yao, is that true?" "Of course. And that profound Yang Pill Furnace is indeed a treasure. You also sense that strange connection with it, didn't you?" Hearing Mei Yao's words, Shun Xiang said confidently, "If that's the case, then let's have a match. If I lose, I'll change the signboard and compensate you with one golden spirit fruit. But if you lose," suddenly, the master of the Spirit Pill Pavilion whispered to him, "If he loses, take his pill furnace." Shun Xiang pretended to say, "He's old. He makes his living with that furnace. If he loses it, he'll have nothing left." Overhearing that, the old man said with equal confidence, "In that case, I'll wager this profound Yang Pill Furnace. To make it fair, this competition will use this old man's pill furnace. You two have no objections, right?" "Of course. I trust the reputation of the Spirit Pill Pavilion's master." Shun Xiang asked, "Granduncle, why do we have to use your pill furnace?" "You'll know in a moment." He immediately raised his pill furnace high with his chi. "Next, both of you ignite your true chi flames and pour your divine sense into the pill furnace." Shun Xiang still complained about his furnace. "Isn't this just pill refining? Why make it so complicated? Stop talking nonsense. Just do it. You little brat, why do you talk so much?" Shun Xiang immediately followed his instructions. He directed his true chi flame into the pill furnace. Suddenly, the furnace brought him into another space. "What the where is this?" "Brat, this is how high-level alchemists like us conduct alchemy contests. The two of you have entered this spiritual space by channeling your own true fire into my pill furnace. From now on, the competition isn't just about alchemy skill anymore. It also includes the ability to control your own true fire divine beast." The old man walked over and said to him, "Those medicinal bats you see are divine beasts created from the concretization of my true fire divine beasts. No wonder this place feels like a divine realm." Mei Yao appeared and added, "To be precise, this still doesn't count as a divine realm. It's only a crude imitation by later generations of alchemists of my master's alchemy Tao, but the principles are the same." "Well, kid, are you confident now?" Shun Xiang stretched his limbs and said confidently, "Of course. I've been put through plenty of torment in a place like this before." The old man also spoke up. "Looks like this is your first time having an alchemy contest in the spiritual sense. I can give you a 3-point handicap and withdraw all these medicinal bats." Shun Xiang replied boldly, "No need. Isn't it just controlling a true fire divine beast?" Shun Xiang immediately summoned Bifong. "Help me out here." The eagle lion-like bird immediately appeared. The old man was shocked. "At your age, how much training have you gone through to condense such dense true fire? Since that's the case, then I'll go all out too." He also summoned countless bloodthirsty bats, which charged forward. Then Bifong's fire in those medicinal bats launched a fierce clash. But because Shun Xiang's combat experience was still lacking, he had a rather hard time fending off the old man's attacks. Seeing this, Mei Yao appeared and said, "You idiot, did you forget the very first lesson Bifong taught you?" Shun Xiang immediately remembered those 3 cute little quail-like birds. "Sister Mei Yao, you mean..." Mei Yao smacked Shun Xiang on the head and said, "You stinking men always think bigger is better, but sometimes enough is enough. Too big isn't always good. So that's how it is. Sister Mei Yao, what should I do?" "Pour your true fire and divine sense into Bifong. It will help you." Shun Xiang immediately did as she said, splitting the eagle lion-like bird into 3 cute little quails. One tree does not make a forest, but three together, well, more than enough. Under the fierce assault of the three little birds, the old man also found it very difficult to hold out. After fighting for some time, neither side could gain the upper hand, and both men's strength gradually ran dry. They both decided, let's settle this in one final clash right now, senior. The old man agreed as well. That was my intention too. Then both of them used everything they had and charged at each other to decide the victor. A loud explosion erupted within the divine realm. The scene shifted back outside. Shun Xiang staggered backward, coughing up blood. The crowd discussed among themselves. Looks like Shun Xiang lost. That's only normal. After all, his opponent is the Pill King. The old man also said, what a pity. That final strike affected me, so I couldn't refine the Gangchi pill. Shin Xiang wiped the blood from his mouth and said confidently, you're being too modest. I refined it. He immediately brought out 5 pills in front of everyone. The aura emanating from these Gangchi pills contained not a trace of impurity. Such skill could only be called heaven-defying. Just how did he refine them? Senior, that means I won, right? Truly young and outstanding. This old man accepts the result of this match wholeheartedly. As promised, the profound Yang Pill Furnace belongs to you now. For Senior to let go of such a treasure so readily, this Junior deeply admires you. After that, the old man turned to leave. For all these years, I've relied on this pill furnace for too long and neglected the fundamental path of alchemy. Now it has found a better master. Shen Xiang cupped his fists and said, this Junior begs your bold indulgence. Senior, please join the Pill King Pavilion and take the position of chief alchemist within the Pill King Pavilion. The old man was surprised and had yet to decide. Shen Xiang immediately took out a golden spirit fruit. This is just a small token of my sincerity. The master of the Spirit Pill Pavilion also stepped forward and added, if Elder Meng is willing to honor us by joining, then the name Pill King Pavilion will truly live up to itself. Hearing this, the old man happily agreed. Thank you for not looking down on me. Seeing this, everyone began shouting that they wanted to join the Spirit Pill Pavilion as well. Boss Shun, look at me. I'm hardworking and don't cause trouble. I want to join too. As for recruitment, we'll still have to leave it to our chief alchemist to decide. The master of the Spirit Pill Pavilion and Shun Xiang were overjoyed. Good, this is great, kid, great. Great indeed. Unexpectedly, a worker from the Spirit Pill Pavilion ran in to report, young Master Shun, the carriage from Danxiao Medicine Manor is outside. They say the Manor Lord invites you to visit as a guest. Shun Xiang was rather surprised by this invitation. 1 week later, Shun Xiang was sitting in a carriage on his way to Danxiao Medicine Manor. Danxiao Medicine Manor belonged to Hua Yueyin. Behind it was likely Danxiang Taoyuan, one of the 8 great sects. These 8 great martial sects were the most renowned sects on the entire martial world continent. Each one controlled massive resources and top-tier martial artists. It could be said that every mortal martial artist fought to join them. That meant Danxiang Taoyuan's alchemy must also be formidable. Mei Yao said sleepily, with me teaching you alchemy, even if you want to join one, you should join Taiwu sect, the one with the strongest martial path among the 8 great sects. Shen Xiang asked, Sister Mei Yao, are you not feeling very well? Isn't it all because of your treasure? It was red hot. Senior sister's body of utmost Yin was tormented miserably by it. Shen Xiang took out the pill furnace. Does it really have that much effect? Why is it that after recognizing a master with blood, it can change? The size of the furnace? She can release her utmost Yin aura to resist it somewhat. So I was the only one who got hurt. Then you've really had a hard, Sister Mei Yao. Ha! Mei Yao lay down and twisted her body seductively. And you still don't know how to massage your big sister? She moved close to him. Remember this clearly. You must go to Taiwu sect among the 8 great sects. Don't let that woman seduce you. Don't look where you shouldn't look, and don't think about things you shouldn't think about. Don't worry, Sister Mei Yao. I guarantee I can do it. The scene shifted to Danxiang Medicine Manor. That beautiful Danxiang Pavilion mistress was bathing and waiting temptingly for Shen Xiang. No man can escape the palm of my hand, including you, Shen Xiang. Shen Xiang stepped into Danxiang Medicine Manor and stood before this beautiful woman. He stammered, this is real. The woman stood before Shen Xiang in a seductive pose, while he stared fixedly at her full, round breasts and couldn't even speak properly. Could it be that Danxiang Taoyuan has some kind of special secret medicine? Mei Yao angrily cursed, you little brat, didn't you say you wouldn't look? That's not fair, Sister Mei Yao. I was only thinking about alchemy, as if I'd believe you. At that moment, she moved right up beside him and said gently, "If young Master Shun cares that much, why not feel it for yourself? Then you'll know whether this servant girl's body is natural or not." Shin Xiang was struggling internally. No, I can't fall into this woman's trap. She said again, "Young Master, did you understand what this little woman just said?" Of course I understood. You want to trick me into joining Danxiang Taoyuan. If I become an inner disciple, you can get a reward too. How can you call that tricking? Isn't this a good thing, where both sides benefit? Shen Xiang said with a firm gaze, "But unfortunately, I've already decided to join Taiwu's sect." She was startled. Taiwu sect? That's the hardest sect to enter, and also the strongest among the 8 great sects. You really want to go there? I clearly already paved the road for you. She stepped forward and continued to seduce Shen Xiang. If you become a true disciple, then this servant girl will belong to you. At worst, I can even be your concubine. I'm not some pampered young lady like Miss Shui who only knows how to dote on little Xiang Xiang. She pretended to fall into his arms, but Shun Xiang sidestepped. No need. She fell flat on her face. Manor Lord Hua is indeed experienced. I suppose quite a few talented juniors have already fallen for your tricks. Young Master Shun, you're too mean. Not only did you reject me, you even mocked me for being older and from a different generation than you. If young Master Shun changes his mind, come find me anytime. But I also have a big treasure I want to offer Manor Lord Hua in exchange for some spirit money." She asked happily, "What big treasure is it?" Shin Xiang immediately took out a 1,000-year blood Ganoderma. The woman's expression changed at once. "Oh my, and here I thought you meant that treasure." Brothers, here's a brief overview of the 8 great sects. First is Taiwu sect, the strongest martial sect on the martial world continent. It benefits from a system of 3,000 martial academies and has cultivated nearly half of the continent's true martial realm experts, firmly occupying the top position among the 8 great sects. Next is Divine Weapon Heavenly Kingdom, number 1 in weapon forging among the 8 great sects. It possesses mysterious ancient forging arts, and legend says that countless lost divine weapons are stored within Divine Weapon Heavenly Kingdom. Then there is Danxiang Taoyuan, acknowledged across the entire martial world continent for its alchemy, and in charge of evaluating and certifying alchemists. Next comes Icewind Valley, a sect famous for cultivating arts of utmost Yin and utmost Yang. Its numbers are relatively small, but only those with the most special and outstanding bloodlines are allowed to enter. The lower 4 sects among the 8 great sects are Beast Martial Sect, which focuses on beast transformation cultivation; Proud Sword Sect, which nurtures sword intent; True Martial Sect, a sect under Taiwu's sect; and finally Lotus Island, a newly founded mysterious sect. The scene shifted to the center of the royal city. Shen Xiang walked along happily counting money. A single 1,000-year blood Ganoderma had sold for 400,000 spirit coins. This time, he could buy even more materials to grow golden spirit fruits. Suddenly, he saw the registration site for the Royal City Martial Tournament, and it suddenly hit him. So it's today. I almost forgot. Here, everyone was taking turns registering. If you're ready, begin. Anyone who can produce yellow or higher passes. One young man said very confidently, "Move aside, it's my turn." He punched the registration stone pillar with all his strength. A green color appeared on the stone pillar. "Green grade. You may proceed to the preliminary selection." "Great, I passed." The people around him said, "Hurry up and get lost, fatty. What's there to be so happy about?" With green, once you get there, you'll only be the one getting beaten up. The kid left in tears. "I passed, and you still won't even let me be happy for a second?" More than half of them still haven't passed yet. "Next person, please." Shen Xiang then stepped up to try. He gathered his strength and struck the registration pillar. "Let's see what color I can produce now." But his power was too great, and the registration pillar shattered into pieces. Everyone stared in shock, mouths agape. So this stone pillar was that fragile? If I'd known, I would have held back a little. Suddenly, a voice approached and asked, "What's going on here? Why is there such a commotion?" "Third young master, this man just broke the trial stone." That person was also surprised. Who could have broken it? Shin Xiang turned around and gave an awkward smile. "Sorry about that, it was me." Hee. "What? Brother Shin Xiang?" After that, he invited Shin Xiang back to his residence to talk. "Brother Shin Xiang, do you really want to participate in the Royal City Martial Tournament? It's the grand event held once every 3 years. This is an opportunity for the young martial artists of the Southern Martial Kingdom. I have no reason to refuse." "Then it seems you still don't know. The organizers of this martial tournament, besides the royal city itself, also include the Yao family. The Yao family? That's right. Although I don't know exactly what grudge exists between you and the Yao family. Lately, they've been looking for ways to deal with you. The martial tournament is dangerous enough already, but the Yao family is even more sinister and vicious. Brother Xin Xiang, your life is more important than that. I knew it. There was no way things between me and the Yao family could be settled so easily. They were in the dark, making it hard to act against them directly. After that, Shan Xiang leaned in and quietly told this third young master something. You really want to do that? The scene shifted to a forest in the mountains. After winning the pill furnace, Shan Xiang used it to train and increase his strength. There are runes flying out of the pill furnace. Information is automatically pouring into my mind. In the ancient era, on Heavenly Mountain, Yanlongzi made a covenant with a true dragon and used the blood of a fire dragon. So that's how it is. This pill furnace originated in ancient times and was forged by someone named Yanlongzi. The fire true qi, influenced by the fire dragon blood jade inside the furnace, can help make the pill refining process more stable. Most importantly, this pill furnace also has an inverted yin-yang formation like this one, which can make time inside the furnace pass faster. It will greatly improve the effects during alchemy. If I can make use of it, then wouldn't I be able to refine a large quantity of strong Qi Dan and quickly advance to the 7th level? Realm. Shun Xiang was completely absorbed in training when Mei Yao suddenly said, "Hey, stinky little brother, we're being watched." "Don't worry, Sister Mei Yao. I hear you." All of a sudden, Shun Xiang sensed danger. "Sister Mei Yao, get back into the ring now." At that same moment, an arrow shot straight towards Shun Xiang at high speed. Shun Xiang immediately took control of it and made it fly back the other way. The arrow instantly pierced and killed an assassin who had been trying to murder him. Strange, why did so many people suddenly show up? And they're clearly after you. I had Hua Han deliberately spread the news. Sure enough, the Yao family's hunting dogs took the bait right away. Took the bait? But why do I feel like you're the one at a disadvantage right now? What good does luring them here do for you? Sister Mei Yao said. The white tiger, true Qi, needs battle to nourish its intent. The King City Martial Tournament is drawing near. I was just worried I had no opponent. So this is a perfect chance to use them for practice. Shun Xiang asked the assassins, "Who are you? Who sent you here? If you speak honestly now, I can still leave you a path to live." One dim-witted leader immediately shouted, "What nonsense are you spouting? If we told you everything, how would our Black Wind gang survive in the martial world after this?" His underlings all froze speechless and turned to look at him, cursing him inwardly. How could someone this stupid become the boss? He blurted everything out before anyone even asked properly. The leaders still didn't understand what was wrong. Was I wrong? Shun Xiang gripped the white tiger whip, his gaze turning cold. If that's the case, then members of the Black Wind gang, you'll just have to sacrifice yourselves for righteousness. Third boss, now that we've been exposed, should we still fight? That idiot leader flew into a rage. Damn it, how did this brat find out? Is there a traitor among us? Then he waved it off. Forget it, he's alone. All of you charge. Shen Xiang also rushed forward with the white tiger whip to attack them. Relying on their numbers, the assassins charged from all directions. Shen Xiang summoned the white tiger spirit beast to suppress them. After a fierce clash, the assassins were left sprawled all over the ground. They stared in terror. You've already reached the 7th level realm? How is that possible? Judging by the form of my true Qi, I'm still only at the 6th level right now. But after combining with the Flame Dragon Treasure Furnace, the power of my techniques became much stronger. No wonder they mistook me for someone in the 7th level. Shin Xiang then asked them, to say it plainly, did the Yao family send you here? What exactly are you after? The mentally stunted leader still refused to speak. If you got the guts, kill me. I'm the 3rd boss of the Black Wind Gang. How could I possibly tell you? Oh, so you won't talk? Shen Xiang's killing intent flared. You have the right to stay silent, but I have my own ways of making you talk. The idiot leader panicked. The legendary demonic true Qi. Everything you used before was pure yang martial arts. Who exactly are you? Why do you know demonic arts? Shen Xiang placed his hand on the assassin's head and ended his life. A loud explosion shook the entire forest. Before dying, the man managed to say, Dan King. Shen Xiang suddenly realized it was the Dan King Pavilion. So they had used alluring the tiger away from the mountain tactic. He immediately rushed back toward the Dan King Pavilion. I should have thought of it earlier. With how vicious the Yao family is, there's no way they would strike only at me or only at the Dan King Pavilion. This time I used myself as bait, but instead I ended up giving them a chance to attack the Dan King Pavilion. I wonder how Granduncle and the Alchemists are doing. Based on what that 3rd boss of the Black Wind Gang said this place should have been their real target. So why does everything look perfectly normal? Suddenly, Shun Xiang looked upstairs and saw his father and Shun Han Fan chatting happily. Father? Uncle Shun Han, when did you two get here? Did you run into any martial artists causing trouble? We did. But what martial artists? They were just a bunch of bandits using despicable tricks. The two heroes of the Shun family drove them off. Shun Xiang was overjoyed that nothing serious had happened. That's good. Thank you both. Don't worry, kid. We knew you were out training. If anything happens, the Shun family has your back. Then, unexpectedly, Shun Xiang's father suddenly coughed up a mouthful of blood. He immediately lost his footing and collapsed to the ground. Father, are you okay? The scene shifts to Shun Xiang's room in the spirit, Dan Pavilion. The pavilion master of the spirit Dan Pavilion was treating Shun Xiang's father. Tianhu's internal condition is in complete chaos right now. His true qi is flowing in reverse. I use my own true qi to temporarily seal his meridians to keep him alive. Shun Xiang asked, Uncle Shun Han, who exactly did you fight? What happened? It really was a group of bandits. Even their leader was only at the 8th level realm. Brother Tianhu and I drove them back several times. That bandit leader suffered even more than we did. The spirit Dan Pavilion Master added, they must have used some kind of sinister technique and it only activated now. Look at Tianhu's wound. Does this look like an injury caused by a single claw? Shin Han Fan began to panic. Then does that mean? Could I have been affected too? Right after that, blood also began to flow from Shun Han Fan's mouth. Damn it, we fell for it. The poison is spreading. Both men were so badly injured they couldn't even stand and lay there helplessly. For the time being, the two of them are not in critical danger. You should get some rest as well. Focus on preparing for the martial tournament. The Dan King Pavilion still has this old man here. Then I'll leave it to you, Grand Uncle. Go on. Shun Xiang walked away in sorrow. Sister Yu, did you recognize the strange wound on my father's body? That is the mark of the grasping hand demonic art. The one who casts it leaves a mark on the martial artist's body, allowing them to continuously absorb the victim's true qi and essence. In less than 3 days, the victim's true qi will be completely drained and they will die. Hearing this, Shun Xiang grew extremely anxious. 3 days? There's no need to panic too much. Judging by the method, the person who injured your father is extremely unskilled. Your granduncle has already sealed the effect of the technique. Who knows which generation of useless descendant or disciple he is from? If it had been me back then, someone at this level would never have been qualified to cultivate demonic arts. The Yao family is truly vicious. They knew I had to prepare for the martial tournament and didn't have time to handle both sides, so they deliberately chose this moment to strike. Mei Yao also appeared and said, Dummy, why are you frowning like that? The enemy used demonic arts, and standing right in front of you is the very ancestor of demonic arts, isn't she? But Sister Yu has lost all her strength. Can she help me eliminate the Black Wind Gang leader? Yu answered calmly, No. Then can you remove the technique on my father and my uncle? Little Yu replied coldly, My demonic arts only kill people. They don't save them. Mei Yao immediately suggested, Senior sister, if I remember correctly, you still have that unique technique. Little Yu was startled. What are you trying to do? Then little Yu appeared wearing an extremely seductive nightgown. Do we really have to do this? Brat, if senior sister passes this demonic art onto you, I guarantee you'll be able to defeat the Black Wind Gang. Shun Xiang was shocked. That powerful? Sister Yu, what exactly are you going to teach me? She stepped into the bath together with Shun Xiang. Of course, it's not something that fake grasping hand demonic art can compare to. What I'm teaching you can let you fight above your realm for a short time and can even seize all of your opponent's power. It is called the Devouring Demonic Art. The scene shifts to Black Wind Stronghold, the Black Wind Gang's lair. There, the bandits were chatting and laughing excitedly. The Shun family really doesn't know its place. They actually dare dream of opposing the Yao family. This time it's over for them. Since the Black Wind Gang leader personally took action, the Shun family head was severely injured. I'm afraid the Dan King Pavilion won't be able to do business anymore. This scruffy fellow was Hua Gaoyan, City Lord Hua. An old man with purple hair chimed in as well. And that troublemaker, that Shun Xiang fellow, he was probably chopped into 8 pieces already. After all, I sent 300 men there myself. This man was Wang Yishan, head of the Wang family, 7th level. The one with the ponytail was the Black Wind Gang leader, 8th level. While they were still chatting happily, a guard at the door was suddenly sent flying into the room. Someone has barged in. Who dares come here and cause trouble? Shun Xiang strode in aggressively. I happened to pass by and heard all of you discussing me, so I came over to take a look. What about me? The gang leader was utterly stunned. You're Shin Xiang? Impossible. Why aren't you dead yet? Black Wind Gang leader, I came here to bring you some good news. Some people pretending to be Black Wind Gang disciples ambushed me. I already took care of them all. The man was even more shocked after hearing that. You wiped them all out? What did you do to my second son? What's wrong? You're allowed to play dirty, but you can't handle it when someone takes revenge. And the rest of you, if you still want to keep acting as the Yao family's watchdogs, you'd better think again. The purple-haired man grew furious when he heard that. You're just a cripple from the Shun family. This is no place for you to act wild. He lunged at Shin Xiang. Shin Xiang easily dodged and struck him back with a palm. The man was sent flying more than 10 meters and fell unconscious on the spot. The other two were horrified. Damn, Patriarch Wang is at the 7th level, and he still couldn't block a single strike. Shin Xiang looked at them indifferently and said, "This is a grudge between me and the Black Wind Gang. If any of you want to die, I won't stop you. But if you still want to live, don't meddle in other people's business." Seeing that, the others decided that running away was the wisest move and bolted without hesitation. Hurry up and go. Soon, only Shin Xiang and the Black Wind Gang remained. Attack. Kill him for me. Shin Xiang immediately unleashed an Azure Dragon Strike to attack them. Its power was overwhelming. All of the gang leader's underlings were dealt with cleanly. The man was astonished. You took out that many people in one blow. Knowing Shin Xiang was no easy opponent, he transformed into a huge, disgusting chameleon-like beast. Today I will kill you right. Here, he shot out his tongue to attack Shin Xiang. Even if you've reached the 7th level, in front of me you're nothing but an insect. Shin Xiang, I'll make you wish you were dead. He repeatedly attacked with his absurdly long tongue. Shin Xiang flew back and forth to dodge. Go on, keep desperately dodging. Let me enjoy tormenting you a little longer. Shin Xiang curled his lips into a faint smile and said, "You madman, did you forget something? Your tongue is too long, so it can be tied into a knot." Because he was so focused on attacking Shin Xiang, his tongue had somehow gotten wrapped around the pillars without him noticing. Shin Xiang struck one of the pillars, causing it to snap on the spot. Damn it, I fell for it. The pillar collapsed and smashed hard into his head. In agony, he reverted to his original form. Then Shin Xiang immediately charged forward in counterattack. Heavenly Tiger, violent killing fist. The man was struck and crumpled to the ground. Was one punch all it took for you to collapse? As for the debt you owe for attacking the Dan King Pavilion and injuring my father and my uncle, I'll collect it all. He suddenly gathered his strength and unleashed the Thunder Tiger Absolute Light Formation, catching Shin Xiang off guard as he blocked it. You're curious, aren't you? Why can I use your father's ultimate technique? Since you're already dying, I'll tell you. Legend says the first leader of the Black Wind Gang was a disciple of the Nine Heavens Demon Maiden, and the move I used is the long-lost Grasping Hand demonic art. This demonic art can absorb true essence and steal one of the opponent's ultimate techniques. Now that you've been hit, aren't you starting to feel your power fading away? Doesn't your whole body feel like it's being corroded all the way into your bones? The man grabbed Shin Xiang by the head. Don't worry. Once I learn your ultimate technique, I'll kill you and put you out of your misery. But what he did not expect was that not only was he unable to absorb Shin Xiang's power, his own strength was also steadily slipping away. Could it be that I still haven't mastered the Grasping Hand demonic art, so it backfired on me? Shin Xiang smirked and said, I've heard demonic arts have been lost in the martial path for over 100 years. What a coincidence. The man was now horrified. This stream of true chi. Don't tell me you also know demonic arts. Haha, know them. I know far more than that. Let me broaden your horizons. Devouring demonic art. The man was gradually drained of all his power until he died. The scene shifts to 1 week later at the King's City Martial Tournament. An official announced, members of Group A step into the center of the arena now. At that moment, a rather young and petite girl stepped forward. This was Lung Yulan, only 15 years old, daughter of General Lung. I will now announce the rules for the first round. Once the rules are understood, the first match of Group A will begin. The young girl spoke with great confidence. All of you come at once. Don't waste time. The 4 opponents standing before her were all sweating profusely, too frightened to make a move. She charged first. If you don't dare, then I'll make the first move. She might have looked small, but her movements were swift and skillful. She easily took down the first one. After that, she rushed the remaining opponents. Following a brief exchange, all 4 of them were knocked straight off the arena. The crowd watching was stunned. She took care of them all in an instant, as expected of the Lung family's flowing phantom movement technique. That's General Lung's daughter. The official then declared, the winner of Group A is Lung Yulan. A bunch of trash. What a waste of time. He then invited the next set onto the arena. Members of Group B prepared to compete. These four had been arrogantly waiting for Shun Xiang, thinking he had already died at the hands of the Black Wind Gang leader. What a pity. I came here for him, and yet he didn't show up. An old, long-bearded man from the Yao family also believed Shun Xiang was dead. Shun Xiang actually gave up this martial tournament just because of a momentary burst of anger. In the end, he really is just an ignorant brat. Where is Shun Xiang? If I call your name 3 times and you still don't come out, I will declare you defeated. Before the official could count to 3, Shun Xiang appeared. So you finally made it. We were only waiting for you. I was delayed a bit on the way here. Sorry to trouble you, but please explain the rules one more time. Fine, I'll tell you. The rule is that the 5 people in the same group will engage in a free-for-all on the stage. The last person remaining on the platform advances. Seeing Shun Xiang arrive, the long-bearded elder muttered inwardly. Even if he was lucky enough to defeat the Black Wind Gang leader, he must be covered in injuries. In the end, he still won't escape my plan. I spent a great deal of money to hire these men. They will definitely join forces to take Shun Xiang down. The official then said, in that case, let the match begin. As soon as it started, the 4 of them charged Shun Xiang at the same time. Shun Xiang, don't blame us for showing no mercy. Shun Xiang remained calm. He merely unleashed a burst of power, and all 4 were blasted backward. They stared in shock. Condensing chi into force. How is that possible? Shun Xiang thought to himself, that's right. After absorbing the Black Wind Gang leader's true chi, I already advanced to the 8th level realm. Shun Xiang then gave them a piece of advice. Do you want to walk down on your own? Or do you want me to make you? Knowing they were no match for him, the 4 immediately stepped off the arena themselves. We'll go down by ourselves. The surrounding crowd instantly erupted in cheers. Shun Xiang is unbeatable. Shun Xiang is amazing. The young girl from earlier also began to see him in a different light. Looks like I judged wrong. This Shun Xiang, I'm starting to look forward to fighting him. Next, the official announced the list for the second round 3 days later. Match 1, Lung Yulan versus Song Nanming. The man spoke up, I can't bear to injure my future wife. Sister Yulan, why don't you just admit defeat? This man was Song Nanming, the current crown prince. She replied coldly, keep dreaming. If I were to marry someone like you, even my father in heaven would never agree. Match 2, Shun Xiang versus Yao Tong. Brother Shun Xiang, I must defeat you, no matter what it takes. Unlike the others in the Yao family, this young man did not bother putting on the airs of a righteous gentleman. Suddenly, one of the Yao family members rushed over with a knife. Shun Xiang, you finally dare to show yourself. Pay for brother Tianhua's life. You're from the Yao family. Shun Xiang kicked the knife flying into the air. He caught it and said, if you hold a blade, you should be prepared to be stabbed. Consider this lesson something I'm teaching you on Yao Tianhua's behalf. Yao Tong immediately rushed up to stop him. The Yao family doesn't need outsiders teaching our people. We can discipline them ourselves. Brother Yao Tong, your hand. This has nothing to do with you. Go back for me. Song Nanming spoke up. I didn't expect the Yao family to be this stupid. Even with healing pills, there's no way you'll recover in 3 days. Forget it. In the end, the one who takes first place will still be me. Little sister Yulan, we'll discuss the marriage in 3 days. She coldly turned to him and said, go lie down and dream on. Then she turned back to Xiang and said, since that's the case, I won't bicker with you this time. But next time, I won't hold back. The man put on a cheerful expression and said to Xiang, then I'll see you again in 3 days, brother Shun Xiang. Xiang turned his face away, and the man immediately revealed a vile expression and licked his beard. Little brother Tianhua, your senior brother can avenge you now. After that, Xiang returned to the Spirit Pill Pavilion. He thought to himself that Yao Tong always gives me the feeling that something is wrong, but I can't put my finger on it. While he was thinking, he suddenly ran into an old man with a long beard and several servants. Xiang sensed an extremely strong spiritual aura from him. You all don't seem to be people from the mortal world, do you? The old man spoke. So you are Shun Xiang. My name is Shun Fuyong. 50 years ago, I left the Shun family and entered the Martial Dao sect. By seniority, I'd be considered one of your ancestors. Xiang was stunned. Why had another grandfather suddenly popped out? But it wasn't necessarily a bad thing. Right now, a major battle with the Yao family seemed unavoidable. He had hoped this branch of the Shun family from the Martial Dao sect had come back to help. The old man then said, I came to find you this time for only one reason. His expression changed. Go apologize to the Yao family right now. Don't stir up more trouble and make this matter even bigger. Shun Xiang was shocked by the old man's words. Senior Shun, what did you just say? These past few years in the Martial Dao sect, the Yao family has helped me quite a bit, and yet you dare make enemies of them. The master of the Spirit Pill Pavilion was also present and spoke up. What right do people like you have to call yourselves members of the Shun family, when Shun Xiang is the best seedling the Shun family has seen in 1,000 years? And yet, for your own selfishness, you make things difficult for him. Do you feel no shame before the Shun ancestors? The old man immediately argued back with the pavilion master. In any case, I've already warned you. The Yao family is far more powerful than you imagine. If you know what's good for you, you'd better go apologize to them. That would also be for your own good. Let's go. What a disgrace to the family. Who would have thought that just because he received a little favor from the Yao family, this man would turn around and go against his own kin? Granduncle, are all disciples of great sects like this? Those are at most outer disciples. That Shen Fuyong only has slightly higher status. The truly formidable ones are inner disciples or direct disciples. Xiang felt excited because it only made him more curious about the martial Dao sect. In Xiang's room, he was doing push-ups. Jiao Jiao sat on top of him excitedly. If you want to master beast transformation, you first have to squeeze out every last bit of strength in your body. If I, Mei Yao, didn't have a magic tool that increases gravity by 300 times, it would actually take you much longer to reach this step. Little brother, unless I wring you dry, I won't let you off. After the training session, Xiang lay on the ground panting like a dog. All right, it's time for the second step. The second step of beast transformation is entering your divine sense. To confront a beast form condensed from true chi, visualize the true chi you want to transform and choose one from the 4 symbols divine art that I taught you. Xiang immediately chose White Tiger True Chi and entered. Then, within his divine sense, an incredibly fierce tiger appeared. If you defeat it, that means you've truly mastered White Tiger Beast transformation. You can also use the True Chi to connect through and cast high-level metal element techniques. Shun Xiang asked in confusion, Sister Mei Yao, didn't you say I only had to fight the White Tiger? Why is there another one? That's the Black Tortoise. Is it really that simple? Don't you think you should explain this a little? Because your body contains 4 kinds of true chi. Perhaps black, tortoise, true chi also sense the summoning. If you can defeat them, then you can obtain 2 beast transformations. Shun Xiang looked frightened. Then what if I can't defeat them both at the same time? In reality, you'll be controlled by the power of your true chi and lose yourself. After all, the 4 symbols divine art is rather special. The danger level of beast transformation far exceeds ordinary cultivation methods. What? And you're only telling me this now? Then the white tiger and black tortoise attacked Xiang together. He trained with the 2 divine beasts for 3 days and 3 nights. Scene changed to the Royal City Martial Assembly. The second round officially began. Please step onto the stage, both of you. There are no restrictions in this fight. Whoever remains standing wins. The 2 of them immediately charged at each other. Yao Tong used the move Floating Light and Flickering Shadows as he rushed forward. Another ultimate skill of the Yao family. He's much stronger than that trash Yao Tianhua. Let me use this to test the power of beast transformation. Xiang was rushing in to attack when suddenly he found he could no longer move. Yao Tong struck at once. Take this punch as repayment to Tianhua on your behalf. He slammed a fierce punch into Xiang, sending him stumbling backward. Only then did Shun Xiang realize that he had used poison chi. You used poison chi to block my meridians, so I can't circulate my true chi. That's right. This is my personal secret skill. Yao Tong's specialty. By sensing the opponent's true chi beforehand, I create the corresponding toxin in advance. During battle, I can make the opponent unable to use true chi. Shun Xiang was puzzled. But when did you figure out my true chi? Xiang suddenly remembered. Earlier, Yao Tong had used his hand to catch one of his blade strikes. That strike, you took it on purpose. You did it to grasp the flow of my true chi. Yao Tong split into multiple afterimages and said, let me tell you one more thing. Not only was that strike part of my plan, even that child rushing over to stab you was arranged by me. The man then attacked Xiang from every direction. That day, I knew for certain you wouldn't kill a child, which is why I dared catch the blade barehanded. Everything was within my calculations. Ha. That's why I said I would use any means necessary to defeat you. After a barrage of attacks, Xiang was beaten back. He stood up, trembling. Sure enough, I still overestimated the Yao family. You're just a pack of shameless scum. The bastard pulled out a blade and charged at him. So what? Anyone who learns my secret has to die. The crowd below cried out, look, Yao Tong drew a blade. Isn't that against the rules? That's a foul. Can't you see it? But the officiant stood there pretending not to notice because he had already been bribed. The old man from the Yao family thought smugly, a bunch of worthless commoners. Luckily, Tonger's plan worked. Seeing Xiang lying motionless, Yao Tong swung his blade and rushed in, intending to finish him with one strike. At that same moment, a current of true qi wrapped around Xiang and protected him, making it impossible for Yao Tong to attack. The bastard was stunned. How can this be? Impossible. Shun Xiang stood up and said clearly, strange, isn't it? I used water element true qi with the pure flow technique to dispel the poison qi. Xiang's eyes were filled with killing intent. Now, with my turn to counterattack. After Xiang landed a few blows, the brat couldn't bear it and surrendered. I admit defeat. I surrender. Just now you wanted to kill me. I won't take your life, but I will cripple all your martial arts. He immediately used his one yang finger on the brat's abdomen. The man cried out in agony. My meridians have been ruined. Seeing that, the old man from the Yao family immediately roared. Shun Xiang, you violated the rules of the competition. You should be removed from the martial assembly. Men, seize him for me. The estate mistress of the Danxiang medicine estate appeared and said, Fifth Elder, do you intend to rely on a few biased decisions to destroy the Yao family's reputation and the fairness of the martial assembly? If the martial assembly becomes a joke, the royal family won't let it go either. The old man was so furious he could barely speak. The officiant had no other choice but to announce Xiang's victory. Shun Xiang advanced into the finals. The old man still stood there barking. The Yao family will never spare any of your Shun family members. Xiang said coldly, guess why I left Yao Tong alive? Because I want him to watch with his own eyes as his family is destroyed. Scene changed to outside the competition grounds. Xiang was riding in a carriage with the estate mistress of the Danxiang medicine estate. The woman slowly began trying to seduce him. Young Master Shun, I came this time to bid you farewell. Xiang asked, why farewell? I'm about to return to Danxiang Peach Garden. I'm leaving soon. Are you worried you won't be able to have me? If you come back with me now, I can still be your maid. Xiang remained as cold as a block of iron and said, no need. I already said I wanted to go to Taiwu's sect. It's just a bit sudden, that's all. The woman collapsed onto the table gloomily. My beauty can't even tempt this man. Don't worry, I've already arranged the next estate mistress. Nothing will change in our cooperation with the Pill King Pavilion. If I get the chance, I'll visit you at Danxiang Peach Garden. Men's words are lies that deceive people. You don't even know my real name, so how will you find me? Isn't your name Hua Yueyun? The woman explained. According to the rules, every estate mistress in each generation is called Hua Yueyun. After my real name, I'll tell you when you come looking for me. After that, Xiang stepped down from the carriage and said goodbye to the beautiful woman. Xiang suddenly heard about the second round match, Lung Yulan versus Song Nanming. He hurried in at once. It was finally time to watch them fight. Below the arena, the two of them clashed head-on. Jiao Jiao came out and said, this girl has the rare dual ice-fire meridians. But unfortunately, her cultivation method is too poor, so she can't bring out the full power of her ice-fire true qi. Otherwise, that crown prince wouldn't even survive 2 moves. Song Nanming exchanged blows with her for a while and also found her hard to deal with. If this keeps going, I'll definitely lose. Then don't blame me. He immediately used a hidden weapon, firing it straight toward the petite girl's abdomen. She was struck and had no chance to react. He seized the moment and rushed up to kick her. What a despicable bastard. He actually used a hidden weapon. He shamelessly replied, what hidden weapon? Take it out and show everyone then. It's an ice needle. This crown prince is truly shameless. He shouted loudly, can't take it out, can you? Then I win. In the second round, Song Nanming wins and advances to the finals. Jiao Jiao immediately told Xiang to go help that girl. Miss Lung, wait. I saw that ice needle. Be careful. It may be poisonous. Just in case, please take this myriad dissolution pill. The girl accepted it while swaying on her feet, unable to stand steadily. Thank you, young Master Shun. This poison is probably no joke. Miss Lung, please come to the Pill King Pavilion for a more thorough examination. Scene changed to the Spirit Pill Pavilion. That man used a vicious poison. If it isn't cleared in time, it will damage your meridians. But don't worry, I've already used a high-grade white heart pill to remove it for you. Thank you, Pill King. Xiang brought her a golden spirit fruit to nourish her body. This is a golden spirit fruit. Young Master Shun, why are you helping me like this? You have dual ice-fire meridians. Talent like yours shouldn't be buried here. Among the 8 great sects, you have a chance to enter Taiwu's sect. Use this to exchange for a qualification test slot. I believe you can pass. Hearing that, she happily grabbed Xiang's hand. Brother Shun, if you don't mind, I hope Yulan can become sworn siblings with you. Xiang smiled and said, of course I'm willing. After becoming sworn siblings, the girl worried about Xiang. The grudge between you and the Yao family still isn't settled. How about I stay here and help you? Don't worry. Our Shin family can handle it. Your health is more important. In the next match, I'll teach that crown prince a lesson on your behalf. A few days later, at the final match, Xiang faced Song Nanming. The brat sneered, "If you don't want to suffer, it's not too late to surrender now." Shun Xiang smiled confidently and said, "A dignified royal prince relying on sneak attacks with ice needles. Aren't you ashamed of such despicable methods?" Hearing that, the brat flew into a rage. "What did you say? Stop slandering me. Then I'll use the secret martial art of the Southern Martial Royal Family, Dragon Ancient Martial Arts, to defeat you." Dragon Martial Arts? Why does the circulation of its true chi feel so similar to Azure Dragon True Chi? Jiao Jiao said, "Learn carefully. This is a lost ancient martial art created by a true dragon. If one must say it, then even the four symbols True Chi is only an imitation." Good. Then I'll take one of his attacks and test it out. The two immediately launched a fierce exchange. Song Nanming used Dragon Gang Fist. Xiang responded with Azure Dragon Fist. "I won't bully you by using Beast Transformation. I'll just use Dragon Martial Arts of the same line as your technique to practice my hands." He was utterly shocked. How can this be? Only people like us, who inherited dragon blood, can master dragon martial arts. How could you possibly have it? My Southern Martial Royal Family are the true children of the dragon. Shinxiang, don't blame me. He used a hidden weapon again, the 1,000-year ice soul needles. Countless ice needles shot towards Xiang. Xiang was not flustered in the slightest. Despicable is still despicable. He used his fire true chi to melt all of the ice needles. How can this be? My imperial father personally obtained those for me. Even experts of the 9th level couldn't block them. Xiang rushed behind him and attacked. And you're not too bright either, are you? Fire true chi can even melt 1,000-year black iron, let alone your ice needles. He then smashed a fierce punch into the man's head. Dragon Gong Feast. The blow was too powerful, and the brat collapsed onto the ground unconscious. The officiant announced that Xiang was the victor. Xiang then said to the man, "Since I've won, hand over the true essence pill." At the same time, the old man who had betrayed the Shun family also stepped forward and said, "Shun Xiang, you killed Yao Tianhua and murdered an elder of the Yao family. Today, I will seek justice for the Yao family." Traitor of the Shun family. I knew you'd come accusing me of murder. Where's your evidence? The old man immediately threw a talisman into the air. I used an ancient secret method to gather the remnant soul of Yao Tianhua. Everyone, listen well. Immediately after that, Yao Tianhua's soul appeared. Shinxiang killed us. Shinxiang killed us. Patriarch, you must avenge us. Then the Yao family patriarch, Yao Hong, also appeared and said, "Shun Xiang, what else do you have to say?" Haha, so what? Just because it says I did it, does that prove anything? He instantly used a movement technique and grabbed the old man from the Yao family by the throat. What are you trying to do to me?" Xiang then used demonic arts to force the old man to tell the truth. "I ask you, did your Yao family send assassins to murder the disciples of the great clans?" The old man replied, "Yes." "Why did you do that?" "The Shun family has been growing stronger and stronger. That would threaten the Yao family. So, while the disciples of the great clans were attending the banquet, the Yao family sent people to assassinate them. That way, they would hate the Shun family because of it. That was exactly the result the Yao family wanted." Shun Xiang shouted to the crowd, "Did you all hear that? This is the vile thing the Yao family did." The crowd finally understood the truth of the matter. Damn, the Yao family really is even more sinister than we thought. So shameless and despicable. Which of these high officials and nobles is actually a good person? Humiliated beyond measure, the Yao family elder angrily pointed and said, "Shun Xiang, you've gone too far. You killed people and then smeared the reputation of my Yao family. I must kill you today." He ordered everyone go all out and kill Shun Xiang. For me, all the experts of the Yao family charged forward, wanting Xiang's life. The old traitor of the Shun family shamelessly shouted, "Today I'll clean house for the Shun family. Charge and kill Shun Xiang for me." Then all of the Yao family members rushed forward to kill Xiang. At the same time, Xiang's father appeared beside him using the ultimate move Thunder. "Tiger Radiant Array," he declared loudly. "A mere traitor. Since when was it your turn to speak on behalf of my Shin family? What's going on?" At that moment, a huge explosion erupted behind the Yao family group. The old traitor, Shun Fueying, stood there dumbfounded like a lost dog. What has happened here? It turned out that all the masters of the Shun family had come to support Xiang. None of you should even dream of leaving here alive today. Father and uncle arrived at just the right time. His father smiled and replied, "Usually you're the one in the spotlight, Brad. Today I'll let you see that your father is no pushover either." The old Yao family patriarch barked angrily. "You came at the perfect time. Capture every last one of them for me." Then both sides charged into a fierce melee, fighting in total chaos. Old Shun Fuiying stood outside watching, trembling with rage. "A bunch of ants. Today I'll let you learn the true rules of the martial world." Shun Xiang looked down from above and invited the old man into the forest for a one-on-one fight. "Hey, you old Shun ancestor, the rules of the true martial world? I like to see them for myself." Shun Xiang flew into the forest, deliberately provoking him. The old man flew into a rage and chased after him. "You little brat, still wet behind the ears. Today I'll make sure you die without a whole corpse left." There, the two exchanged blow after blow for many rounds. Their power shook the entire forest. After a long clash, the old man unleashed his finishing move, Furious Wolf Claw. Shun Xiang blocked it with the Golden Bell Shield. The old man lunged forward like a wild beast. "Once I tear apart this barrier, I'll rip out your heart and gouge out your eyes." Cracks immediately appeared across the barrier. Shun Xiang felt alarmed as well. A 9th-level cultivator using beast transformation was completely different from an 8th-level one. If he tried to match beast transformation against beast transformation, he feared he wouldn't have the advantage. Before long, the bell Shun Xiang had created shattered. The old man charged fiercely at him. "What a pity. Your talent is truly exceptional. But who told you to seek death yourself?" Shun Xiang gathered power into his palm. The 5 elements' true qi in his body should be enough to sustain 3 punches. He had to finish this man within those 3 strikes. Shun Xiang unleashed an incredibly powerful attack. White Tiger Divine Fist. The terrifying force of the move blasted straight through an entire mountain. The old man reacted quickly and dodged, but he was still deeply shocked. This. What kind of technique is this?" Shun Xiang appeared behind him at once. "If one punch isn't enough, then take another." The old man trembled in fear. What are you trying to do? I'm from the true martial sect. If you kill me, it won't end well for you." With killing intent filling his eyes, Shun Xiang said, "An outer disciple who hasn't even broken through to the true martial realm, yet you think you rule the mortal martial world. When you use your power to bully others, did you ever think about this day?" The old man panicked and stammered, "No, you can't kill me." Shun Xiang unleashed the second strike of the White Tiger Divine Fist. It ended the old man's life. Seeing the terrifying power of Shun Xiang, the Yao family patriarch trembled with fear. But after killing the traitor Shun Fuiying, all the true qi in Shun Xiang's body had been completely exhausted. Though the old Yao patriarch was frightened, he still gripped his blade tightly. The chance to kill this monster has come. Seizing the opportunity, he rushed forward with his saber. "Go to hell, Shun Xiang." With no strength left, Shun Xiang couldn't react in time. Suddenly, a divine dragon appeared and struck the old man, protecting him. Shun Xiang was shocked. "What just happened?" Jiao Jiao said happily, "That's the bloodline suppression brought by dragon martial power. It only works on people whose cultivation is much lower than yours." That old man tried to launch a sneak attack on me. Unable to kill Shun Xiang, the old man knew he had no chance of surviving and immediately begged for mercy. The scene shifts to the Yao family estate. The Shun family had fought all the way to the enemy stronghold. Ahead of them stood the Yao family residence. "Let's charge in and wipe them out." The remaining people in the residence picked up their weapons to resist. At the same time, Shun Xiang also flew back. "People of the Yao family, surrender now and don't resist pointlessly," he shouted loudly at them. "Shun Fuiying and your Yao family patriarch have already been defeated by me. If you want to live, surrender honestly." When those men saw their patriarch battered and collapsed on the ground, they trembled in fear. Even Shun Fuiying, a 9th-level mortal martial realm expert, was defeated. They immediately dropped their weapons and surrendered. "Forget it, we can't win anyway." Seeing this, Shun Xiang's expression turned resolute. He circulated his inner power into his hand, then swung it forward with a fierce strike. The entire Yao family estate was smashed to ruins. From today onward, the Yao family is history. No one from the Yao family is allowed to step even half a foot into the royal city again. Hearing this, the Yao family members were furious, but there was nothing they could do. Shun Xiang's father spoke up. "Let's go." We'll prepare to build our new Shun family home right here." Everyone immediately cheered. "Shun Xiang is amazing. Shun Xiang truly is an outstanding genius." 1 month later, at the Shun family, Shun Xiang was diligently cultivating in an attempt to break through. "I can feel the true qi in my body becoming denser. I'm probably close to a breakthrough, Sister Meiyao. In your opinion, is it a good time for me to try breaking into the 9th level?" She paid no attention to him and kept eating the pastries on the table instead. "Poria cake, sweet cakes, red date pastries. It's been so long since I've eaten these things. They're delicious." Shun Xiang walked over with a smile and said, "Sister Meiyao, just eat without worry. The Shun family's power is becoming more and more stable. Forget just the southern martial kingdom. Even the most famous pastry chefs on the entire continent, I'll invite them. All for you. When the time comes, if you eat yourself fat, don't blame me. Ha!" Shun Xiang reached out, intending to try one from the table. That gluttonous girl immediately grew angry, her eyes turning red as she pulled all the pastries over to her side. "These are mine. You're not allowed to touch them. So what if I get fat?" Okay, they're all yours. I won't take any." Suddenly, a voice called from outside the door. "Something's happened, young master." Shun Xiang looked puzzled and went to open the door. "Why are you panicking?" The servant replied. "Master Shun Han has been seriously injured." As soon as he heard the news, Shun Xiang angrily rushed over to check on him. "What happened to Uncle? His muscles and bones aren't damaged, and his life isn't in danger for now. He just needs time to recover." On the road, while transporting goods, they ran into bandits. The enemy had been lying in ambush for a long time. The Shun family caravan was nearly wiped out. Uncle Shun Han only managed to escape by risking everything. Hearing that, Shun Xiang frowned. In the southern martial kingdom right now, who would actually dare attack the Shun family? Could it be that the elders of the Yao faction in the martial sect took action? Not necessarily. If it were them, Shun Han probably wouldn't have escaped, and martial sects wouldn't rob goods just to cover their tracks. Shun Xiang clenched his fist and said, "Aside from the martial sects, no matter who it is, they've brought trouble upon themselves. Now, against someone at the 9th level like Shan Fuiying, I'm afraid he wouldn't even be able to withstand one of your moves. Let me go seek justice for Uncle Shun Han and teach them a lesson." The place where Shun Han was ambushed was 9 Divide Mountain. "Son, you must be careful." After that, Shun Xiang immediately flew toward 9 Divide Mountain. Sure enough, from the moment I entered the mountain, a stream of true qi has been surrounding me. "How long are you planning to follow me?" Suddenly, someone launched the 10,000 manifestations demon claw. Countless demonic hands rushed toward him. Shun Xiang instantly countered with fire true qi. "Childish tricks. Song Nanming, don't think I don't know it's you. That move just now was a demonic martial art, wasn't it? You're the crown prince of the southern martial kingdom, yet you have ties with a demonic sect. Aren't you afraid the royal family will lose all face if this gets out?" Song Nanming burst into loud laughter. "Ha ha ha. That's only if you manage to leave here alive." Shun Xiang charged at him furiously. "You overestimate yourself. Today I'll make sure you die." Knowing he was no match for Shun Xiang, Song Nanming turned and ran. At the same moment, an overwhelmingly powerful demonic pressure appeared. A man in black descended and attacked Shun Xiang. Unleashing the move demon overturns the world. Shun Xiang hurriedly dodged. He could tell this man's power was far too strong. "Who exactly are you?" The black-clothed man said nothing and launched another move, 10,000 demons binding. Countless chains shot out and bound Shun Xiang. The man was simply too powerful. Shun Xiang didn't have time to defend himself and ended up tied up like a dog. Song Nanming laughed triumphantly. "Ha ha, Shun Xiang, you really fell for it, didn't you? You only knew that I lured you here, but did you never think that there was a powerful backer behind me as well?" The man in black finally spoke. "Give it up, brat. The 10,000 demon lock is not something you can break free from. So is you who attacked just now. You've already reached the 10th level. The man removed his hood and said, "My name is Duzi." Knowing that Shun Xiang was doomed, Song Nanming shouted smugly, "Now you understand, don't you? Even if you, Shun Xiang, are at the 9th level, there's still a huge gap between you and the 10th level. Haha, idiot, this is what happens when you offend the Crown Prince. Senior Duzi, hurry and kill him." Hearing Song Nanming speak like that made the man uncomfortable. So damn noisy, he casually swung his hand and chopped off Song Nanming's head. Even with his head separated from his neck, Song Nanming still couldn't understand. Duzi, What? The man's expression did not change. If I tell you to act as bait, then act as bait, and yet you still dare order me around? Or you exactly? He stepped in front of Shun Xiang and said, "Don't worry, you're of great use to me, so I won't kill you." Shun Xiang asked him, "You and Song Nanming weren't on the same side. What exactly do you want?" Song Nanming? He was nothing more than an ant used to lure you out. I didn't even intend to kill him at first, but he was too noisy, so I killed him conveniently. As for you, I'm taking you back to my 100 Poisons sect. With talent and a physique like yours, the elders will definitely love this gift. Hearing that, Shun Xiang circulated the power within his body. He used 5 elements true qi to try to break the chain. Geoduzi sneered, "Stop struggling. The 10,000 demon lock is a true martial realm treasure. Even I can't guarantee I could break free from it." Shun Xiang roared angrily as he gathered all his inner strength. "You think a piece of broken iron like this can hold me?" With his powerful inner force, Shun Xiang easily snapped the chain apart. The sight made the man's eyes go wide in shock. What? You actually broke free from my 10,000 demon lock." He knew that if Shun Xiang lived, he would become a grave threat. So he immediately used the move Broken Blade Shower. Countless blades appeared around him. "A heaven-defying genius like you. If I let you step into the true martial realm, your future would be limitless, so don't blame me." He sent all of those blades flying toward Shin Xiang, but Shin Xiang easily dodged them. He leapt into the air and fiercely unleashed White Tiger Violent Killing Fist. The attack was overwhelmingly powerful. The man quickly dodged as well. "You actually possess such a mighty, mysterious technique." Good. Realizing he had met no ordinary opponent, he used all his power and unleashed 9 Poisons Dark Blade. Empoisonné aura installé sur un dead Shen Xiang. After breathing it in, Shan Xiang dropped to his knees, which only made the man more smug. "Before I hand you over to the elders, quickly surrender your techniques, spiritual pills, and medicinal wine." While the man was still basking in his arrogance and not paying attention, Shan Xiang suddenly charged up and struck him hard. "If you want them, then come and take them." That powerful blow pierced straight through the man's abdomen, leaving him even more shocked. Enraged, he grabbed Shin Xiang by the throat, trying to hold on by force. "With the amount of true qi you have left, do you think you can still injure me?" But then his expression suddenly changed. He could feel his own true qi being sucked away. "Damn it, what did you do to me?" "That's the true qi I cultivated for hundreds of years." After getting close to him, Shun Xiang had used the devouring demonic art to drain all of his true qi out of his body. In the end, only a bare skeleton remained. The 10th level really is no joke, because he had used up all the inner power in his body. Shun Xiang fainted as well. But this guy really had it good. He got to collapse into a beauty's embrace and even took advantage while doing it. I already told you, if you devour the power of someone stronger than yourself, absorbing their true qi can easily make you explode to death. Su Yaoyao also chimed in teasingly. "All right, senior sister, but the outcome was still good, wasn't it? You didn't want our little junior brother to die, either." Suddenly, she noticed a treasure appear among the dry bones. "Senior sister, come look. What is this?" "This is a heritage pearl and a secret treasure key." This brat really picked up a treasure. Then in the forest, a fragrant aroma spread through the air. Shin Xiang was unconscious, but the smell woke him up. It turned out the 2 girls were happily roasting chicken legs and eating them. "You little brat really slept well. Senior sister and I were guarding you the whole time, worried that after devouring Geoduzi's true qi, your meridians would go into reverse flow." Shin Xiang woke up and said, "Sister Meiyao, you're clearly just eating me." By you handed him a bag. "You got lucky. Quite a few treasures fell off those 2 just now. Inside are a martial manual and the martial soul that Song Nanming had been carrying with him. They'll be very useful to you in the future." Shin Xiang took out a spiritual pearl and asked, "Sister Yu, what is this?" "That's called a heritage pearl. Some sects store secret arts and techniques inside it. If you send your divine sense into it, you can read what's inside." Shun Xiang did as instructed and sent his divine sense in to take a look. "So, it's the refining treasure cannon. I may not need it right now, but it's definitely something good." Su Yaoyao said, "Besides these things, is there anything related to a secret treasure land?" "A secret treasure land? It doesn't seem so." "Sister Meiyao, why are you asking about that?" She pointed at the key hanging on her chest. "Look at this. Based on my experience, it's very likely a secret treasure key. But if we don't know where the treasure land is, then wouldn't that make it useless?" He asked curiously. Then Sister Mayao, why are you wearing it there? She put on an innocent expression. It looks pretty nice. Besides, I stay inside the ring most of the time, so I'm not afraid of anyone finding out I have this treasure. A secret treasure land is something you can stumble upon, but can't seek out. So for now, we may as well pretend it doesn't exist. Suddenly, Shenxiang noticed the bag from earlier. Sister Mayao, does this animal skin pouch belong to Duzi? That's right, it's his. But why? Shenxiang quickly opened the bag, and inside was a map. Sister Mayao, look, isn't what's drawn here a map? All three of them were overjoyed. Well done, brat. Let's go treasure hunting. Following the directions on the map, the three of them headed to a new area. Sure enough, it was a secret treasure land. Golden spirit fruit, 1,000 pattern fruit, spirit seed fruit, more than 100 kinds of fruit. This should be enough to last you for quite some time. Besides that, the spiritual energy here is extremely dense. It'll be very helpful for you to absorb Duzi's true qi. Hearing that, Shenxiang excitedly ran off. All right, I'll send word to father. I'm basically leaving home. I'll cultivate here for a while before going back. All right, you two sisters, your little brother has a small request. After all, some things aren't convenient for me to do alone. Hearing that, Yao Yao misunderstood his meaning and blushed red in the face. Little brother, are you ready to enter the adult world now? Not yet, sweetheart. Shenxiang's reply instantly killed the mood. During my cultivation, I want to ask the two of you to help me pick all the spiritual fruits. Hearing that, Su Yao Yao became furious. So that's what you meant, brat? You wanted to go pick spiritual herbs. After 1 week, Shun Xiang had absorbed the heaven and earth spiritual energy in this treasure land, and his strength increased dramatically. As Yao Yao picked spiritual fruit, she muttered curses under her breath. Shin Xiang, you jerk, you're not a man at all. Women are meant to be cherished, but he actually made two great beauties like us come down here and work for him. The important thing is, this place covers more than half a mountain. How long are we supposed to keep picking? Shinxiang then made an offer. Once I finish cultivating, I'll make sure Ronghwa's pastries are enough for you to eat to your heart's content. What do you think? As soon as Yao Yao heard the word pastries, she started drooling and was so delighted she could hardly speak. After that, she busied herself picking even more spiritual fruits for Shinxiang without feeling tired at all. In only 1 short week, you've already absorbed Duzi's true qi and entered the 9th level? That's right, and I've fully condensed all the beast forms of the 4 symbols true qi now. I can already use 4 kinds of beast transformation. After cultivating for some time in the secret treasure land, Shun Xiang decided to head to the Taiwu sect. Xian, wait for me. After flying for a while, he arrived at a place where the spiritual energy was incredibly dense. Places where martial sects are located really are rich in spiritual energy. No wonder all martial artists aspire to come here. Just as Shin Xiang was thinking this, a sudden voice rang out. You stinking bullhead, still daring to act so arrogantly? It turned out there was a young man fighting a wild bull. This chubby fellow was actually quite strong too. With 1 punch, he knocked the bull to the ground. Shinxiang walked over and asked, Brother, do you need any help? The fat young man said, Brother, I'm almost done already. If you step in, I'll have to split some of the spoils with you, and that'd be a bit of loss. Xiang replied, As long as I don't take any payment, that's fine, right? I just want to test how powerful this demonic beast is. That won't do. How about this? I'll give you 1 beef leg. After that, Xiang immediately charged in and unleashed White Tiger's savage killing fist. With just 1 punch from him, the wild bull was already struggling to keep its footing. Damn, that fist technique is overbearing. I want to try it too. The fat fellow followed up with another blow, and with 2 simple kicks, the bull was sent off to meet its ancestors. Then the fat young man took out an enormous beef leg and said, My name is Zhou Rong. How should I address you, brother? Brother Zhou, your fist technique is superb. My name is Shun Xiang. I'm 17 this year, probably a few years younger than you. The man tossed the beef leg towards Xiang. Going down this road, could it be that little brother, Shun, wants to enter the Taiwu sect? Yes, that's right. Then let's go. I'll take you there. After walking for a while, the two of them finally arrived at the Taiwu sect. The Taiwu sect's disciple recruitment trial grounds were right there. You just need to go over and take the test. Brother, I have something to do, so I'll take my leave first. Many thanks, Brother Zhou, for showing me the way. Xiang thought to himself, this Zhou Rong must be from the Taiwu sect. I wonder what level he's at in there. Yao Yao also spoke up. Later during the trial, you may only use your fire-attributed spiritual vein. Don't casually reveal the matter of your yin-yang divine vein. I understand, Sister Mayao. At the testing area, the crowd was packed with people standing in long lines. After waiting for some time, Xiang finally stepped up for the test as well. Fire attributed spiritual vein 75. Qualified. What's your name? Where are you from? Xiang calmly answered, my name is Shun Xiang. I come from the southern martial kingdom. As soon as the steward heard that, he asked again, what? Then he tore up the test result on the spot and coldly said to him, go back. You caused trouble in the mortal world. The Taiwu sect does not welcome you. Shun Xiang asked, what do you mean by that? My meaning is already very clear. Leave at once. At that moment, someone came over to speak with him. Martial Uncle Alchemist. The elder asked how the matter of the Qinyuan pill is going. Only then did Xiang suddenly realize, Martial Uncle Alchemist? So you're from the Yao family. Your Yao family has done all kinds of evil and used vicious means. What's happened to you now is something you brought upon yourselves. Are you trying to use your authority for personal revenge? The old man raised his chin arrogantly and said, call it whatever you want. I'm in charge here. Whatever I say goes. Unexpectedly, someone walked over and said, Yao Haisheng, this time you're the one in the wrong. An old man approached together with that fat fellow from earlier. We already agreed that in the affairs of the mortal world, your side struck first. The chubby young man cheerfully greeted Xiang. Brother, I came to see how you were doing. Shin Xiang was delighted. Not bad, fatty. The Taiwu sect is the strongest martial sect on the Qinwu continent, so it ought to be fair. The disciple of that old steward pointed at Xiang's face and barked loudly. You brat, whether my martial uncle is fair or not isn't for you to comment on. Hurry up and get lost. The old steward also barked haughtily. I have the authority to conduct a comprehensive assessment of incoming disciples. Shun Xiang's temperament and strength both fail to meet the standard. Is there a problem with that? Xiang said, your Taiwu sect disciple opens his mouth only to insult people. I'd say his temperament and strength aren't up to much either. When the disciple nephew heard that, he flew into a rage. If it weren't for the sect rules, I'd tear your mouth apart right now. Of course, if within 5 years you can defeat my disciple Fong Liang, then you can enter the Taiwu sect without paying any fees. Xiang said smugly, oh, really? If my martial uncle says so, then of course it's true. But within 5 years, I'll definitely enter the true martial realm. You'll never have a chance in your whole life. Xiang said confidently, fine then. Let's start the match right now. After that, the two of them stepped onto the martial stage to compete. The disciple nephew kept barking nonstop. You really want to fight? Let me tell you, if I beat you to death or cripple you, you'll only have yourself to blame. He gathered his power, and blazing flames appeared all around him. Cut the nonsense. I'll attack first. Shun Xiang immediately struck with heavenly fire palm. The disciple nephew reacted quickly and dodged it. Then Xiang rushed forward again and launched another move, Furious Flame Kick, and the other man blocked it. But taking advantage of that moment, the fellow grabbed Xiang's leg and hurled him heavily off the platform. Xiang reacted in time and sprang back to his feet. The man mocked him. The speed and power of that strike were both lacking. And you think you can threaten me? Xiang felt that this guy was indeed difficult to deal with. If I'd known, I wouldn't have used the fire attribute for the test. The Vermilion Bird True Chi techniques are all high level, not something I can learn right now. The man then concentrated his power and unleashed an extremely fierce strike, intending to take Xiang's life. Brat, you overestimate yourself. Prepare to die. Furious Thunder Double Break. The attack was incredibly powerful, leaving Xiang no time to dodge. After taking the hit, he lay motionless on the martial stage. Has Shin Xiang gone crazy? He actually took Fong Liang's lightning attack head-on. Seeing this, the fat fellow sighed. Even if he doesn't die this time, his brain's probably been fried to mush. No, wait. If he dared block that attack, his brain must have already had problems to begin with. On the stage, the disciple nephew barked loudly. That cost me quite a bit of effort, but trash is still trash. With this level, you still dared come provoke me? The disciple nephew smugly said to his master, Martial Uncle Yao, this kid's probably crippled for good. Unexpectedly, Shin Xiang suddenly sat up, scratched his head, and said, was that your strongest move just now? Pure Lightning True Chi really is impressive. Its power isn't much weaker than the fifth Thunder Tribulation. Seeing that Xiang could still stand up, the disciple nephew was stunned. Damn, how can you still move? Xiang gathered his inner strength, full of confidence, and said, the match isn't over yet. I'm definitely getting into the Taiwu sect. Seeing this, the disciple nephew also poured out all of his inner strength. A piece of trash, and you still want to use Lightning True Chi to defeat me? He charged at Xiang with terrifying speed. Go die. Xiang reacted in time and smashed a heaven-shaking punch straight into his face. Storming Flame Thunderbreak. Struck by that immensely powerful blow, the man was sent flying a great distance. His master ran over in panic. "Ah, Fong Liang, are you alright?" Xiang said smugly. "I won, didn't I? So now I can enter the Taiwu sect for free, right?" The steward, frightened into a cold sweat by Xiang's strength, still blustered arrogantly. "Shun Xiang, remember this." The fat fellow walked over and said, "Little brother Shun, I originally thought your natural talent was merely decent. I didn't expect you to actually defeat Fong Liang, who's ranked 27th in the outer court." Hearing that, Xiang asked, "He's ranked 27th? Then what rank are you, old brother?" "I'm already an inner court disciple." Xiang looked at him suspiciously. "Damn, inner court? You don't look like it. If you judge people by appearances, I'll teach you a lesson. By the way, old Joe, did you happen to hear about a woman with dual ice-fire veins who came for the test before?" The fat fellow thought for a moment. Dual ice-fire veins? Could the person you're talking about be Lung Yulan? That heavenly vein girl originally wanted to join the Taiwu sect too, but in the end she was taken away by another sect. Shun Xiang asked, "Another sect? Which sect was it?" "Icewind Valley. That place suits her better." "Say, don't tell me you have a crush on her. Don't dream of a toad trying to eat swan meat. That's not it. She's my sworn younger sister." The fat fellow didn't believe him. "Bullshit. If she's your younger sister, then the heavenly maiden Shui Xian Xian is my little sister too." After that, the fat young man led Xiang inside. "Old man Zhang, I brought the newcomer. This guy just beat Fong Liang." A newcomer beat Fong Liang? This year's newcomers are really terrifying. The fat fellow further explained to Xiang, the Taiwu sect has a total of 3,000 martial courtyards, divided into outer sect martial courtyards, inner sect martial courtyards, elder courtyards, and the most mysterious one, martial courtyard number 0. The smaller the number, the stronger the strength. At that moment, an old man reeking of alcohol came over to greet them. "Senior brother Zhou, is this the newcomer?" This old man was old man Zhang. Zhang De, that's right. His name is Shun Xiang. "Little brother Shun, this is Zhang De, the head of Martial Courtyard 330. From now on, you'll be under his management." Shun Xiang asked curiously, "Huh? Why 330? The drunken old man explained, "The intersect martial courtyards go from courtyard 16 to 329. After that comes our outer sect, martial courtyards. Martial courtyard 330 is the strongest outer court. The people here have the best chance of breaking into the inner sect, so work hard here." The strongest outer sect martial courtyard? Xiang asked again. "Old Zhang, is it hard to break into the inner court?" With a drunken expression plastered across his face, the old man answered, "I can't say it isn't hard. Old Hu and I have both been at the 10th level of the mortal martial realm for 15 years, and to this day, we still haven't broken through." Unexpectedly, a young man walked over and said, "Old man Zhang, why so gloomy? Didn't we say we'd enter the inner sect together this year?" The young man waved to Xiang. "My name is Yun Xiaodao." He looked at Xiang with eyes full of admiration. "New brother, I heard you beat Fong Liang as soon as you got here. That's amazing. Want to spar a bit? You brat, trying to bully the newcomer again." The young man laughed sheepishly. "Hee, it's just a spar. Martial artists should spar often." The drunken old man then introduced him to Xiang. "This is the number 1 disciple in our outer martial courtyard. Based on strength, he should really be the courtyard head instead, but he thinks it's too troublesome." The young man happily stepped forward and proposed to Xiang, "Brother Shin Xiang, let's stop at the proper point. Win or lose, I'll give you 5 true chi pills. What do you think?" Xiang readily agreed. "All right then, let's give it a try." After that, the two of them stepped onto the martial stage to spar. Yun Xiaodao looked full of confidence as he said, "Brother Shin Xiang, then I'm making my move." As soon as he finished speaking, he pressed both hands to the ground and unleashed blazing thunderfire chains. Countless flaming chains surrounded and bound Shun Xiang. He was so shocked that he didn't react in time. What kind of technique is this? Seeing that he had gained the upper hand, Yun Xiaodao was overjoyed. "Ha ha ha, Brother Shin Xiang, you've lost." He then launched another powerful move, Shadowless Flame Fist. Knowing this guy was also difficult to deal with, Xiang gathered his strength and broke free from the chains. He then unleashed Azure Dragon Shock Fist. An incomparably fierce and mighty dragon manifested and blasted straight toward Yun Xiaodao. Yun Xiaodao moved quickly enough to dodge in time. "Aha, you know quite a few techniques, Brother Shin Xiang." He refused to back down and rushed at Xiang to attack again. "As I see it, second place in our courtyard is already yours." But every blow Yun Xiaodao threw was easily dodged by Xiang. Xiang then pressed forward decisively. "I want first place." The two powerful streams of force clashed fiercely on the martial stage. Just as the fight reached its most intense moment, the drunken old man suddenly shouted, "Stop right there." The two young men looked at him blankly, like stunned fools. "Why stop? This is killing the mood." The old man said irritably, "Look for yourselves." He pointed at the wreckage the two of them had created. "If you keep fighting, you'll tear this whole place apart." "That was awesome, Big Brother Shin. I'll treat you to a meal. This old man is coming too." Scene shifts to the dining hall. "I heard that Fong Liang won't recover for half a year. Little Brother Shun, the Fong family will probably hold a grudge against you. What's there to fear? Big Brother Shun is only at the 9th level now, yet he can already fight me to a draw. Once he reaches the 10th level, won't he beat them senseless? This is great. Now, there's one more person to charge into the intersect with us. That way we can look after each other." While they were talking, a voice suddenly came from behind a curtain. "Someone from the mortal world still wants to enter the intersect." The disciple nephew spoke mockingly. "You should first take a look at your own level." Yun Xiaodao growled angrily. "The hell do you mean by that?" "Evil-eyed snake, if you want to fight, I'm in." The drunken old man also spoke up to dissuade them. "Calm down. If you fight privately, you'll be expelled from the Taiwu sect." Seeing the situation, Shun Xiang said, "Then how about we make a bet? Let's bet 100 true chi pills on whether I can enter the intersect." That effeminate fellow immediately replied, "Of course I agree. It's just that the intersect competition is 2 weeks from now. Our big brother Shun will definitely get into the intersect, but 100 true chi pills is too little. If we're betting, let's make it 1,000. The two sides glared at each other with fiery eyes. "Yu Yun family brat," the burly guy spoke while continuing to eat. "Don't worry, brother. The little Yun brat is rich. He's paying for these pills, and I'm the one who sold them to him." The effeminate man turned and left in anger. 1,000 it is. In a few days, you'll know what suffering feels like. Whenever he got the chance, Yin Xiaodao kept asking Xiang to spar. "Big Brother Shun, how about we spar whenever we have time? I've got a few beautiful older sisters. I can introduce them to you then." "Okay, sparring is fine, but no need for the rest. I already have a fiancée." The old man asked, "Then why haven't you brought her?" "At the Taiwu sect, bringing family along is perfectly normal." Shun Xiang replied, "My fiancée is Xue Xianxian. She's currently cultivating in the divine weapon heavenly kingdom." The moment they heard this, everyone looked completely stunned and didn't believe him. The burly fellow advised, "Little Yun, maybe you should hurry and cancel the bet. I think little brother Shun got his brain damaged by Fong Liang's attack. Last time he said Lung Yulan was his cousin, and this time it's even worse. Now Xue Xianxian has become his fiancée." "That's right, Big Brother Shin. Even if you don't like my older sisters, there's no need to make up an excuse like that." After hearing this, Shun Xiang didn't even know how to explain it to everyone. Scene shifts to 2 weeks later. A huge crowd had gathered in front of a stone slab. The first round of the intersect competition began. The drunken old man stepped forward and gathered his strength before striking the stone slab. The stone slab displayed 1,800 points. Passed. Next, Yin Xiaodao confidently stepped up as well. The first round is a strength test. Very simple. Let's see whether this year we can break the record. Then he also gathered all his strength and charged forward to strike. Watch this. 2,700 points. Passed. The crowd below applauded and praised him. So impressive. Next, Xiang stepped up too. My turn. He also gathered his power and struck the stone slab with full force. But unexpectedly, the stone slab stayed completely silent and showed no reaction. Why isn't there any response? When old Zhang and Xiaodao attacked just now, there were at least ripples. A moment later, the stone slab finally displayed the score. 4,800 points. Everyone burst into an uproar. What the hell? 4,800 points? Can an intersect disciple even hit that number? Who knows? It's his first time taking the test. Could there be a mistake? Everyone was shocked. Damn, Big Brother Shun, you're too much. When we sparred last time, were you holding back that much? Xiang answered cheerfully, "It was only a spar. The second round starts right after this. The 3 rounds take a very long time, and there's no rest in between. But round 2 is very hard to pass. I've already failed twice. Elder Dan is terrifying." Shin Xiang asked blankly, "Who is Elder Dan?" Just then, a mysterious person suddenly approached. These are the ones who passed the first round. She wore a horned mask, and from her figure alone, the brothers more or less guessed who it was. The moment Shin Xiang saw her, he recognized something. This Elder Dan looked very much like Xianxin's master, but her voice was different. The masked female elder took the list and said, "Not bad this year. The scores are all quite high. There's even one with 4,800 points." The female elder called out. Shun Xiang stepped forward. He respectfully stepped out and greeted her. "Hello, elder. This disciple is Shun Xiang." Upon seeing him, The female elder immediately threw away the list. Don't think that having a little skill means you can throw your weight around. With a temperament as unstable as yours, you should stay in the outer sect and train longer, understand? Elder Dan is targeting Xiang. Why? She's the left hand of the martial sect, the strongest person beneath the sect master. Does she really need to do this? No matter what, Shun Xiang is going to have a hard time in the future. Xiang then spoke up and asked, my temperament has no problem. I ask Elder Dan to grant me the qualification to compete. All of you, go to the far end of the square. Wait for my signal, then begin the test. Big Brother Shun. The second test is a pressure test. You have to walk to the opposite end inside a formation created by Elder Dan. It looks simple, but only when you experience it will you know how miserable it is. After that, the female elder stood high above and spoke. Everyone begin the test. With a wave of her hand, an incredibly powerful pressure burst forth. She said, Shun Xiang stays where he is. He'll be tested separately. He looked furious, but there was nothing he could do. This woman was clearly targeting him on purpose. Big Brother Shun, do your best. I'll be waiting for you in the inner sect. The candidates from the outer court began stepping forward one after another. But under that overwhelming pressure, some of them had to give up, unable even to lift their feet. After a long and grueling struggle, Old Zhang and Yun Xiaodao finally made it up as well. Shin Xiang was quite surprised to see it. Only 2 people passed the second round, just as Xiaodao had said. The female elder said to Shin Xiang, you can still give up now. If you insist on being stubborn, you may very well ruin your future. As for Shun Xiang alone, the female elder used an even stronger force of pressure, making him unable to lift his feet at all. With perseverance and a powerful will, Shun Xiang was still determined to pass the examination. Even if you're targeting me, I'll still pass and show you. The pressure of this formation is 10 times stronger than before. Do you really have to go this far? I told you to cultivate in the outer sect, so stay there obediently. I will not let you pass. Shun Xiang said angrily, even if I die, I will never bow my head to you. The 2 of them above shouted encouragement with all their might. Big Brother Shun, come on. You can do it. Shin Xiang struggled to move his heavy feet forward inch by inch. The pressure from the formation kept increasing until Shun Xiang was forced flat onto the ground. She said confidently, let's see how you're going to walk now. He then tensed his body and gathered all his strength. A blazing fire phoenix appeared. I will never submit. With his strength and unshakable determination, he finally passed the second round as well. Once he got up there, Shun Xiang collapsed to the ground, panting like a dog. I won. Ha ha ha. Xiaodao happily walked over and congratulated him. You really did win, Big Brother Shun. The chubby young man handed Shun Xiang a pill. There's still the third test later. This is white jade powder. Take it. After swallowing the medicinal pill, Shun Xiang turned to the female elder and asked, this disciple dares ask you, why were you targeting me this time? Where's the fairness? Where are the rules of Taiwu sect? She replied loudly, fairness? Strength is fairness. Even the rules cannot bind me. If I wished, I could crush you to death right now, and no one would dare avenge you. Shin Xiang looked at her with killing intent in his eyes. Then you'd better do it now. Otherwise, one day I'll make you pay it back. The 2 glared at each other, sparks flying. What are you looking at? So what if I like looking at you? The drunken old man and Xiaodao hurriedly stepped in to stop them and pulled Shin Xiang away. Shut up. Stop talking. She said again, I want to see just how far you can grow. If one day you can defeat me, then whatever request you make, I'll grant it, even if you ask me to follow you. Hearing that, the stewards nearby were stunned. WH what? Follow him? Does that mean she wants to marry Shin Xiang? What's wrong with Elder Dan? After hearing this, Shun Xiang said disdainfully, forget it. You wear a mask all day long and hide your face. Who knows what you really look like? What if I end up on the losing side? At those words, she trembled with anger. You think I don't dare kill you? In any case, my words stand. Just do your best to stay alive until that day. She waved her hand, and a mysterious door appeared. She stepped inside, but still turned back to say to Shun Xiang, and another thing, my face is covered because you are not worthy. Just because I won't show my true face doesn't mean I'm inferior to your fiancé, Xue Xianxian. Shun Xiang froze when he heard that. This woman actually dared investigate me? The people standing next to him were so shocked their jaws nearly dropped. What? Xue Xianxian is really Shun Xiang's fiancé. Scene changed to the elder's courtyard. The third round. Everyone entered the maze-like paths, all extremely excited. The third round is in this elder's courtyard. But why does this place look completely different from the outside? A huge man with wild hair and beard stepped forward and said, "This place is the mysterious realm. You can only see what's inside when you get close. You are Shin Xiang, right? Elder Dan asked me earlier to make things difficult for you, but I refused. I don't want to be resented by a disciple of the lower court." "All right, many thanks, Elder Wu. But you really do have some skill, making that woman swallow her anger like that, hee. It's a good thing she didn't kill you with one palm strike, or there'd have been nothing us old folks could do." Hearing this, Shun Xiang felt a chill down his spine. Sister Yi was right. Being cautious in everything really is better. Elder Wu said, "Then the third round officially begins. The three of you will enter the mysterious realm. If, within 3 days, you kill 3 10th-grade demonic beasts, you will be considered to have passed. Don't worry, this mysterious realm is under the control of our Elder's Court. The strongest creatures inside are only 10th-grade exotic beasts," the chubby young man said with dissatisfaction. "So that means you people have already swept the realm clean of treasures, and if we get any leftovers, do we still have to hand them over?" Elder Wu praised him immediately. "This fat kid really is just like that old fatty, good at calculating. Fine then, if you find any remaining treasures, you don't need to hand them over, but you must report them to us. Isn't that a profit? Why didn't I get tests like this back then? Put on this storage belt. Put all the beast corpses inside it. After the test is over, you can keep half. The three of you may each choose a different path to enter from. And now, I declare the test officially. Begin." Our Shin Xiang really was receiving special treatment. The moment he entered the test, he ran into a group of people wearing masks exactly like the female elder from earlier. They launched a fierce attack on him at once. These people were indeed worthy of being intersect disciples. Each one had strength comparable to his own. "If you won't hold back, then I won't either." Shin Xiang charged forward and retaliated. He unleashed White Tiger Divine Kick, sending them flying one by one. Then Shin Xiang followed with another move, 10 times stronger than before. "Take a look at my dragon's subduing fist." An immensely powerful and majestic dragon appeared. Seeing this, those brats hurriedly formed a defensive formation to resist it. A huge explosion erupted with a thunderous boom, shaking the entire area. After exchanging blows with Shun Xiang for a while, they realized they were no match for him. His true chi was terrifying. Shun Xiang said smugly, "Go tell Elder Dan that if she sends more people, I won't show mercy." Several elders were watching Shun Xiang through a magic sphere. This martial true chi isn't bad at all. That kid is a good seedling. Why make things difficult for him? The female elder showed an irritated expression. "Stay out of my business. In any case, anyone who dares accept him as a disciple is disrespecting me." Another elder also said, "If you insist on being like this, there's nothing we can do. Whether the boy makes it or not will depend on fate." The elders then saw Shun Xiang leisurely, watering plants with his holy liquid, and became furious. "That seems to be Elder Dan's sparrow orchid. One day, I'll make you regret this." A voice reached Shun Xiang. "This is the territory of the old men of Taiwu sect. Aren't you afraid they'll find out?" He smiled faintly and replied, "Let them watch. The sparrow orchid here is lacking water. I'm helping Elder Dan, haha." Suddenly, Shun Xiang sensed a demonic beast approaching. The first one delivered itself right to me. A mighty beast that looked half lion, half cat stepped out. Its name was the Blue-Eyed Leopard. Yu Yao immediately said to him, "Don't rush. There may be treasures in this mysterious realm. Demonic beasts have a special instinct for rare treasures. Follow this beast. You might discover something." Makes sense. The elders released these beasts in here, so they may very well be using them to find treasures. Then Shun Xiang followed the beast, but suddenly it noticed that he was trailing it. The lion-cat beast turned to look at Shun Xiang with absurdly gentle eyes. Then it launched an attack at him with balls of lightning. Shun Xiang leaped down to dodge them. "Oh no, I've been discovered." It stood before him, growling. He immediately released true dragon chi, and a huge, awe-inspiring dragon appeared. The demonic beast saw it and was frightened out of its wits. Shin Xiang raised his hand and greeted it. "Come on, raise your paw." The beast instantly changed from a fierce tiger into an adorable kitten. The little cat was very obedient and waved back at him. Shin Xiang said proudly, "True dragon martial arts contain the aura of a divine beast. Once these demonic beasts sense it, they can only bow their heads and submit. This feels amazing." Shin Xiang then asked the kitten, "What were you looking for just now? Hurry and lead me there." Hearing this, the little cat obediently showed him the way. After walking for a while, they finally arrived. I found it. Shun Xiang was delighted and excited the moment he saw it. Azure Profound Fruit. This is an important material for refining foundation establishment pills. All right, you can go. Since you helped me find these treasures, I'll spare you. The little cat happily thanked him. Many thanks. Then it turned tail and ran off as fast as it could. Watching it leave, Shun Xiang thought to himself, but according to the rules, I still have to kill 3 demonic beasts. Suddenly, he heard movement coming from the bushes. It turned out to be a herd of armored demon oxen. A friendly and innocent smile spread across his face. You're exactly the ones I need. Scene change back to the test grounds. Shin Xiang met up with the others again. You really did complete the test. I knew your potential was enormous. Old Zhang said, congratulations. Xiao Dao confidently boasted of his achievements. So, how much did you two gain? I made a huge profit. He gave a whistle, and a bird flew down from the sky. It was a fierce eagle, tall and powerful, landing in front of everyone. Xiao Dao proudly introduced it. This is Little Black. Not bad, right? Taming demonic beasts is very difficult. Xiao Dao, you're really impressive. At the same time, Elder Wu stepped forward and said, bring out what you obtained and the beast corpses. Let me have a look. Xiao Dao brought his out first. I have 2 tiger demons and 1 bear. This little eagle counts as mine too, right? Of course it's yours. The drunken old man also spoke up to show off his own results. I killed 4 wolves and also harvested a 3,000-year-old blood ginseng. As for me, I've probably got around 20 armored demon oxen, though I more or less smashed them into paste. Everyone was shocked. What? 20 armored demon oxen? Elder Wu asked further, and you also harvested 5 Azure Profound fruits. Are you selling these Azure Profound fruits? No, I want to keep them for myself. Suddenly, a voice came from behind him. Sell them to me. I can refine foundation establishment pills for you free of charge. It was the female elder. She added, well, I don't casually refine pills for other people. When everyone saw her, they respectfully greeted her. Greetings, Elder Dun. The drunken old man standing beside Shun Xiang also advised him, agree to it. This is a good chance to ease your relationship with Elder Dan. Shin Xiang paid no attention and coldly said, if you had never made things difficult for me, I would have given you one for free. But now, no matter how much you offer, I won't sell. She refused to be outdone and offered 500,000 crystal stones per fruit. Are you selling? Shun Xiang, expression unchanged and utterly firm, said, not selling. She raised the price again. What about 1 million? I said I'm not selling, which means I'm not selling. I have principles. The female elder grew furious on hearing that. 2 million. I'm already offering above market price. Oh, is that so? Shin Xiang immediately agreed cheerfully. Haha, of course I'll sell. Anyone who wouldn't sell at that price would be a fool. The people outside all gaped in shock. So, those are his principles? She angrily turned and walked away. I'm the one who's not buying anymore. Shin Xiang was no pushover either. He sighed and said mockingly, women really don't keep their word. You even said that if I beat you, you'd marry me. I'm afraid you'd go back on that too when the time comes. Hearing this, she whirled around in a blaze of anger. She took out a money pouch and handed it to him. 2 million it is. I'm buy-in. Shin Xiang said happily, I was only joking. I'll give you 2 Azure Profound fruits for free. No crystal stones needed. But I hope Elder Dan will refine pills for me. She looked at him suspiciously and asked, you want foundation establishment pills? I need 2. One is for Shui Xianxian, and the other is for Lung Yulan. Men really are all the same, always looking at one mountain while standing on another. Lung Yulan is my sworn younger sister. She's at Icewind Valley, and I can't go there for the moment. As her elder brother, if I want to take care of her, I can only trouble Elder Dan. The female elder turned away and left. Why are you telling me that? And besides, you call her your sworn sister. Who knows what she really thinks in her heart? Xiao Dao grabbed Shin Xiang's hand in admiration. Ooh, big brother Shun, you really are my eternal big brother. First of all, congratulations to the 3 of you for becoming inner sect disciples. Next, Shun Xiang, being able to resolve your conflict with Elder Dan is a good thing. Elder Wu ordered the chubby young man. Quick, take them around and familiarize them with the inner martial court. The chubby fellow sprawled on the ground and complained playfully. He has a fiancée named Shui Xianxian and Lung Yulan as a sworn younger sister too. How is one man this lucky? Ooh, I want that too. Scene change to the inner court scripture pavilion. This place is the Scripture Pavilion. Inner court disciples can obtain cultivation methods here. The first floor contains low-grade, profound-level techniques. The second floor, high-grade, profound-level techniques. And the third floor, low-grade, Earth-level techniques. Inner sect disciples are only allowed to learn these 3 grades of martial arts. The drunken old man said disdainfully, "That's too few. I thought at least it would be packed full. What strongest sect? There are only this few martial arts. Coming here was a waste." Suddenly, a voice came from above. "What use does the strongest sect have for so many low-level martial arts?" A scruffy old man, wearing owl-like glasses, flew down. The chubby young man greeted him. "Greetings, Senior Brother Fong. Our Taiwu sect is the strongest sect on the Chinwu continent. We rely on having the most heaven-grade martial arts, or even divine martial arts. Divine martial arts are naturally not something you can learn right now, but you could go take a master that'll be faster." Hearing that, Xiao Dao and the drunken old man happily started walking off. "You should have said that sooner, Senior Brother. Then we're off, right? Your name is Shun Xiang, isn't it? Don't bother looking for a master." Shin Xiang turned back and asked, "What do you mean by that?" "Elder Dan has given the order. No one is allowed to accept you as a disciple. Junior brother, you can figure out the rest yourself." Shin Xiang was so angry he nearly exploded. Damn, if I'd known, I wouldn't have given her the azure profound fruits. This time I really took a loss and still ended up without a master. Scene changed to a forest behind the mountain range. Shun Xiang was training with all his might, throwing punch after punch into the cliff face to test his strength. Then he turned toward the trees around him. He immediately unleashed a move. Gong Finger. One strike snapped a tree in half, but unfortunately for him, this tree was too hard, and Shin Xiang's 2 fingers cracked with a loud snap. Damn, that hurts. These 2 Earth-grade martial arts have extremely high requirements for the body. No wonder no one learns them. If I didn't have the immortal demon body, I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to control them either. At that moment, Xiao Dao and the drunken old man flew over as well. "Haha, big brother Shun, you've been training for 3 days straight without resting. Are you planning to fight for first place in the inner martial court?" "Xiao Dao, even though you now have masters to guide you, if you don't work hard, I'll leave you far behind. Don't even think about slacking off. Hee, no one in the inner court can beat you anyway. Besides, you're 1 realm lower than us. Old Tiger has seen plenty of people, and even saying your future is limitless is being modest." Shin Xiang was full of determination. The inner martial court is nothing. Xian Xian entered the true martial realm long ago. If I want to catch up to her, I have to give it everything I've got. Xiao Dao spoke up encouragingly. "By the way, big brother Shun, I brought you the true chi pills we won from that bet a few days ago. I went to collect them from that squinty-eyed guy, and he handed them over without hesitation. Check them out." Shin Xiang took the bottles of pills and examined them. After all, as an inner court disciple, that guy probably wouldn't stoop so low as to fake something like this. Shin Xiang tossed 1 bottle to old Zhang. "Catch, we fought our way up here together from the outer court, so helping each other is only right." "Then many thanks, brother Shun." The chubby young man appeared as well and said cheerfully, "Shouldn't I get a bottle too?" Shun Xiang sighed and replied, "When it was time to pay up, I didn't see you anywhere. But when there's something good, you suddenly appear. I've been running around back and forth for you. Even if I have no merit, I've still worked hard, haven't I?" Shin Xiang happily gave the fat young man a bottle too. "Here, take it." "Then I thank you, brother Shun." "Xiao Dao, you were the one who made this bet. Let's split the remaining 8 bottles equally." "No need, brother Shun. You did all the work. 1 bottle is enough for me. I'm not like some greedy fatso." The chubby guy then spoke up and asked, "Right, brother Xiang, are you going to the Tai Dan Institute's alchemy competition?" The moment Shin Xiang heard about the competition, his eyes lit up. "Damn, what competition?" "The Tai Dan Institute holds the same competition every year. Within a set time, everyone refines true chi pills. Whoever produces the most pills with the best quality wins. The prize is 2 true essence pills. One of those is worth more than 1,000 true chi pills." Hearing that, Xiang was extremely excited. "In that case, I'm definitely going." The scene shifts to the competition registration point, where a steward said, "Li Danxin, Chung Moj. Is there anyone else signing up?" Xiang strode in and said loudly, "Tai Dan Institute disciple, Shun Xiang." The steward frowned a moment he saw him. "Why is it you? What are you doing here?" "I'm obviously here to register for the competition." The old steward spoke in a mocking tone. "Just you? You think you can refine true chi pills? True chi pills may not be that difficult, but if you fail, you'll have to pay for the materials yourself with crystal stones." At that moment, Little Blade chimed in and flattered Shin Xiang. "Brother Shun is not only capable, he'll definitely take first place. The first place prize, those 2 true essence pills, will absolutely belong to Brother Shin." "Ridiculous. If this brat can take first place, then Then what are all us old men at the Taidan Institute supposed to be? The old steward then pointed at Xiang and loudly declared, if he can win first place, I'll take him as my master. Xiang smirked and said, fine, then wait for it. The surrounding crowd began discussing it too. Do you think the Shun Xiang can really do it? At his age, even if he can refine pills, they'll just be crippled pills and waste pills. The she-devil elder, standing in the distance, suddenly spoke up. If Shun Xiang wins first place, I'll make an exception and let him enter the Tai Dan King Institute. The steward was startled and looked up in shock. That's the head of the Tai Dan King Institute. Even I don't qualify to enter. The woman walked down as everyone greeted her. Greetings, Elder Dun. She looked at Xiang with a sharp, bullet-like stare and continued, if you don't win. Then from now on, all of your benefits in Taiwu sect will go to Yao Haishin. Well, hearing that, the old steward was overjoyed and thought to himself, Elder Dan is helping me here. Xiang happily agreed as well. Okay, I accept. The old man sneered, Shun Xiang, I've been first place 5 years in a row. You can't beat me. The scene shifts to 3 days later at the competition. The alchemy contest lasts 10 days, with 1 room for each person. The refining process will be transmitted back to the Council of Elders. Anyone caught cheating will be expelled from the Taidan Institute on the spot. Amid everyone's cheers, the she-devil elder announced, I hereby declare the alchemy competition officially begins. After that, the participants hurried into their assigned rooms. Xiang also walked in carrying a bag of supplies. A 10-day competition places extremely high demands on an alchemist's patience, temperament, and technique. Looks like I have to get serious. The she-devil elder followed behind him and threatened, what if I destroy your pill furnace and materials? Xiang replied calmly, Elder Dan, if you want to deal with me, there are plenty of ways. If you want to make a move during the competition, you wouldn't need to be so obvious about it. Of course, I'm here to supervise you. I know you just won 1,000 true chi pills, so don't even think about cheating. Xiang laid the materials out on the table and said, okay, then, this disciple will begin refining. The elder asked curiously, boy, your hand movements are quite practiced. Have you refined true chi pills before? Xiang then asked in return, Elder Dan, how long does it usually take to refine true chi pills and how many are produced? At most, 1.5 hours for 2 batches. At most 6 pills per batch, though that takes a bit longer. After hearing that, Xiang became even more eager and began refining pills. Watching his skillful technique, the she-devil elder could not help but feel surprised. At only 17, to refine low-grade spirit-level pills this skillfully. He really is a genius among geniuses. In the blink of an eye, Shun Xiang was almost finished with his pills. You're refining while sorting the medicinal ingredients at the same time? Yeah, it's a little faster that way. By the way, Elder Dan, I'll trade a Hell Lingji for an answer. What grudge do you have against me that makes you keep targeting me? She acted indifferent and turned her face away. Hell Lingji may be precious, but you can't bribe me with it. I'm not telling you. Besides, there was never any grudge between us. I do things entirely based on my mood. She then sat down and loftily said to him, admit your fault to me. Submit to me. Satisfy me. Maybe then I might even take you as my disciple. Xiang said loudly, in your dreams. I'd rather die. At the same time, he had already finished his first batch of pills. I hope your strength is worthy of that backbone of yours. Let me see what you've managed to make. Shun Xiang held out 6 pills in his hand. The quality is decent enough, but compared to Elder Dan, you took far too long, using a full hour and a half. Hearing that, she thought to herself, 1.5 hours to refine 6 high-grade true chi pills, and you still aren't satisfied? After thinking for a moment, Xiang casually dropped a line that felt like a slap to her face. Forget it. I'll just stick to this standard. If I go too fast, it's easy to mess things up. Hearing that, she wanted to punch him. Lose to me by a little? Why does that sound so irritating? This damn brat. Furious, she opened the door and walked out. I'm going on patrol, so don't even think about cheating. The Council of Elders can all see this. Xiang immediately chased after her and said, Elder Dan, weren't you going to supervise me the whole time? The she-devil elder said, with your quality and speed just now, the outcome is basically already decided. What's left to watch? Shun Xiang said in surprise, is that your way of saying I've already won? Sometime later, the alchemy competition finally came to an end, and now the results are being announced. Li Gangming, 273 pills. Wang Mu, 168 pills. Yao Haisheng, 450 pills. The moment he heard that, he looked extremely smug. The crowd also praised him one after another. Brother Yao, that's 50 more than last year. We really have to look up to you. That's right, the championship is definitely yours. He shot Xiang a contemptuous glance and laughed. Ha ha, making a bet with some ignorant brat who doesn't know the immensity of heaven and earth. I can only do my absolute best. Just as he was arrogantly certain of victory, the she-devil elder suddenly announced, Shun Xiang, 600 pills, champion of this competition. Hearing that, he looked utterly shell-shocked, his face darkening in disbelief. What the hell? 600 pills. Elder Dan, is that really true? Could it be that he cheated? The elder spoke firmly. His entire refining process was confirmed by both me and the Council of Elders. The pills he refined are right here. You may inspect them yourselves. She immediately opened a box to show everyone. The pills were still radiating heat, leaving no doubt that they had just been refined recently. Not only that, their color and fragrance were flawless. Xiang cast a sideways glance at him and grinned wickedly. Yao Haisheng, is our bet still valid? The man trembled in panic, not knowing how to answer. Then he hurriedly dropped to his knees in front of Xiang. Master, please accept this bow from your disciple. Xiang cheerfully replied, Get up, my disciple. He took a green, profound fruit from his robe and handed it over. This is just a small gift for you. The moment the man saw the rare medicinal ingredient, his eyes lit up like car headlights, and he could not help but burst into tears of emotion. Woo-woo, a green profound fruit? A precious herb like this is for me? Of course it's for you. This disciple thanks Master. Seeing how happy the old man was, Xiang thought to himself, a green profound fruit isn't cheap, but this way, Yao Haisheng won't oppose me anymore. Otherwise, everyone in Taiwu's sect would look down on him. Thinking about it that way, it's worth it. The she-devil elder spoke to Xiang in a commanding tone. At dawn tomorrow, report to the Tai Dan King Institute. If you're even 1/4 hour late, just wait to be punished. He immediately cupped his hands respectfully. This disciple understands. Xiang thought to himself, now that I've gotten in, it feels like there won't be any shortage of trouble. But if I don't go in, that woman will definitely find another excuse to bully me. What headache. The scene shifts to the next day at the Tai Dan King Institute. The she-devil elder said, I'm preparing to enter seclusion for a while. I originally planned to have you directly take over the Tai Dan King Institute, but we'll talk about that after you come back. Shun Xiang asked in confusion, Where do I have to go? She handed him a sealed letter. That old man Wu Kaming told me to pass this to you. This is your Martial Institute's task this time. Starting from the inner court, every Martial Institute has been assigned a mission. You know that, right? Xiang then opened the letter to look at the Ms. Shaun, investigate the heavenly dragon treasure. Resting her chin on her hand, the she-devil elder smugly said, If you take me as your master, I can help push this boring task away for you. Besides, I've never taken a disciple before. Shun Xiang refused bluntly. No need, Elder Dan. Didn't you say before that anyone who takes me as a disciple is disrespecting you? If I agreed, wouldn't that just make things difficult for you? Enraged, she shouted, Fine, do as you please. She then handed Xiang a token. On it were written the words, Shun Xiang of the Tai Dan King Institute. The scene shifts to Xiang's room. The three of them were discussing the matter heatedly. There's no such thing as a heavenly dragon treasure. Our Zhou family already searched for it before this rumor even spread. Little Blade added irritably, Our Yin family went there 100 years ago, and after that, didn't your Zhou family still go too? Brother Shun, I heard that many sects are going this time. Before, it was only because the mystic realm hadn't opened yet, but now the time has come. The fat guy added, If you guys are interested, then go ahead. I don't like doing this kind of exhausting thing with no guaranteed benefit. Even if whatever treasure you get counts as your own, I, old Zhou, am sure I don't have that kind of luck. Brother Shun, I want to go with you, but my family has ordered me to go back for a trip. The fat guy then advised Xiang, if it really won't work, just trade with another martial institute. Let that little ghost from the Yun family take the benefit. Xiang said, No need. I'll just go myself. I'll treat it as gaining experience. He thought to himself, I can also stay a little farther away from that Elder Dan woman. And if I'm lucky, maybe I'll get something out of it. On a certain mountain, Xiang, together with Yao Yao and little Yu Yu, looked into the distance. Yao Yao spoke up. Such a clear phenomenon really is a sign that the mystic realm is opening. She turned towards Xiang and asked, Kid, aren't you going to think a way to get in and grab some treasures? Why are you just standing around here? Sister Meiyao, this place is probably full of experts. If I risk my life, do you think I can outrisk them? Little Yu looked surprised. You mean? Xiang continued confidently. If the enemy advances, I retreat. If the enemy retreats, I pursue. If the enemy camps, I harass them. If the enemy is exhausted, I strike. In short, I want to ask whether there's any method that lets me advance and retreat flexibly. Hearing that, little Yu blushed awkwardly. When it comes to going in and out, junior sister knows best. Hee, Shun Xiang, go learn from her. Yao Yao said, you brat, you finally stopped being such a blockhead. There really is a technique of that type in the Black Tortoise Divine Art. As she spoke, her face turned red. Little Yu also smiled and let her imagination run wild. Hee, this in-and-out technique. Hearing that, Yao Yao immediately wanted to pinch her senior sister's butt. What kind of nonsense is that? What are you talking about, senior sister? 3 days later, after practicing the technique, Xiang finally felt confident enough to head up the mountain. Looking at the marks on the ground, he said, these seem to be traces left by a demonic beast. Xiang immediately grew interested and followed them. Let's take a look. Maybe there's something good. After following them for a while, he discovered ordinary clothes hanging from a tree branch. Could it be that someone gathering herbs up there ran into trouble? Suddenly, a powerful force surged from ahead. I need to hurry. The moment he arrived, Xiang was shocked. In front of him stood an enormous purple lion. The sight made him furious. This beast killed commoners and dragged them up the mountain to eat them. Xiang charged forward to attack it. To stop it from harming anyone else, I have to deal with it. Just as he rushed in, 2 flying swords suddenly shot toward him from nowhere. He quickly dodged them. From the hazy smoke came a voice. You're disturbing little black's meal. A girl with long white hair, dressed in yellow, stepped out and said, who are you? If you don't get lost right now, I'll have little black turn you into food. Hearing that, Xiang gritted his teeth in anger. So you feed human flesh to this beast so you can eat together? He pointed at her and shouted, you're from Taiwu sect? Taiwu sect is one of the 8 great righteous sections. Do they know you're using this kind of evil method to cultai? But the long-haired girl clearly didn't like talking. She immediately charged at Shun Xiang. He easily dodged her attack as well. Filled with anger, Xiang said, I will definitely report this to Taiwu sect. But before that, I have to kill this beast. The moment he finished speaking, Xiang rushed at the lion, shocking the girl. He gathered his strength and unleashed White Tiger Divine Fist. Blazing flames erupted, and a heaven-shattering punch slammed straight into the lion's head, sending it collapsing flat onto the ground. After knocking out the demonic beast, Xiang glanced at her and said, whether this was done by you or by Taiwu sect, all the righteous sects of Taiwu province will get to the bottom of it. At that moment, another person suddenly appeared behind him and said, go back and tell Taiwu sect that we really are about to face a great calamity. Only then did Xiang suddenly notice and turn around. So there was another one, but because it caught him completely off guard, he was struck by a palm from that person before he could react. With a loud bang, Xiang was sent flying 20 meters. Blood burst from his mouth as he realized this person is in the true martial realm. A brown-haired woman with cold, sharp eyes said, too bad. You're not going back anymore. The brown-haired woman continued, since you killed Little Black, you'll use your life to make up for my Hongxiu. Shun Xiang pondered grimly, thinking, against her, I'll only have one chance with one strike. She then drew a sword, and there was also a terrifying snake in her hand. She stared at Xiang with a deadly gaze. What? Not planning to dodge anymore. As soon as she finished speaking, she raised her sword and charged straight at him. Then die. Seeing the danger closing in, Xiang immediately used a move from the Black Tortoise Divine Art, water form. His body seemed to melt into water. The woman then swung her sword and slashed straight across Shun Xiang's body. Xiang split into 2 puddles of water on the ground. To her astonishment, those droplets suddenly flew behind her. Then Xiang returned to his original form and immediately unleashed 5 elements true qi, throwing an immensely powerful punch from behind her. Dragon's subduing fist. The power of that punch was so overwhelming that an entire forest seemed to vanish. Seeing it, the girl in yellow also became anxious. Master, are you alright? After the move ended, even Xiang didn't know whether she was dead yet. Did it work? But to his surprise, a voice came out again from the hazy smoke. Ha ha ha, with only this little bit of skill, you dare challenge the true martial realm? You overestimate yourself. The moment she finished speaking, she slashed her sword towards Shen Xiang. Because it was too sudden and too powerful, Xiang couldn't dodge in time and was cut across the left arm. Seeing that her master had the upper hand, the girl in yellow shouted smugly, "I told you. How dare someone in the mortal martial realm act arrogant before master? Master, you must chop this brat into pieces." The brown-haired woman, the snake coiled around her body and murderous intent blazing from her, glared at Xiang. Chop him into pieces? That would be too easy for this brat. I'll have Hongxiu tear flesh from him bite by bite and eat him clean. A moment later, Xiang, now badly wounded, was forced back to the edge of a cliff. He thought to himself, with my current strength, provoking someone in the true martial realm really was unwise. Before he could finish the thought, the two women rushed at him with swords in hand. Below him was a bottomless abyss. You got nowhere left to run. Xiang hurriedly placed his hand on the ground and used the earlier move. One day, I'll make you both pay. Remember this well. Black tortoise divine art. Water escape form. Xiang melted into droplets of water and gradually vanished before the two women. The girl in yellow said worriedly, "Master, if we let him escape, won't something happen? Relax. Even if it comes to that, we'll just kill and deny it. A mere intersect disciple can't stir up any trouble." After a long and difficult series of escapes, Xiang finally got away and ended up somewhere deep in the distant forest. Yao Yao and little Yu Yu were bandaging him. A single sword strike from someone in the true martial realm. The true chi carried with it has been constantly pouring into the wound. Too dangerous. Now you understand, right? The outside world isn't as safe as Taiwu's sect. Everyone is bound by the sect rules. Little Yao Yao also suggested that the investigation should stop here. You should head back to the Taiwu sect now. With a pained expression, Shun Xiang asked, "Sister Yu Yu, if I take that true essence Dan and those several hundred true chi dan and break through to the 10th level of the mortal martial realm, would I have a chance of defeating that woman?" Mei Yao said, "True essence Dan is extremely rare. It should originally be taken after you reach the 10th level, so that its benefits are maximized. If you take it now, you may gain enough strength to contend with her, but I'm afraid it still won't be enough to inflict a fatal wound. You need a spiritual weapon." Shin Xiang was filled with rage. Beast Martial Sect is supposed to be a famous righteous sect, yet in Taiwu province they do such monstrous and rebellious things. For every extra day they live, more innocent people will lose their lives. Besides, my dragon-subduing fist may already have injured her just now. If there's a chance, I have to try. As soon as he finished speaking, Shun Xiang swallowed 3 pills. The scene shifted to Shun Xiang training with all his might. After these past few days of cultivation, the 4 beast statues have become much clearer than before. He glanced toward another statue. Only the patch of mist behind it is left. I need to focus a little more and see what exactly you contain. Outside, rain poured down and thunder roared. Shun Xiang remained calm, sitting in the middle of the storm, and cultivating. Mei Yao and little Yao Yao hid beneath the shadow of a giant lotus leaf. "Looks like you've stepped into the 10th level of the mortal martial realm and reached great perfection," Mei Yao asked. "So, has the 5th divine statue lit up yet?" Seeing that the statue had taken shape, Shun Xiang replied, "It has. It's a golden elephant." Hearing that, Mei Yao was overjoyed. "That is the Earth Divine Elephant. From this moment on, you've truly entered the 4 Symbols Divine Art." Shun Xiang was brimming with confidence. "Sister Mei Yao, Sister Yu Yu, right now I feel like I could even fight someone in the true martial realm." The scene shifted to Heavenly Dragon Gorge, where everyone was noisily discussing things. The Heavenly Dragon treasure must be inside. What a pity we don't have the fate for it. Why? Why can't we get in? Try it yourself. See that true chi at the entrance to the secret realm? That's the secret realm blocking out the weak. Anyone below the true martial realm who tries to enter will be crushed to pieces by that true chi. From behind them, Shan Xiang spoke up. "Excuse me, make way, make way." He then walked to the front of the secret realm's entrance and placed his hand on it, thinking to himself, the mysterious power of the secret realm itself. It doesn't seem to be rejecting me. Could it be that it recognizes my true chi as no weaker than that of the true martial realm? Just as he was concentrating, an abrupt voice made Shin Xiang stop. "Senior brother, it's that brat." It turned out to be the girl in yellow from earlier, along with a group from the Beast Martial Sect. She barked loudly. "You took a sword strike from my master and still didn't crawl back home? You came here to throw your life away." She looked toward her senior brothers and pointed straight at Shun Xiang. "He's the one who killed my little black. Senior brothers, you have to stand up for me." Shun Xiang removed his hat and said, "So you really are from the Beast Martial Sect? Then answer me this. Do you people also use commoners to raise demonic beasts?" Before he could finish, the people from the beast martial sect charged at him like wild dogs. What's it to you? Offend our beast martial sect, and you're dead for sure. Shun Xiang didn't hold back either and rushed forward to attack. He unleashed the sky-shaking palm. They were defeated with ease, and the few who remained standing broke out in cold sweat. Senior sister Doo, didn't you say he was only in the mortal martial realm? The girl in yellow was utterly stunned. How was that possible? He clearly was in the mortal martial realm, and he even took a sword strike from my master and was badly injured. Shun Xiang said with a stern face, I'll ask you one more time. Do you also use ordinary people to raise demonic beasts? Seeing how powerful he was, they stammered and couldn't speak. Shun Xiang cast him a hateful glance and said quietly, Not denying it, huh? Then that means it's true. The girl in yellow was so frightened she nearly wet herself, but she still shouted, Let me tell you, my master is inside the secret realm. If you dare touch me, she definitely. Before she could finish, Shun Xiang tensed his body and released his power. A majestic pressure burst forth. It only revealed a little of his strength, yet those people were already rolling on the ground, unconscious. Shun Xiang said angrily, So that woman is inside? Perfect. I'll go settle the score with her myself. Once the entrance to the secret realm opened, Shun Xiang quickly stepped inside. Looking ahead, he sensed circulating true qi. I'm afraid experts of the true martial realm are fighting. Could it be that they've already discovered the location of the treasure? He immediately shot forward at top speed. I just hope the treasure is still there. At a cliffside, several true martial realm experts were engaged in fierce combat. Among them was the brown-haired woman who had attacked Shun Xiang earlier. After fighting for a while, she shouted, Huang Haoqian, your true qi is almost exhausted. Why don't we join forces, take down these old men, and split the treasure evenly afterward? Hearing that, the old man laughed smugly and said, Forget it, Ai Yang. Everyone already knows your methods. Compared to being your ally, it's actually safer to be your enemy. Don't you all agree? A sinister smile immediately appeared on the woman's lips. Suddenly, an old man behind Huang Haoqian lunged in for a sneak attack. Brother Huang, sorry about this. At the same time, another old man attacked him from below. He unleashed his move, Myriad Direction Shatter. Countless swords shot out. The attack came too suddenly, and Huang Haoqian had no way to defend himself. His two companions below stared upward in shock, unable to react in time. At that same moment, the woman used her crimson sleeve snake to attack. The snake was incredibly fast, and in the blink of an eye it took the lives of those two men. Up above, Huang Haoqian had also just been gravely wounded. Damn you all! Aren't you afraid this woman will stab you in the back too? The haggard-faced old man said, She's much easier to deal with than you. Brother Huang, don't blame us. Hearing that, Huang Haoqian was furious. Even if I die, you won't get what you want. He then poured all his remaining inner power into this final move. Dark Nether Myriad Worlds Fall. The attack was overwhelmingly fierce and powerful, instantly leaving the woman and the two old men heavily injured. Watching from above, Shun Xiang was also astonished. Such terrifying true qi. No wonder those people had to join forces against him. After using that move, Huang Haoqian's body gradually exploded and vanished. Trembling after taking the hit, the brown-haired woman said, This man really had reached the mid-stage of the true martial realm. If we hadn't teamed up, that treasure would have been his. As soon as she finished speaking, she shouted, You old bastards, get up and divide the treasure. Don't say I swallowed your share. But when she glanced over, what she saw shocked her even more. The two old men had already been beaten to death by that blow. At that moment, Shun Xiang swooped down to reap the fisherman's profit. He struck at her with the sky-shaking palm. She was easily overpowered by Shun Xiang. She glared at him furiously. Damn it, it's you. How did you get in here? Shun Xiang replied. The moment you let me escape, you should have known a day like this would come. Only then did she realize that Shun Xiang was far stronger than before, and knew she was no match for him. So she said, I'm badly injured. I have no intention of fighting you. The Heavenly Dragon treasure is right here. You can take it. But if you insist on fighting, even if I risk everything, you won't defeat me easily. We'll only end up both suffering serious injuries. As Shun Xiang listened to her nonsense, he had a bad feeling. A woman who devours people without spitting out their bones is actually willing to hand over the treasure? Why do I feel like something's off? But if I fight her now, the result may indeed be just as she says. Seeing Shun Xiang deep in thought, she also schemed inwardly. The moment he touches the treasure, a blast of scorching true chi will erupt. When he's hit by it, I'll strike again and finish this brat off. So, do you agree? Mei Yao immediately reminded Shun Xiang. Brat, there's an aura around this treasure that feels very familiar to me. Try touching it with your Azure Dragon True Chi. Shen Xiang then said to the woman, fine, I'll take the treasure first. Little Yao Yao also warned him, use your true chi to lock onto that woman and guard against a sneak attack. Then, while she watched with smug delight, Shun Xiang flew toward the treasure. What a foolish little brat. Just wait to die. As soon as he got close to the treasure, Shun Xiang used his Azure Dragon True Chi to approach it. The woman below was stunned. What? Why? Why is it the treasure attacking him? Then the treasure slowly revealed itself, exposing two treasures. Shun Xiang stared blankly, not knowing what they were. Mei Yao recognized it in one glance. That's the Azure Dragon Demon-Slaying Blade, a divine weapon. Top-tier stuff, brat. Holding the Azure Dragon Demon-Slaying Blade in his hand, Shun Xiang was thrilled. This is an ancient divine weapon. It's mine now. As for the second treasure, it was some sort of box. Shun Xiang didn't know what it was either. He quickly stored the box inside his storage ring. While Shun Xiang was still admiring the blade in his hand, the woman had already appeared behind him. She seized the chance and launched a sneak attack. You brat, this isn't something you get to take. If you know what's good for you, hand it over. Shun Xiang glanced at her and said, I knew you'd pull something like this. Her crimson sleeve snake immediately shot forward to attack. I'll use the Azure Dragon Demon-Slaying Blade to kill a devil like you first, then stew that snake of yours. Shun Xiang swung the blade toward her crimson sleeve snake. With the power of that treasure, the shabby snake was instantly chopped into several pieces. Seeing her pet killed, the woman flew into a rage and revealed her true form. Shun Xiang, you're dead today. Shun Xiang refused to back down. Before she could finish speaking, he already charged forward with the blade in hand. It's only beast transformation. What's so scary about that? He slashed at her with overwhelming force. Today, I'm cutting you to pieces. To Shun Xiang's surprise, she blocked his slash with ease, then threw a punch that sent him flying far away. Amid the rubble, Shun Xiang crawled back up and grumbled that the blade was a fake. Wasn't this supposed to be an ancient divine weapon? Why does it feel no different from an ordinary sword or saber? Hearing that, Mei Yao appeared and prompted him. Idiot, you have to use the power of Azure Dragon Beast transformation to awaken it. So that's it. I understand now. Seeing Shun Xiang defeated so easily, the woman crowed smugly. You little brat, hand over the treasure now. Suddenly, from within the hazy smoke, Shun Xiang emerged carrying an overwhelming power. He was enveloped in an awe-inspiring aura of a true dragon. The woman gaped in shock. What is that? With the power of Azure Dragon Beast transformation, Shun Xiang appeared in an extraordinarily imposing form. The blade in his hand had also undergone an obvious change. Is this still the same blade as before? Seeing such a magnificent weapon, the woman's greed surged. I must take it and kill you. Shun Xiang then tried using this new power. He unleashed a terrifying move, Azure Dragon Demon-Slaying Slash. When the attack ended, even the mountain in front of him had been cleaved cleanly in two. Even so, after using that slash just now, it feels like all the true chi in my body has been drained dry. Controlling this blade really is incredibly difficult. From within the ruins, the woman's arm suddenly stuck out, shocking Shun Xiang. What? She's still not dead. As soon as she crawled out, she was panting heavily from exhaustion. Looking at the mountain that had been split in half, she was utterly horrified. One slash actually shook the entire secret realm. The best of the 36 stratagems is to flee. Once this brat has exhausted all his true chi, I'll attack again when the time is right. Seeing her turn and run, Shun Xiang had no intention of letting her go. You think you can escape? I'll make sure you die in this secret realm. He swung out another slash. Take another Azure Dragon Demon-Slaying Slash. He sent out several more slashes, but she narrowly dodged them. You stay here and play by yourself. I'm leaving first. The moment she finished speaking, she ran off without a trace. She fled north, while Shun Xiang went south in pursuit of escape. Mei Yao also appeared in confusion and asked, Where are you going? Weren't you going to finish that woman off? Why are you running in the opposite direction? Shun Xiang replied uneasily, That woman definitely isn't the only expert in this secret realm. My attack just now drew far too much attention. On top of that, This blade consumed too much of me. Even if I killed her, it would still be hard for me to get away afterward. So you deliberately caused a huge commotion to attract other experts to kill that woman? Exactly. If I want to escape, now is the only reasonable chance. Meanwhile, after running for some distance, the woman turned back and saw no sign of Shin Xiang. Could that guy be hiding nearby? Just as she was hesitating in thought, a sword suddenly flew in at incredible speed and sliced her body cleanly in two. It turned out that the two old men from before had only pretended to be dead, and now they had attacked her. The two old men laughed smugly and said, "When two sides fight, the fisherman profits. Your essence, AI and Yang, and all those treasures of yours will be taking them all. So this was your real scheme all along. That's why you pretended to be dead to fool me. You should know that the older the ginger, the spicier it is. Don't worry, we'll tell Beast Martial Sect to seek revenge on Shin Xiang for you. Ha ha, be in peace."